at a one-day state-level conference on gaps and challenges in implementation of key child rights legislations, organized by the National Commission for Protection of Child Rights, NCPCR, in collaboration with Manipur Commission for Protection of Child Rights, MCPCR. This conference seeks to bring together key stakeholders and experts to deliberate on the challenges and way forward in implementing vital child rights legislations in Manipur. I am Lamyanbi Chanu, member MCPCR, and I will be your host for today's program. This gathering at the Imperial Hall, Classic Grand, Imphal, is dedicated to addressing critical matters concerning the rights, protection, and welfare of our children, the torchbearers of our nation's future. To begin with the inaugural session, I now request our esteemed dignitaries to kindly take their seats on the dais. Please join me in welcoming our Presidium members for the day. Dr. Sanjeev Sharma, Member Secretary, National Commission for Protection of Child Rights, Government of India. Shri Robert Singh Khetrimayum, IAS, Secretary, Social Welfare, Government of Manipur, and Member Secretary, MCPCR. Shri Kangjam Khagendra Singh, Acting Honorable Acting Chairperson, Manipur Human Rights Commission. Shri Kaisham Pradeep Kumar, Honorable Chairperson, Manipur Commission for Protection of Child Rights. Let us welcome them with a huge round of applause. We now take this opportunity to acknowledge and felicitate our honored dignitaries for gracing the occasion with their presence. May I request the organizing team to kindly present our Presidium members with traditional lengyan and gifts as mark of our respect and gratitude. With the lighting of the ceremonial lamp, symbolizing wisdom, enlightenment, and hope for every child. May I request all our Presidium members
Very good morning to all. Respected dignitaries on the dais, Mingoina Panjarabada, Sri Kaisam Pradeep Kumar, Chairperson, Manipur Commission for Protection of Child Rights, Government of Manipur, and our esteemed guests from the National Commission for Protection of Child Rights, Dr. Sanjeev Sharma, Member Secretary, National Commission for Protection of Child Rights, Government of India, and Sri Kangjam Khagendra Singh, Honorable Acting Chairperson, Manipur Human Rights Commission, and the very proactive head of our social welfare, Sri Robert Singh Khetrimayum, Secretary Social Welfare, Member Secretary, Manipur Commission for Protection of Child Rights. Our honored guests, our resource persons of the day today, namely Sri Salam Imocha, retired District and Session Judge, Sri Paresh Saha, who is a friend and colleague of mine from the National Commission, Senior Technical Expert, NCPCR, New Delhi, Sri Salam Somarjit Singh, Superintendent of Police Crime Against Women and Children, and Sri Sapam Dilip, Assistant Professor, Department of Law, Manipur University. Esteemed participants from various stakeholders, departments, from NGOs, my friends from medias, ladies and gentlemen, a very warm welcome to all. It is both an honor and a privilege to extend a heartfelt welcome to all of you to this State of Manipur and state level conference being organized by National Commission for Protection of Child Rights and Manipur Commission for Protection of Child Rights on this auspicious day that is 29 October 2025. We are gathered here today with a sharp purpose to strengthen the frameworks that protect and safeguard our children, the most vulnerable asset of our society. The theme of today's conference is Gaps and Challenges in Implementation of Juvenile Justice Act 2015 and POCSO Act 2012, Child Trafficking and Safety and Security of Children in Schools. This highlights some of the most urgent and critical concerns facing child protection in our country and more specifically in the state of Manipur. Special mention to our honored dignitary from the National Commission, who is a member secretary, namely Dr. Sanjeev Sharma. Sir has been very positive and forthright towards engaging and spreading child rights in the state of Manipur and in the whole country as a whole. When chairperson of Manipur SCPCR had approached him in Delhi, he had immediately, without thinking twice, to contribute to child rights agenda in the state of Manipur. I also wish to welcome my friend and colleague, Sri Paresh Shah, who is looking after Northeast Cell in NCPCR and Ladakh area of and Jammu and Kashmir. Paresh has been a very personal friend of mine and also a very committed professional. We have been working together for the last, I think, a decade, around a decade. We have been together in this field of child protection. And with the help of NCPCR, NCPCR is proud to organize such an event in the state of Manipur. Thank you all. Have a good day.
By the presidium members, I ask the organizers to kindly present a token of appreciation to Sri Paresh Shah, Senior Technical Expert, NCPCR. We are deeply honored to have among us Dr. Sanjeev Sharma, Member Secretary, National Commission for Protection of Child Rights, Government of India. Dr. Sharma brings over 2 decades of distinguished experience in public administration, training, and research. He has coordinated more than 100 international training programs for civil servants across 25 countries, as well as several national programs for premier institutions such as the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha secretariats. A scholar and administrator of high repute, Dr. Sharma holds master's degree in sociology and English and a PhD in sociology with numerous research publications to his credit. Dr. Sharma is passionate to bring about the required positive difference into the lives of children of our country, and he feels for the Northeastern region through the NCPR's Northeast Cell. May I now invite Dr. Sanjeev Sharma to kindly deliver his address.
Respected dignitaries on the dais, Shri K. Pradeep Kumarji, the chairperson of Manipur SCPCR, Shri K. Khagendra Singh Ji, Honorable Acting Chairperson, Manipur NHRC, a very young and dynamic officer who is also the member secretary beside donning many caps. He is member secretary to Manipur SCPCR. Senior officials from Social Welfare Department, Police, Judiciary, child protection functionaries, representative from civil societies, and ladies and gentlemen. First, thank you for having me here. So I wanted to touch upon the importance of the technology and what technology can do and what technology cannot do. So one of the perils of technology, I'll just tell you. So The introduction which was read about me, that I have done some of the work which she mentioned very kindly, is probably downloaded from the internet, and this is about some other Sanjeev Sharma. I never wanted to bring this, but so I did my PhD, but I am an engineering graduate, did my MTech, then MBA, then PhD in management, and I have served. I'm a career bureaucrat. I have served 34 years in the government of India in the various ministries, and only 6 months back, actually, I came to NCPCR as member secretary. Before this, I was working in Ministry of Communications. So good. Let me tell you what I was happy about. So I remember that few months back, your chairperson of SCPCR, Manipur SCPCR, he came and met me. So I was very happy the way he was putting up the issues and the challenges that he has been facing. So this is one area where we are trying to do good is about strengthening the SCPCR. But your SCPCR is already doing a great job. And as a result, this program in this calendar year, this is the first program that we are holding in collaboration with the SCPCR in Manipur. So congratulations, and I really appreciate at NCPCR, we really appreciate the work that's being done by you. I'm also happy to see all of you, because I have been attending few programs, and looking at you, so many people have come from all corners of the state. It makes me very happy. What it does is it actually indicates that we are really there. We have some commitment towards the cause. So when I joined 6 months back, so there are a few areas where I wanted to focus. One of the area which actually immediately catch hold of my attention was the pendency of the complaints. So I sat with my team, developed a strategy for the disposal of the pending complaints. With the help of my team and the good strategy that we put in place, and with the help of the officials like you spread across the country, I'm very happy to state that we were able to dispose of some 26,000 complaints in a period of 6 months itself. So it's a large number, and never ever in NCPCR this was done so quickly. Why I'm bringing this particular issue here is because of the fact that when I say 26,000 cases, so it appears to be a number. What I'm saying here is these are not the numbers. Each case is a story of a child. Each case is a story of a family. Each case reflects the society, and each case affects the future of the country. And this is where I want to start my request. My request to all of you who are here, that please do not treat them as case. This happens with us. This happens with each one of us. If you go to the doctor, for him, it's just one case. You go to the police station, there's so many crimes happening, that's just one case. To teachers, child is just one case. So over a period of time, we somehow lose the sensitivity. But we are dealing with a section which requires utmost care. They require our sympathy. They require our protection. This is strange that they are the most precious resource to any nation, for any nation, but they are the most vulnerable also. They are not a segment which combined together put pressure on the authorities or the government or anybody else. They are unable to articulate well, so that is why they become most vulnerable. So in the beginning of my address, I want to say, please take care of them. the job that we all have undertaken requires the utmost commitment, sincerity. We need to have empathy for them. We need to have compassion, and above all, we need to have passion. I have served in various ministries. I have worked with in various departments. One thing which I realized in the last 6 months is this: every department, every work requires commitment and passion and to deliver. But the biggest impact I have seen, if you have a passion, if you have a commitment, the biggest impact can be seen in the areas of child rights. So if in education, if you pay 30% of the attention or 50% of your total attention, you will still have an outcome. But in case of a child rights, it does not happen like this. So suppose some unfortunate thing happens to a child, and the justice to the child will only be delivered after successive stages, reporting it to CWC, right up to the integration in the society, maybe sending the child to CCIs, maybe giving the compensation. There are several steps. And if you leave a child in between, the entire process is lost. So this is my first thing. Please keep that in mind. I don't want to take too much of time because we got some learned speakers. They will be telling you so many other things. So another area which I found was lacking was this: the awareness has emerged as one of the key challenges for anybody who is involved in child rights. We at NCPCR has particularly found that the awareness of the officials, awareness of the citizens, and awareness of all the stakeholders involved is extremely, extremely important. So I'll begin with one of the examples to make you understand why awareness is so much required even for the officials who are engaged in child rights protection. In one of the states, it so happened that a complaint was made to one of the officials like you who was involved in women and child development. A complaint was made by parent of a girl. Girl was a minor, and the parent suspected that this girl is having a romantic relationship with somebody who was working in a CCI. Because this girl was, adopted by the foster parents. And the girl probably had developed some romantic relationship with that person, and the person was 41 years old. So when they came to know about this, they intimated it to this particular official who was assistant director in WCD department. Then what this official did, first he kept the complaint with himself for few days, and when the parent, the father of the child again spoke to him regarding that nothing is happening, then what he did, after 10 days of delay, then he reported, then he sent a letter to whom? To the head of CCI where this person was working, the accused was working. And then nothing happened, then it was brought to the notice of NCPCR, and then NCPCR took a decision, asked him to file an FIR with the police. So only after the delay of 15 days, the FIR was filed. And now what happened? Later on, because of the delay that he committed, an FIR was filed against this assistant director for the delay in POCSO. Those of you who know about POCSO Act, it very clearly lays down that whenever you are aware of the complaint, if you do not report, then it becomes you are liable to be prosecuted. And more importantly, this person was not knowing that whenever a complaint is to be made, it is to be made either to SJPU or to the police. But what he did, he initially made complaint, he wrote to the CCI head. So why this happened? This happened precisely because of two reasons. One, because he was not aware of the provisions of the POCSO. POXO is one very, very important act. It has so many provisions which all of us should know very well. So that is why I was saying the awareness among the officials is as much important as the awareness towards the citizens. There are so many provisions of JJ Act which people do not know. The police officials who are sitting here, they may be aware that SJPU has to be there in every police station. And also, whenever you are recording a statement of the victim, you should not be in uniform. In case of a girl child, there should be a lady officer present again in plain clothes. But our people do not know this. So therefore, what I request the SCPCR and also the state government, that the awareness program for the officials should be conducted. We should have induction training in the beginning itself. Those who are already working, their refresher training should be arranged. What NCPCR is doing in this area is that we are hosting several programs for creating the awareness. This is one program where we are sitting. I came here for that only. So this is one just program. NCPCR has designed over 120 such programs. There will be national program, there will be regional program, and there will be program at the state level as well as the district level to make our officials aware of the various challenges and issues. But then equally important is creating awareness for the citizens, creating awareness for the children. There are several children, because of lack of knowledge, they get embroiled in POXO Act. Keeping a pornographic clip on phone is a crime, they do not know. Entering into a romantic relationship with a girl of the age, below the age of 18 is a crime, they do not know. And as a result, they come in teeth of the law. And that makes the entire thing, for the family as well as for the child involved, very, very difficult. So that is where I want all of you to take care of the fact that we should make the children aware, we should make the parents aware. And what is the best way of doing? You already know, I need not to lecture on this, how to make them aware. Media can be very, 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 very powerful. So social media, the electronic media, the print media. What we have also done at NCPCR on our YouTube channel, we got a YouTube channel also. There are several small clips, animated clips, 30 second, 40 second are there. You can use it. This is about some provisions of the POXO Act, the good touch, the bad touch, some education about the children. Please use it freely. And also make the schools particularly aware of this, schools and colleges aware of this. So this is one awareness which we should take up immediately and with the right earnest. Then another challenge that I have consistently observed is the interagency coordination. There are several agencies involved. Our child protection ecosystem includes the CWC, the JJBs, the SJPUs, ICDS, also the various officials of the district and the police officials. So what I have found is that there is a lack of synergy which you are already aware. I'm sure you may have already observed. To give you an example. So whenever a POXO special court passes a compensation, the amount of compensation is paid by the DALSA, that is District Legal Service Authority. But what is happening, the message which should be sent to the DALSA is not sent in time. It's taking long time. So recently there was this conference happened, there was National District Holder Consultation. It was initiated by the Supreme Court because there is one juvenile justice committee, you may be aware. They hold across the country, and then finally it culminates in Delhi at the national level. So do you know this what they had to do? So there was one honorable judge. She was delivering the lecture, and then she said, then what we started doing is we started sending email to Dalsa. Now you understand this. In this age of internet, we are sending now messages or the orders through email. So this enlightenment happened to us after so many years and months. So please, what I'm saying is, please use technology. Please generate this energy that will help our children. So these are the 2-3 important issues which I wanted to intimate. Yeah, and then another, I'll touch upon one more very important areas. That is the infrastructure. So you will be surprised to know, as I was mentioning the various stakeholders in our child protection ecosystem, CWC, the DTF, then our SJPUs, the juvenile justice boards, etc., etc. Do you know how many districts have this? 70% districts of the country, only 70% of the districts have this infrastructure in toto, in completeness. 30% of the districts of the country do not have the complete infrastructure so far as these stakeholders are concerned. So they don't have CWC, DTF, the JJBs, the ICDAs, the budget and all. So infrastructure is very, very important. Again, I'll request the SCPCR and also the state government, wherever we do not have this, please make sure that that actually exists on the ground, because these are the very, very important organs of child protection ecosystem. I would also briefly touch upon the new areas which have become concern for all of us. So while we are grappling with the issues of implementation of our existing legislation and all. So by the way, one important thing I would like to tell you, the government of the day at the center and the government of the day at the state is committed for protection of child rights. It is because of their support that we are standing. I am standing there and you are sitting listening to me. This is all budgetary support provided by them. Governments have posted us. Government has given us the work. So government is all committed. Whenever I speak to Ministry of WCD, from where I get the fund, I also get fund from Ministry of Education, central government. They always tell me, you don't worry about the fund. You take whatever fund you want, but do the work that we have already assigned you. So government is already committed. Government has also done very good work of bringing some legislations. Our POCSO Act, which is so stringent, is actually an example for the entire world. You may not be aware, but I'm telling you, internationally, POCSO is considered a benchmark. Our Juvenile Justice Act, which has been modified several times in 2015 lately, it is also considered a very good act. So therefore, we have the things in place, the basic building blocks are there. Now what we need to do is we need to take care of this. So what we are grappling right now is the implementation of those important legislations, important procedures, important guidelines. It is up to us now to implement it. So on one hand, we are grappling with all the existing legislation implementation. On other, what is happening is every passing day we are facing new child rights issues. Some of the child rights issues that you may be aware is related to the cyber security, related to the child sexual abuse material, related to the mental health issues, right? So these are the few areas where we are working. I'll briefly tell what we are thinking on this. So regarding the cyber security and cyberbullying, what NCPCR has already done, we have issued safety and security guidelines for the schools. Incidentally, unfortunately, an incident happened in Rajasthan, you may be aware. A school building fell and several children died while attending the class. And the High Court of Rajasthan, they took up the case suo motu, and then it was then discussed there that since NCPCR has already issued the advisory on safety and security for the school, why this has not been implemented. So my request is, please go through the safety and security guidelines issued by the NCPCR and make sure that the schools implement them. Let's not wait for some unfortunate incidents to happen and then we start looking where the guidelines are, how was it not implemented. Because again, as I said in the beginning, we are talking about the lives of the child. So regarding this, we have already issued cyber security, cyber bullying has become very important aspect. I'll tell you one important incident that happened that was brought to our notice. There was this girl who actually made a complaint to us saying that she has been facing a trauma at home, that her father and brother has been touching her inappropriately. So it's aggravated sexual offense. The complaint was made to us, prima facie it looked correct also. So we tried to, we spoke to the police and the district administration. But nothing was moving. Finally, we decided to send a team there. So our team also went there, met the girl. Girl told them that this is actually happening, and we were, then I became sure that the girl is undergoing a trauma. So we took the help of the police department and all. So then this girl was, initially it was decided that she will be put in CCI, in one of the CCIs in nearby district. This is what was decided. Now later on what happened, then nothing was moving. I spoke to the DM. I asked DM that you yourself just look into the case and tell me what is happening. Incidentally, this DM had worked with me earlier, so he knew me well. After a week's time, he came back to me and told me actually what happened. This girl was in touch with somebody over Instagram, a boy 26 years old from Andhra Pradesh. And because she came in touch with that boy and they were talking to each other, somehow the parents came to know about it and they snatched her mobile phone from her. So as a result, she became so unhappy and this boy kept on polluting the mind of the girl. And then he encouraged this girl to file a complaint in her POXO. And that is how this case came to us. So this is just one example how internet is polluting the mind of our children. So please implement the guidelines that we have already issued. Another important area is CSAM, child sexual abuse material, child pornography. This is one area which is very important. It's so frequently being exchanged over these social media. So there is an IT Act, you may be aware. In IT Act, what was the provision? The provision was, suppose if me and you are sharing a photograph, and if the photograph is objectionable or any material that is objectionable, the social media platform will not be held responsible because it's a third party content. However, in a recent judgment last year, Supreme Court has pronounced that in case of child sexual abuse material, this protection to the social media, this protection clause is called safe harbor provision. So this safe harbor provision has been taken away from this. So what Supreme Court very clearly said, in child sexual abuse material, if it is being circulated through a platform, the platform will be held equally responsible. Now detecting it has become a headache for every one of us. So what we are doing is, we are talking to Ministry of IT and we are developing an AI tool. With the help of that, we will be able to detect which social media platforms are involved in this. This is soon going to be implemented in a couple of months. This is one area where we are working. Another very important area is the mental health issue. So mental health issue has become quite rampant. It's not that it has come now. It's been there. It's a ticking time bomb, I'm telling you. You are aware, you may be knowing, every alternate household has got a child who is suffering from mental health issue. We have taken up this issue. We are starting the training. In the first phase, we are going to target the CCIs, CCIs have counselors, but they do not know how to handle the children with such issues. We are targeting CCIs and we're targeting the teachers. It will be two-phase training, and one physical. First phase will be physical, other would be online. So yesterday I was talking to your honorable chairperson SCPCR, and he actually asked me why not to include Manipur in this. So we are going to include Manipur for this with the help of the one organization. So this is another area where we are working. And of course, as I said in the beginning, your SCPCR is doing very well. It's wonderful, but then there are many other SCPCRs where things are not that good. NCPCR requires all supports from SCPCR. So we are strengthening the SCPCRs. So we are doing work on this also. One small thing which we did and was appreciated by the Honorable Prime Minister. We issued an advisory about the sugar board. Sugar board, you may be aware, this is like a blackboard, but what it does is it contains the pictures of the items consumed by our children at home and the school. For example, the Coke soft drink, and say for example a sweet. So what it does, it indicates that if you drink a soft drink, this much is the sugar that you are consuming. India is suffering right now from obesity, and this is assuming the proportion of endemic. So therefore, it has become very, very important to educate them at this point itself. So that is the sugar board. So NCPCR issued an advisory in the month of April, which was then adopted by CBSE and then ICSE. It was appreciated by the Honorable Prime Minister in his Mann Ki Baat that this is a wonderful initiative. Since then, 14 states have already implemented the sugar board. I would request, but Manipur unfortunately does not figure in the list of those 14. So I would request that Manipur Education Secretary might issue advisory to all the schools and the board to implement it. All of you please get it implemented. So these are some of the ideas. I have already probably taken more time than I was allotted, but this is what happens with me. When I start speaking about the child right issues, I probably get carried away. So thank you very much for coming here and listening me, and I also thank SCPCR and the state government for affording me, calling me here and to tell you a few things. One last thing. NCPCR website and the YouTube channel has so many things which you can use. Otherwise also, if you feel that you want to send some suggestion to us regarding the child rights, my number, my email ID, both are available on my website. You can always send me an email. You can call us. Please do it. I will be very, very happy. Thank you very much.
Apologies for the incorrect introduction earlier. I am grateful for your forgiveness and understanding. I would like to correct my earlier introduction. Dr. Sanjeev Sharma is a senior officer serving as Member Secretary of the National Commission for Protection of Child Rights. With 34 years of experience in various Indian government ministries, he has contributed significantly to areas like education, telecom reforms, and child rights. Under his leadership, the NCPCR has initiated several reforms to improve its functioning. Dr. Sharma is passionate to bring about the required positive difference into the lives of children of our country, and he feels for both Northeastern region through NCPCR's Northeast Cell. Moving on, we are privileged to have with us Shri Robert Singh Khetrimayum, IAS, Secretary Social Welfare, Government of Manipur, and Member Secretary, MCPCR. Shri Robert Singh is a distinguished administrator known for his dedication to inclusive governance and social welfare. His work continues to reflect commitment, humility, and service to the people of the state. May I now invite Shri Robert Singh Khetrimayum, IAS, to address the gathering.
Kesam Pradeep Kumar, Chairperson, Manipur Commission for Protection of Child Rights. Dr. Sanjeev Sharma, Member Secretary, National Commission on Protection of Child Rights, Government of India. Sri Kangzam Khagendra Singh, Honorable Acting Chairperson, Manipur Human Rights Commission. Respected invitees, respected resource persons, senior officials from the police department, members of the Manipur State Child Right Protection of Child Rights, and then respected senior officials and staffs from Social Welfare Department, and friends from the media. Today it's a very important occasion for all of us, and it's a proud privilege for us that we're gathering here to have deliberations on one-day state-level conference on gaps and challenges in implementation of key child rights legislation. Indeed, it's an honor for me to participate in this event and address this August gathering. We all know that it's a subject that concerns the very future of our society, because children are not just the citizens of tomorrow, but are our responsibility today. As Sir has highlighted many aspects of concerning child rights, and we all have benefited from his speech, and we also know that this is not a very easy said and easy done kind of a matter. It's a very, very serious matter, and we all are concerned, and we all have the responsibility to contribute our might so that the children have a bright future. Actually, before I joined the department, the Social Welfare Department, and before I took up the additional responsibility of Member Secretary, MCPCR, although I was aware about the child rights and other aspects of it, I was not so aware and not so, I was not realizing that I should be aware of all these things. Only when I joined that I become much, much aware that this issue is a responsibility for everyone, irrespective of his profession, irrespective of his economic status, irrespective of his or her social status. Because the children that is growing up in this society, they will become parents one day, they will become leaders of the country one day. So we are not doing any service to them, we are doing service to ourselves when we talk about them, when we care about them. And we are building something so that the future is in the safe hands. So if our future is not safe, then what is the use of all kind of sorts of legislations, all sorts of policies, programs, and all that. So this is a very, very serious issue, and we are all aware of it. So many things have been shared by Sir, so I don't want to repeat things, and even I myself have personally benefited a lot from Sir's speech. One thing that I have seen is that our current chairperson, Manipur MCPCR, he is a very proactive person. He has initiated a policy in the state that is a policy for the, a state policy for the children. So that is under process, and we are trying very hard so that it is, it becomes an act very soon. So we are working on it. So it is a very laudable initiative from his side, and I'm very happy about it. One thing, another thing that I would like to emphasize is the children who are in a category where they are not seen as a normal children, although they are there's nothing like abnormal or not normal children. It's about a trait of the child which we wrongly define as normal or abnormal children. So one thing is this children who are not gender conforming or who are transgender children. We need to work a lot about them. And another category of children to my mind is those children who are requiring special care, special needs. Those with special which are disabled or which requires attention as far as mental development is concerned. So these children, I think they suffer a lot in the process. So we need to take more care, and we need to accommodate their needs, their requirements whenever we implement the objectives of the acts and rules that is in place. So these two things we need to emphasize more. And another thing is that children are the reflection of the society. Whenever there is a increase in the crime committed by the juvenile, that is a symptom in the society that this society needs to improve a lot. This society needs to go in the right direction. So this is an indication where we could reflect upon that we need to do something for the society. So these 2-3 parameters, if we could take care, then it will help us a lot in building a very safe, very conducive, and very good society for the children, so that we have a bright future in the coming days. Thank you.
Serving the Commission since 2023 and appointed as the acting person in August 2025, Shri Khagendra Singh has been instrumental in revitalizing the MHRC after a year of inactivity, marking a crucial step in strengthening human rights protection in the state. May I now request Shri Kangjong Khagendra Singh to deliver his address.
I'm requesting to Dr. Sanjib Sharma, I speak in Manipuri. Ngasigi one-day conference on gaps and challenges in implementation of key child right legislation. Function asigi Dice Election Bidiba Manipur Child Right Commission ki Chairperson Shri Kachan Public Kumar, Dr. Sanjib Sharma, Member Secretary, National Commission for Protection of Child Rights, Government of India, and Shri Robert Singh Khetimayum, IAS, Secretary, Social Welfare, and Member Secretary, Manipur Commission for Child Rights. Loinuna, asigum labo one-day conference taling ba Marumopang Singh, Resource Person Singh, Social Welfare Department ki staff Singh, Police Amadi Media Marumopang Singh bu ahab deka kuna buchari. Ekoina samajama apab maiki de porpa state ama apab maiki de porpa country ama apab maiki de porpa hai bisi kadai di sem ba hogada ge da makhung degi ahaba yuma sage hai tardi foundation fund bam darkar oi adu maina ekoina ekoi gi tungda lakadori ba future si ngak chenduna afaba samaj ama afaba state ama afaba country ama oho ba hai base aikoi gi tungda lakadori ba angang sing dagi sem ba hodoi ne angang sing chibu yamna matik chaba masang oiba thinking law bo ina thamamdragadi mamangda satkibe generation sing dugi athlete hanal gutai ad aikoina jati khuding mana magi jati duda hori ba ngang singi damakta kari mathok da hai bise lam khuding da tongan ba ek rule law mayam sem thamini adu maina khoi gi su bharat ta angang sing chibu ngak senduna thamnab gi damakta makal gi ek mayam ma legislature ma pass thau thamen matang este koi ni khana biya basi semli ba legislation sing ek sing asi kadai bo implement tawre angang sing asi bu protection tawna ba tungya phaba yumbi rel na bagi aikoina sema mutam sta hairi ba ek sing asi kadai bo phajana implement tawre kadai bo chatna de hai bugi baram ji ku yam kumna ne bum tai provision mayam am thlai san dagadi provision do at thokti right implementation na siam darka obin namadu aikoina right implement tawna bagi aikoi khudimak khangmina ba ma darkar oi maru oina hawri ba khoi gi angang jing na kari challenges oi aigi imung da leiri ba ngang jing du gi mong mo tok du yingaga imung du gi imung je karam imung no haibu khangnari bne maram di angang du gi thorei ba tok thori ba wangang sangang nature magi cheli chari ba mayam du ni imung ji gi ma si mirror amane adu oi targadi ekoi gi samasi afaba samaj ma amani hain ulpa targadi hawri ba ngang jing du da yeng ka duine khoi gi manipur gi society si kamai to society no hai targadi ekoi gi angang sing du yeng kan khanga doine angang du gi nature angang du gi tok thorok ba mong ma to magi cheli chari ba wang sang khanga doine masi mayam se kana na tambi ga doine hadi my parents na afaba angang ama ohen ba ji parents ohen ga doine parents na kai khang ma thau tai parents am oi targadi angang sing ta kari tambi ga ni cha ba de thak ba de tum ba de lai pa ba de loin ma thau tai adu atopa ma dana parents yaudana orphan home dali bangang sing di kanani yinga dage madu gi su sarkar na rule mayam ma ek mayam semi adu gumba angang ma pali da bangang sing bu yokpi ri ba sembi ri ba child children home sing du da karmain to ga angang sing ju protect tawni mama ma pai care phangda su mama pa na pi ri ba care du gumna karmain to ga care phangin habit de mutta soidana ba haiduna ek rule mayam semi kuiding da ai chidel hormone biju tawjuri angang yankhai libada angang tara ma magi parents se go bi age ki moisi positive ore 40 ledi angang du gi lebam da lui changai nge adu yam nungai bamna madu thabak tor ba staff mayam sina angang sing du bu magi masa dong na nungsira lu na tor me sa ba de thak pa dagi any karu to matam da adu maina angang du sembi targadi angang sing da wat li ba mama mapa ge wat bu kitangi me kapanga me adu bu akoi ni question to biya ba mana children home da le biya ba only up to 18 years about the name then what about after 12 after 18 years makai chakadu yang asik is there any provision made by the government of Manipur or government of India adu ki provision nang si ba le bra mayam thengna bi or bra sahi trai ba mutung da angang ji children home da chakidoi ne ba makai chaturi ge ba ba kai to dur ge ba ngang se trai pam tung da kada chaloi ga meng ngasi si ba kari rule se bir ge ma se khoi ne ne bam thoe ba angang ge trai pam tung da chan tha do pu dur ma ko chakhi ge dra adu bu ji ki home dura nupi ma si supervisor ne hai mana angang am khakti mana macha dong kia lokjer ga se trai pam tung sta mana angang si kan no hona angang si Bangalore thabak tore hale magi mama do na angang do ji ki nupi da mama do to le do mi kaya na adu ki kya lobi ke dori ke ba lady ba ngang mayam da after 18 years ma kadai le sara kadai le duino masi ngasi khudong cha bi lojera ga government da masi ki provision ma hapam thwe man chehi trai bangi matung da children home dei thoki ba ngang hingje ma kadai le duino habam kari sing ge doi ma ge lai pi dum da kari le bir chaka duino habi ki provision khara ek khara rule khar chema da ga wa natraga di hujiki le ba Manipur conflict da se trap ma so bangang du conflict yaw sa khitar ga khun ngak po khida ga kamai tok ta or si bina thok kana ge responsible udari ultimately sigi mayam sigi responsible of this government hai ada masi government tar ga di waro bi ai government ai se ai ngon su ngai to phau mayam le ba commission da le ba government ai se ma gi thongjin de hektin de thong hang de government is not opening the door if I am not knocking repeatedly government masana khanga to bidia da brava government is the people for the people ne adu government se thong hai thil kaw di hang de masi akoi imang do urba nga chane si government gi leiba government gi kenu sin di waro bi ai ngasi ekoi na hojiki sigi topics da conference on implementation of key child rights legislation implementation to whether kai no ko thengri awat pa mayam le child abuse to ba accused to jab sab punishment of pi daga di accused to hanjan accused uitab delaying of the punishment masi punishment pin the court kichu disadvantage of ngamjado mayam le ba court ki judges what ki problem even in Manipur high court judges ke angwali case ke pending le even in my Manipur Human Rights Commission double base parang ba case ai ni pai bi ade case ba pending le government is not taking initiative hanjan haire hujikti kaim to ngamde PR da du hapang ngam do bai rule mayam le gre adu aikoina to bi aba huji aikoi yamna conflict zone ba Manipur gumbal lamda public mayam na thengre bi se government na kadai ba to bi ha bese masi yam darkar oi akoi ki public si aware oi bum changi ai lady ba CSO jing lady ba akoi ki stakeholder mayam sin su akoi ki motivational program mayam to bum changi khangdo mayam le bisna khudong chaw ba lo mayam thabak to bu khuding da akoi na darkar oi se sincerity honesty si darkar oi masi yaw daga di thabam to bu da mai pak pusung ngam de aduna key challenges for child rights legislation da thengri myam se kain weak enforcement the gap between law and practice the systematic issues like poverty social norms and lack of resources sigi keep myam sina kamai to ya koi gi child labor child marriage abuse despite strong legal framework like POCSO, Act, JJ Act, mayam si loin mari ne mga tane. Ado ako'y enforcement and implementation da awabo education weak enforcement despite comprehensive laws. Weak enforcement allowed issues like child labor and child marriage. A judicial gap, low conviction rate for offenses like child abuses are due to factors such as family pressures, uncooperative witness, and child unfriendly court environment. Ako'y na angang masaya ako'y member secretary na habi kare. Police na kay gumba angang amdo wahang pahang to ge haitari civil dress selaga hangadam ni kai na mai provision mayam yauri kay gino da angang do da kihinbia da mangon da kay witness oine be kerum loge haitari yam friendly oi ba kanom da adi angang ji court putardi court magi environment je kamai thon ge de haim ching mayam am changi si provision mayam ching ngak ba ta kawai samna ha da khoi gi kana gumba nupi am ching bi pha ta ga di nungdang or nupi pha ba di ayukta ma nunga da cha tax nupi police to phaga damni masagi during the night time nupi phabi adi habi rules ku mayam sule koi expert sing horan technical session den loi bak madu mayam su loi bak kan tawani lairi ba koi gi legal gi framework kanu mayam si yam kupna nainaraga masagi ek provision da piriba child protection dang piriba mayam si implementation to mutam da koi da thengri ba hurdle kanu mayam si kari no habi se koi gyan ta mi bam change si government gi side gi initiative lo work na ra natraga ngasai gi lairi ba mari ne ba child right ki phil thabak to mayam du gi award pa mayam moi na madu gi pressure pi bu work na ra natraga ngasai gi awareness ko gi stakeholders in the awareness work na ra masi gu mayam si koi khana ba mu changi aduna lairi ba masi gi Manipur gi film sida maru oina yam challenges ꯑꯣꯏꯕ ꯀꯩꯅꯣ ꯉꯥꯛꯇꯅꯤ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯉꯁꯤ ꯃꯅꯤꯄꯨꯔꯗ ꯂꯩꯕ ꯄ꯭ꯔꯖꯥ ꯈꯨꯗꯤꯡꯃꯛ ꯊꯦꯡꯅꯔꯤꯁꯦ ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛ ꯏꯀꯅꯃꯤꯒꯤ ꯃꯇꯥꯡꯗ ꯍꯥꯏꯔꯣ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯇꯣꯇꯦꯜ ꯕ꯭ꯔꯦꯛꯗꯥꯎꯟꯒꯨꯝꯕꯅꯤ ꯂꯣ ꯑꯦꯟ ꯑꯣꯔꯗꯔ ꯍꯥꯏꯔꯣ ꯐꯩ ꯍꯥꯏ ꯐꯠꯇꯦ ꯍꯥꯏ ꯇꯧꯅ ꯂꯩ ꯀꯅꯥꯒꯨꯝꯕꯅ ꯐꯩ ꯍꯥꯏꯅꯤ ꯀꯅꯥꯒꯨꯝꯕꯅ ꯐꯠꯇꯦ ꯍꯥꯏꯅꯤ ꯂꯣ ꯑꯦꯟ ꯑꯣꯔꯗꯔ ꯐꯩ ꯐꯠꯇꯕ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯁꯨ ꯍꯥꯏ ꯉꯝꯗꯦ ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛ ꯂꯩꯔꯤꯕ ꯐꯤꯕꯝꯁꯤꯗ ꯁꯤꯀ꯭ꯌꯣꯔ ꯑꯣꯏꯗꯦ ꯍꯥꯏꯕ ꯇꯥꯏ ꯗꯦꯟ ꯃꯌꯥꯝ ꯊꯕꯛ ꯁꯨꯐꯝ ꯂꯩꯇꯦ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯁ꯭ꯇ꯭ꯔꯤꯠꯇ ꯂꯩꯕ ꯑꯉꯥꯡ ꯁ꯭ꯇ꯭ꯔꯤꯠ ꯚꯦꯟꯗꯔꯒꯤ ꯑꯉꯥꯡꯁꯤꯡ ꯀꯃꯥꯏꯅ ꯇꯧꯒꯗꯧꯔꯤ ꯑꯉꯥꯡ ꯑꯃ ꯁꯦꯝꯕ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯁꯤ ꯃꯉꯣꯟꯗ ꯃꯌꯥꯝ ꯂꯣꯏꯕ ꯑꯦꯛꯁꯄꯤꯔꯤꯌꯦꯟꯁ ꯂꯩꯅ ꯉꯥꯛꯇꯅꯤ ꯌꯨꯝ ꯌꯨꯝꯗ ꯑꯉꯥꯡ ꯑꯃ ꯁꯦꯝꯕꯗ ꯊꯦꯡꯅꯔꯤꯕ ꯑꯋꯥꯕ ꯃꯌꯥꯝꯁꯤ ꯌꯥꯝ ꯊꯤꯅ ꯌꯥꯝꯖꯥꯠꯅꯦꯕ ꯑꯗꯣ ꯑꯐꯕ ꯄꯤꯂꯔ ꯑꯃ ꯑꯐꯕ ꯁꯣꯁꯥꯏꯇꯤ ꯑꯃ ꯑꯣꯏꯔꯛꯅꯕꯒꯤꯗꯃꯛꯇ ꯑꯐꯕ ꯄꯤꯂꯔ ꯑꯃ ꯁꯦꯝꯒꯗꯣꯏꯅꯤ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯗ ꯉꯁꯥꯏꯒꯤ ꯇꯨꯡꯗ ꯂꯥꯛꯀꯗꯧꯔꯤꯕ ꯑꯉꯥꯡꯁꯤꯡꯗꯨ ꯁꯦꯝꯅꯕꯒꯤ ꯃꯆꯥꯛꯇꯨ ꯋꯥꯠꯇꯔꯗꯤ ꯀꯃꯥꯏꯅ ꯁꯦꯝꯗꯧꯔꯤꯒꯦ ꯑꯉꯥꯡ ꯑꯃ ꯁꯦꯝꯕ ꯃꯇꯝꯗ ꯋꯤ ꯍꯦꯞ ꯇꯨ ꯕꯤ ꯚꯦꯔꯤ ꯀꯤꯌꯔꯐꯨꯜ ꯐꯥꯏꯅꯥꯟꯁꯤꯌꯦꯜꯂꯤ ꯁꯥꯎꯟ ꯑꯣꯏꯕ ꯇꯥꯏ ꯒꯚꯔꯟꯃꯦꯟꯠꯒꯤ ꯁ꯭ꯀꯨꯜꯁꯤ ꯑꯥꯏ ꯗꯤ ꯄꯤꯗ 25,000 ꯁꯦꯟꯅ ꯑꯉꯥꯡꯁꯤ ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛ ꯑꯥꯏ ꯗꯤ ꯄꯤꯗ ꯂꯩꯔꯦ ꯗꯤꯁꯄ꯭ꯂꯦꯁ ꯄꯔꯁꯟ ꯑꯣꯏꯅ ꯑꯗꯨ ꯕꯤꯁꯦꯝꯄꯨꯔ ꯗꯤꯁꯇ꯭ꯔꯤꯛꯇ ꯑꯩꯅ ꯀꯩꯅꯣ ꯇꯧꯕ ꯃꯇꯝꯗ ꯆꯨꯔꯆꯥꯟꯄꯨꯔꯗꯒꯤ ꯂꯥꯛꯑꯒ ꯑꯥꯏ ꯗꯤ ꯄꯤꯗ ꯂꯩꯔꯤꯕ ꯑꯉꯥꯡꯁꯤꯡꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯃꯃꯥ ꯃꯄꯥꯁꯤꯡꯁꯤꯅ ꯑꯉꯥꯡꯁꯤꯡꯁꯤ ꯃꯣꯏ ꯍꯥꯟꯅ ꯆꯨꯔꯆꯥꯟꯄꯨꯔꯗ ꯏꯔꯥꯡ ꯊꯣꯛꯇ꯭ꯔꯤꯀꯥꯟꯗ ꯋꯦꯜ ꯑꯣꯐ ꯑꯣꯏꯅ ꯄꯩꯁꯥ ꯄꯥꯏꯔ ꯂꯩꯔꯝꯕꯅꯤꯅ ꯑꯉꯥꯡꯁꯤ ꯄ꯭ꯔꯥꯏꯚꯦꯠ ꯁ꯭ꯀꯨꯜꯗ ꯂꯣꯏ ꯊꯥꯏ ꯋꯦꯟ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛꯀꯤ ꯀꯟꯐ꯭ꯂꯤꯛꯁꯤ ꯊꯣꯛꯈ꯭ꯔ ꯃꯇꯨꯡꯗ ꯃꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯐꯥꯏꯅꯥꯟꯁꯤꯌꯦꯜꯂꯤ ꯄ꯭ꯔꯣꯕ꯭ꯂꯦꯝ ꯂꯩꯔꯦ ꯃꯌꯨꯝ ꯃꯀꯩ ꯂꯣꯏ ꯆꯥꯈ꯭ꯔꯦ ꯃꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯂꯩꯖꯕ ꯑꯃꯐꯥꯎ ꯂꯩꯇ꯭ꯔꯦ ꯑꯥꯏ ꯗꯤ ꯄꯤ ꯑꯣꯏꯅ ꯂꯩꯔꯦ ꯃꯇꯝꯗꯨꯗꯗꯤ ꯑꯉꯥꯡꯗꯨ ꯁ꯭ꯀꯨꯜ ꯀꯥꯗ ꯌꯥꯗ꯭ꯔꯕꯗꯣ ꯑꯉꯥꯡꯗꯨ ꯒꯚꯔꯟꯃꯦꯟꯠꯒꯤ ꯁ꯭ꯀꯨꯜꯗ ꯊꯥꯅꯤꯡꯗꯦ ꯀꯩꯒꯤꯅꯣꯗ ꯑꯉꯥꯡꯗꯨꯒꯤ ꯁ꯭ꯇꯦꯟꯗꯔꯠꯁꯦ ꯄ꯭ꯔꯥꯏꯚꯦꯠ ꯁ꯭ꯀꯨꯜꯗꯒꯤ ꯒꯚꯔꯟꯃꯦꯟꯠ ꯁ꯭ꯀꯨꯜꯗ ꯆꯠꯂꯒꯗꯤ ꯁ꯭ꯇꯦꯟꯗꯔꯠꯁꯦ ꯍꯟꯊꯔꯛꯄꯗꯧꯅ ꯃꯁꯥꯗ ꯂꯧꯖꯕ ꯑꯃ ꯂꯩꯌꯦꯕ ꯑꯗꯨ ꯉꯁꯥꯏꯒꯤ ꯑꯥꯏ ꯗꯤ ꯄꯤꯗ ꯂꯩꯔꯤꯕ ꯃꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯃꯦꯅꯦꯖꯃꯦꯟꯠ ꯀꯝꯃꯤꯇꯤꯗꯨꯅ ꯑꯉꯥꯡ ꯈꯔꯗꯤ ꯃꯣꯏꯅ ꯃꯦꯅꯦꯖ ꯇꯧꯔꯒ ꯄ꯭ꯔꯥꯏꯚꯦꯠ ꯁ꯭ꯀꯨꯜꯗ ꯊꯥꯏꯌꯦꯕ ꯋꯥꯏꯔꯦꯁ ꯃꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯐꯪꯒꯗꯧꯕ ꯄꯩꯁꯥꯗ ꯑꯦꯗꯖꯁ ꯇꯧꯔꯒ ꯉꯝꯖꯗꯕ ꯈꯔꯅꯗꯤ ꯒꯚꯔꯟꯃꯦꯟꯠꯒꯤꯗ ꯆꯠꯂꯦ ꯑꯩꯅ ꯁꯖꯦꯁꯟ ꯇꯧꯖꯩ ꯒꯚꯔꯟꯃꯦꯟꯠꯗ ꯀꯤꯂꯣꯃꯤꯇꯔ 5 ꯀꯤꯂꯣꯃꯤꯇꯔ 10 ꯆꯠꯂꯒ ꯁ꯭ꯀꯨꯜ ꯇꯝꯃꯤꯕ ꯑꯉꯥꯡꯁꯤꯡꯗꯨꯒꯤ ꯄ꯭ꯔꯣꯕ꯭ꯂꯦꯝ ꯂꯩꯗꯧ ꯁꯔꯨꯛꯄꯨꯗꯤ ꯅꯤꯡꯊꯧꯈꯣꯡꯒꯨꯝꯕꯗ ꯃꯣꯗꯔꯟ ꯁ꯭ꯀꯨꯜ ꯑꯣꯏꯅ ꯁꯦꯝꯗꯣꯛꯄ ꯌꯥꯕ ꯃꯐꯝ ꯒꯚꯔꯟꯃꯦꯟꯠꯅ ꯂꯨꯄꯥ ꯃꯌꯥꯝ ꯑꯃ ꯑꯥꯏ ꯗꯤ ꯄꯤꯗ ꯂꯥꯏꯔꯤꯛ ꯇꯝꯕ ꯑꯉꯥꯡꯁꯤꯡ ꯄꯩꯁా ꯄꯤꯗꯧ ꯁꯔꯨꯛꯄꯨꯗꯤ ꯁ꯭ꯀꯨꯜꯗꯨꯗ ꯄꯩꯁా ꯈꯔ ꯊꯥꯗꯕꯤꯔꯣ ꯍꯣꯁꯇꯦꯜ ꯍꯥꯡꯕꯤꯔꯣ ꯑꯉꯥꯡꯁꯤꯡ ꯑꯥꯏ ꯗꯤ ꯄꯤꯁꯤꯡꯗꯨ ꯂꯩꯍꯟꯕꯤꯔꯣ ꯍꯣꯁꯇꯦꯜꯗ ꯂꯩꯔꯒ ꯁ꯭ꯀꯨꯜꯗꯨ ꯇꯝꯍꯟꯕꯤꯔꯣ ꯑꯗꯨ ꯑꯣꯏꯔꯒꯗꯤ ꯉꯁꯥꯏ ꯑꯉꯥꯡ ꯂꯥꯏꯔꯤꯛ ꯇꯝꯕ ꯐꯪꯗꯕ ꯃꯌꯥꯝ ꯐꯪꯒꯅꯤ ꯑꯣꯖꯥꯁꯤꯡꯃꯛꯇꯤꯁꯨ ꯑꯐꯕ ꯑꯣꯖꯥ ꯕꯤꯁꯦꯝꯄꯨꯔ ꯗꯤꯁꯇ꯭ꯔꯤꯛꯀꯤ ꯑꯣꯏꯅ ꯈꯟꯒꯠꯂꯒ ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛꯀꯤ ꯃꯣꯗꯔꯟ ꯁ꯭ꯀꯨꯜꯗꯨꯗ ꯑꯣꯖꯥꯁꯤꯡꯕꯨ ꯊꯝꯕꯤꯔꯒ ꯑꯉꯥꯡ ꯑꯥꯏ ꯗꯤ ꯄꯤꯒꯤ ꯂꯥꯏꯔꯤꯛ ꯇꯝꯕ ꯐꯪꯈꯤꯗꯕ ꯑꯉꯥꯡꯁꯤꯡꯕꯨ ꯇꯝꯍꯟꯕꯤꯌꯨ ꯍꯥꯏꯅ ꯁꯖꯦꯁꯟ ꯇꯧꯕꯗ ꯁꯖꯦꯁꯟ ꯇꯧꯕꯅꯤ ꯏꯝꯄ꯭ꯂꯤꯃꯦꯟꯠꯗꯤ ꯇꯧꯗꯦ ꯑꯗꯨꯅꯗꯤ ꯏꯝꯄ꯭ꯂꯤꯃꯦꯟꯠ ꯇꯧꯒꯗꯧꯔꯤꯕ ꯑꯦꯖꯦꯟꯁꯤꯗꯨꯒ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯁꯤ ꯒꯦꯞ ꯂꯩ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯗꯨ ꯎꯠꯂꯦ ꯑꯗꯨꯗꯤ ꯑꯜꯇꯤꯃꯦꯠꯂꯤ ꯀꯅꯥꯅ ꯁꯐꯔ ꯑꯣꯏꯔꯣ ꯗ ꯑꯥꯏ ꯗꯤ ꯄꯤꯁ ꯑꯥꯔ ꯁꯐꯔ ꯖꯤꯔꯤꯕꯥꯝꯗꯁꯨ ꯖꯤꯔꯤꯕꯥꯝꯗ ꯀꯟꯐ꯭ꯂꯤꯛꯁꯤ ꯃꯇꯨꯡꯗ ꯑꯥꯏ ꯗꯤ ꯄꯤꯗ ꯂꯩꯔꯤꯕ ꯑꯉꯥꯡꯁꯤꯡ ꯂꯥꯏꯔꯤꯛ ꯇꯝꯕꯒꯤ ꯄ꯭ꯔꯣꯕ꯭ꯂꯦꯝ ꯃꯌꯥꯝ ꯂꯩ ꯀꯤꯂꯣꯃꯤꯇꯔ 10 ꯇꯥꯅ ꯁ꯭ꯀꯨꯜ ꯆꯠꯄꯒ ꯌꯥꯄꯣꯠꯇꯦ ꯑꯗꯨꯗꯤ ꯑꯅꯛꯄꯗ ꯂꯩꯕ ꯒꯚꯔꯟꯃꯦꯟꯠ ꯁ꯭ꯀꯨꯜ ꯑꯃꯗ ꯑꯦꯗꯖꯁ ꯇꯧꯅꯕ ꯍꯣꯠꯅꯕꯗ ꯉꯁꯥꯏꯒꯤ ꯄꯦꯔꯦꯟꯠꯁꯤꯡꯗꯨꯅ ꯌꯦꯠꯂꯦ ꯃꯥꯗꯤ ꯍꯥꯟꯅ ꯄ꯭ꯔꯥꯏꯚꯦꯠ ꯁ꯭ꯀꯨꯜ ꯇꯝꯃꯛꯄꯅꯤ ꯒꯚꯔꯟꯃꯦꯟꯠ ꯁ꯭ꯀꯨꯜ ꯑꯣꯖꯥꯐꯥꯎ ꯂꯩꯇꯕꯗ ꯀꯃꯥꯏꯅ ꯇꯝꯗꯣꯏꯅꯣ ꯀꯥꯏꯅ ꯑꯗꯨꯗꯤ ꯃꯗꯨꯒꯤ ꯄ꯭ꯔꯣꯕ꯭ꯂꯦꯝꯗꯨ ꯀꯅꯥꯅ ꯁꯣꯜꯚ ꯇꯧꯗꯣꯏꯅꯣ ꯑꯜꯇꯤꯃꯦꯠꯂꯤ ꯒꯚꯔꯟꯃꯦꯟꯠꯅꯅꯦꯕ ꯒꯚꯔꯟꯃꯦꯟꯠ ꯃꯤꯟꯁ ꯗꯤꯁꯇ꯭ꯔꯤꯛ ꯑꯦꯗꯃꯤꯅꯤꯁꯇ꯭ꯔꯦꯁꯟꯅ ꯑꯗꯨꯕꯨ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤꯗ ꯉꯁꯤ ꯐꯥꯎꯗ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ ꯎꯖꯕꯗ ꯃꯌꯥꯝꯒꯤ ꯒꯚꯔꯟꯃꯦꯟꯠ ꯁꯥꯔꯚꯦꯟꯠ ꯑꯣꯏꯔꯤꯕ ꯃꯌꯥꯝꯁꯤ ꯃꯇꯝ ꯂꯦꯟꯕꯗꯧꯅ ꯇꯧꯕꯅ ꯑꯌꯥꯝꯕ ꯎꯏꯌꯦꯕ ꯁꯤꯃꯗꯤ ꯑꯩꯅ ꯑꯣꯏꯔꯤ ꯃꯇꯝꯗ ꯑꯩ ꯁꯤꯃꯗꯤ ꯄꯥꯡꯊꯣꯛꯑꯝꯒꯦ ꯁꯤꯃꯗꯤ ꯃꯌꯥꯝꯒꯤ ꯑꯐꯅꯕ ꯇꯧꯔꯛꯀꯦ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯒꯤ ꯈꯟꯗꯕ ꯑꯩ ꯇꯣꯂꯣꯞ ꯐꯪꯉꯤ ꯑꯩ ꯄꯪꯂꯩ ꯂꯩꯁꯜ ꯂꯣꯏꯔꯦ ꯀꯥꯏꯅ ꯈꯟꯕ ꯉꯁꯤ ꯃꯈꯣꯏ ꯏꯃꯥꯡꯗ ꯎꯏꯌꯦꯕ ꯃꯁꯤ ꯑꯩ ꯆꯦꯂꯦꯟꯖ ꯏꯠ ꯃꯅꯤꯄꯨꯔꯒꯤ 90% of the employee they are not sincere honesty ꯌꯥꯎꯗꯦ ꯃꯣꯏꯗ ꯅꯣꯡꯉꯥꯜꯂꯒ ꯑꯣꯐꯤꯁ ꯀꯥꯔꯒ ꯑꯣꯐꯤꯁ ꯐꯝꯃꯒ ꯑꯩ ꯀꯗꯥꯏꯗꯒꯤ ꯄꯩꯁꯥ ꯐꯪꯒꯗꯒꯦ ꯍꯥꯏꯅ ꯈꯜꯂ ꯂꯩꯌꯦꯕ ꯑꯩ ꯇꯧꯕ ꯊꯕꯛꯀꯤ ꯇꯧꯗꯦ ꯑꯗꯨꯅ ꯉꯁꯤ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯔꯤꯚꯔꯁ ꯂꯥꯛꯏꯁꯦ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯃꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯍꯦꯕꯤꯠꯁꯤ ꯍꯣꯏ ꯀꯟꯐ꯭ꯂꯤꯛ ꯂꯩꯕꯤꯗꯨꯅ ꯍꯥꯏꯔꯁꯤ ꯀꯟꯐ꯭ꯂꯤꯛ ꯂꯩꯇ꯭ꯔꯤꯉꯩ ꯃꯃꯥꯡꯗꯁꯨ ꯃꯁꯤ ꯎ ꯂꯥꯛꯑꯕꯅꯤ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ ꯃꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯍꯦꯕꯤꯠꯁꯦ ꯊꯥꯗꯣꯛꯇ꯭ꯔꯤꯉꯩꯗꯤ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯁꯤ ꯃꯅꯤꯡ ꯍꯜꯂꯒ ꯏꯀꯣꯟ ꯀꯣꯟꯕꯗꯗꯤ ꯃꯐꯝ ꯈꯪꯗꯅ ꯃꯥꯡꯈꯤꯕ ꯖꯥꯇꯤ ꯑꯣꯏꯕꯁꯨ ꯌꯥꯏ ꯃꯅꯤꯄꯨꯔ ꯃꯐꯝ ꯈꯪꯗꯕ ꯖꯥꯇꯤ ꯑꯣꯏꯅ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯂꯩꯈꯤꯕꯗꯨ ꯅꯨꯡꯉꯥꯏꯇꯦ ꯉꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯂꯩꯔꯤꯕ ꯁꯤꯁꯇꯦꯝꯗ ꯁꯨꯝ ꯆꯠ ꯇꯥꯔꯒꯗꯤ ꯖꯥꯇꯤ ꯈꯔꯗꯤ ꯃꯅꯤꯄꯨꯔꯗꯤ ꯃꯥꯡꯈꯤꯕ ꯌꯥꯏ ꯑꯗꯨꯒꯤ ꯃꯅꯨꯡꯗ ꯃꯦ ꯕꯤ ꯏꯟꯀ꯭ꯂꯨꯗꯦड ꯃꯩꯇꯩ ꯑꯣꯜꯁꯣ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯋꯥꯈꯜ ꯈꯟꯕ ꯇꯥꯏ ꯑꯗꯨꯅ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯇꯨꯡꯒꯤ ꯐ꯭ꯌꯨꯆꯔ ꯂꯦꯞꯊꯣꯛꯀꯗꯧꯔꯤꯕ ꯑꯉꯥꯡꯁꯤꯡ ꯐꯅ ꯁꯦꯝꯅꯕ ꯐꯅ ꯂꯩꯍꯧꯅꯕ ꯃꯈꯣꯏꯅ ꯑꯐꯕ ꯌꯨꯝꯕꯤ ꯑꯣꯏꯍꯧꯅꯕ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯁꯤ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ ꯋꯥꯈꯜ ꯊꯥꯗꯕ ꯑꯃ ꯆꯪꯉꯤ ꯑꯗꯨꯅ ꯉꯁꯤ ꯃꯅꯤꯄꯨꯔ ꯄ꯭ꯔꯣꯇꯦꯛꯁꯟ ꯑꯣꯐ ꯆꯥꯏꯜ ꯔꯥꯏꯠꯅ ꯁꯦꯝꯕꯤꯔꯤꯕ ꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯈꯨꯗꯣꯡꯆꯥꯕ ꯂꯧꯔꯒ ꯂꯦꯡꯕꯤꯔꯛꯂꯤꯕ ꯈꯨꯗꯤꯡꯃꯛ ꯃꯃꯥ ꯃꯄꯥ ꯑꯣꯏꯕꯤꯔꯤꯕ ꯈꯨꯗꯤꯡꯃꯛ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯇꯨꯡꯒꯤ ꯑꯉꯥꯡ ꯏꯆꯥꯁꯤꯡꯒꯤ ꯁꯦꯝꯅꯕꯒꯤꯗꯃꯛꯇ ꯂꯩꯔꯤꯕ ꯑꯦꯛ ꯔꯨꯜ ꯃꯌꯥꯝꯁꯦ ꯐꯖꯅ ꯄ꯭ꯔꯣꯕꯤꯖꯟ ꯃꯌꯥꯝꯁꯦ ꯐꯖꯅ ꯏꯝꯄ꯭ꯂꯤꯃꯦꯟꯠ ꯇꯧꯗꯦ ꯇꯧꯗ꯭ꯔꯒꯗꯤ ꯀꯔꯝꯕ ꯑꯦꯖꯦꯟꯁꯤꯅ ꯀꯔꯝꯅ ꯍꯥꯏꯔꯒ ꯃꯗꯨꯒꯤ ꯏꯝꯄ꯭ꯂꯤꯃꯦꯟꯠ ꯇꯧꯔꯒ ꯊꯕꯛ ꯑꯣꯏꯅ ꯄꯥꯡꯊꯣꯛꯀꯗꯒꯦ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯗꯣ ꯃꯁꯤ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯑꯣꯅꯔꯦꯕꯜ ꯆꯤꯌꯔꯄꯔꯁꯟꯗꯁꯨ ꯑꯩ ꯃꯁꯤ ꯁꯖꯦꯁꯟ ꯇꯧꯖꯔꯤ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯃꯅꯤꯄꯨꯔ ꯍ꯭ꯌꯨꯃꯦꯟ ꯔꯥꯏꯠ ꯀꯃꯤꯁꯟꯗꯒꯤ ꯄꯥꯡꯕ ꯌꯥꯕꯁꯨ ꯃꯇꯦꯡ ꯄꯥꯡꯖꯒꯦ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯖꯣꯏꯟꯠꯂꯤꯁꯨ ꯋꯥꯛ ꯇꯧꯖꯈ꯭ꯔꯦ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯃꯅꯤꯄꯨꯔ ꯍ꯭ꯌꯨꯃꯦꯟ ꯔꯥꯏꯠ ꯀꯃꯤꯁꯟ ꯋꯨꯃꯦꯟ ꯀꯃꯤꯁꯟ ꯆꯥꯏꯜ ꯔꯥꯏꯠ ꯀꯃꯤꯁꯟ ꯑꯍꯨꯝ ꯄꯨꯜꯂꯒ ꯗꯤꯁꯇ꯭ꯔꯤꯛ ꯈꯨꯗꯤꯡ ꯆꯠꯂꯒ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯂꯩꯔꯤꯕ ꯄ꯭ꯔꯣꯕ꯭ꯂꯦꯝ ꯃꯌꯥꯝꯁꯤ ꯀꯃꯥꯏꯅ ꯁꯣꯜꯕ ꯇꯧꯕ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯒꯤ ꯋꯥꯛꯁꯨ ꯇꯧꯖꯈ꯭ꯔꯦ ꯀꯟꯁꯜꯇꯦꯇꯤቭ ꯃꯤꯇꯤꯡ ꯃꯌꯥꯝ ꯇꯧꯗꯅ ꯑꯗꯨꯅ ꯑꯩꯒꯤ ꯁꯦꯁꯟꯗꯤ ꯉꯁꯤ ꯂꯦꯡꯕꯤꯔꯤꯕ ꯃꯌꯥꯝꯅ ꯁꯣꯖꯣꯛ ꯄꯤꯅꯕꯤꯔꯒ ꯇꯨꯡꯗ ꯂꯥꯛꯀꯗꯧꯔꯤꯕ ꯑꯉꯥꯡꯁꯤꯡꯕꯨ ꯑꯐꯕ ꯃꯥꯏꯀꯩꯗ ꯄꯨꯅꯕꯒꯤꯗꯃꯛꯇ ꯂꯩꯔꯤꯕ ꯑꯦꯛ ꯔꯨꯜꯁ ꯄ꯭ꯔꯣꯕꯤꯖꯟ ꯃꯌꯥꯝꯁꯤ ꯏꯝꯄ꯭ꯂꯤꯃꯦꯟ ꯇꯧꯕꯗ ꯃꯌꯥꯝ ꯑꯉꯝꯕ ꯃꯇꯦꯡ ꯃꯌꯥꯝꯒꯤ ꯀooperation दरकार होय है थमजरगा दिनजगे
Participants to kindly keep their phones in silent mode for smooth functioning of the conference. Thank you. Proceeding to the next speaker, we are equally privileged to have with us Shri Kaisham Pradeep Kumar, Honorable Chairperson, Manipur Commission for Protection of Child Rights, MCPCR. Appointed in December 2023, Shri Pradeep Kumar has been leading the Commission with a strong focus on addressing the mental health, education, and safety of children affected by conflict. Prior to this, he served as Chairperson of the Child Welfare Committee and convener of the Manipur Alliance for Child Rights, uniting NGOs and individuals in the field of child protection. As chairperson, he has actively championed the implementation of the Manipur State Policy for Children and taken proactive steps in ensuring justice and protection for minors. May I now invite Shri Kaisham Pradeep Kumar to kindly deliver his address.
Respected Member Secretary NCPCR, Mr. Kangjam Khagendra, Honorable Acting Chairperson, Manipur Human Rights Commission, respected Robert Singh Chettimeum IAS, Secretary Social Welfare Department, and also looking after as Member Secretary of the Commission, representative of different child welfare committees, DCPUs, juvenile justice boards, civil society, NGOs, and dear friends. Manipur today stands at a historically unprecedented moment. Our state shelters more than 65,000 internally displaced persons, including approximately 25,000 children, the highest proportion ever recorded in any Indian state so far. This is not just a number. It is a reflection of lives disrupted or futures placed on hold and of childhood lost to violence. For over 2.5 years, Manipur has witnessed a conflict that has divided communities, but more painfully has united our children in suffering, both in the hills and in the valley. They are the silent victims of fear, loss, and displacement. They have lost homes, schools, friends, and the comfort of safety. At the very root of this tragedy lies a protection failure. The visible signs, mental health crisis, school dropouts, trafficking, child labor, and early marriages are only symptoms of a much deeper wound. When protection collapses, everything else falls apart. The Manipur Commission for Protection of Child Rights, despite limited resources, has been doing what it can in partnership with UNICEF Northeast and technical support of RIM Psychiatry and the Clinical Psychology Department and State Health Department. We have successfully carried out field assessment of IDP relief camps and organized mental health and psychosocial support clinics, 7 in total, across 7 districts, 4 in the hills such as Chandel, Tenopal, Churachampur, Kangpokpi, and 3 in Valley, Imphal East, Taugwal, Kakshing, Imphal West, reaching nearly 4,000 children in just the last 3 months. These clinics have revealed alarming findings. Many children show symptoms of severe trauma and PTSD. Even more tragically, in the span of just 3 months, 4 children, including 2 IDP, and boys as young as 13 years of age died by suicide. These are not isolated events, they are warning signals of a deep mental health emergency. To make our response more community driven, we have also begun assessing unreached and left out children for inclusion under the Mission Vatsalya sponsorship scheme. Through close coordination with DCPUs, CWCs, and the Social Welfare Department and District Administration, these efforts are helping us link displaced children to community-based rehabilitation. They are small but vital steps towards building accountability and ensuring that we truly reach the last needy child. But much more needs to be done. We urgently require a dedicated child protection and a mental health monitoring unit in the state, which is a centralized mechanism to maintain real-time data, track child's needs, and coordinate timely interventions. Friends, we also need a structured mental health improvement action plan, one that brings together counseling, life skill education, art therapy, and community participation, all working in convergence with health, education, social welfare, and cultural institutions. Our schools, cultural institutions, and the sports organization must also come forward. They must not only rebuild learning but also rebuild lives, helping children regain resilience, empathy, and hope through art therapy and games and sports. Friends, this crisis compels us to think beyond immediate relief. It calls for a comprehensive state child policy that protects every child at every level, from chronic issues like human trafficking, recruitment of child soldiers, early marriage, child sexual abuse, and corporal punishment, to emerging threats like child suicides, cyberbullying, mobile phone addiction, substance abuse, and the growing challenges faced by gender non-conforming children. And as we move further into the digital age, we must recognize a new frontier of risks, the impact of artificial intelligence on childhood learning and identity. We must ensure that technology enhances, not replaces, real human learning, creativity, and relationships. Our children need teachers, not just algorithms, real experiences, not just virtual ones. Therefore, I earnestly appeal to the government of Manipur to expedite the notification of the much-awaited Manipur State Policy for Children 2025. Let there be no further delay. This is not merely an administrative step. It is indeed an act of commitment to shape what may be the most traumatized generation of our time, our children, I mean. The future of Manipur is peace, healing, is humanity, and is progress depends on how we protect our children today. Their sustainable development goals, their dreams, their very lives hang in the balance. We owe them more than sympathy. We owe them deliverable action, urgent, coordinated, and compassionate action. Thank you very much. Mayam amukan nai nungai bapondok ngasigi technical session da presentation PB gadaba respected Sri Salam Imocha, retired district and session judge akoigi child rights ki program kiyada lengbiraktuna saruk yabirakpa mishamani thagatsari Sri Salam Sapam Dilip, Assistant Professor, Department of Law, Manipur University, Thagatsari akoigi thabak kiyada mateng pangbirakuna lai. Sri Somorjit Singh, Superintendent of Police, Crime Against Women and Children, Mahana Situation Analysis on Child Trafficking Thambigani. And at last, not least, I am mentioning the name of Sri Paresa, who is a beloved brother, who has been extending his all cooperation possible. Looking after Manipur is one of the closest to his heart, and this event also made possible because of his kind cooperation with guiding guides of the respected Member Secretary Dr. Rajiv Sharma. I am thankful to both of him. So thank you very much once again.
Group photo session to mark this memorable occasion. After the group photo session, we will be transitioning immediately to the technical sessions. We request the participants to kindly stay for the upcoming sessions. Challenges of the POCSO Act 2012, issues, gaps, and challenges in implementation. May I request the organizers to kindly present a token of appreciation to Sri Salam Imocha as a mark of our respect and gratitude. Sanjeev Sharma, Member Secretary, NCPCR.
Procedural law and miscellaneous provision. The substantive law in the Act defines the various offences against children below the age of 18 years and the punishment for those offences. There are 8 offences defined in the Act. Those offences are penetrative sexual assault, aggravated sexual assault. These definitions, these offences are defined, say, in Chapter 2 to Chapter 4 under Section 3 to 18. So I'll just name those offences and you can go through the relevant Act because I may not have time to explain all those definitions and I don't think it will be also required to explain the definitions while considering the topic. Anyway, the first offense is penetrative sexual assault, Section 3, aggravated sexual assault, that is Section 5, then sexual assault, that is Section 7, aggravated sexual assault, sexual harassment and use of child for pornography, then you have abatement of offense, then attempt to commit an offense. These are the offenses defined in the POCSO Act. So further explanation I don't think will be required, so I will skip that. I will skip the definitions. The next comes the procedural law. It's very important. The most salient feature or a very important feature of the Act is the procedural law. In fact, the Act has introduced child-friendly procedure. POCSO Act, along with JJ Act, has brought about a new jurisprudence on juvenile justice system by introducing child-friendly procedures. See, if you compare this procedure with the procedure that was prevailing prior to the enforcement of this law, that is CRPC, you'll find there's a little change in the procedure. I'll come to that when I explain in detail later on. Here I will only mention those child-friendly procedures. Actually, those child-friendly procedures are required to minimize the trauma felt by the child during investigation and any possible victimization of the child at the time of trial. At the same time, it is also required to protect the victim child from any intimidation, intended or otherwise, during the entire, proceedings, right from investigation to trial, end of the trial. And on top of that, this is required because the victim sides are easily intimidated by the prevailing investigating system under the CRPC. So this prevailing investigative system under CRPC is not suited for the children. Very intimidating. So anyway, the next resources will be taking flight at 12:45. You should have requested him to speak before me. I will not have minded because this will the POXO this will take some time. I cannot make it in such a way that I may not be able to give you the real the purpose meaning of my deliberation.
Sir, you kindly calculate.
No, if you see, he can come and finish his thing. I will continue after him, no problem. I don't have any egos on that, please.
Sure, sir.
Yeah, please. I don't have any egos on that. Otherwise, it should have been better if you are leaving by 12:45. Anyway, because the early session have taken more than 1 hour.
Yeah.
And this my deliberation, I cannot,
No, this is the most important thing, actually.
make it, I cannot finish it within say half an hour.
I'll finish
I was
it.
given only say half an hour, but then I wanted to request the organizer to give me more time, because the child-friendly procedures are nothing but protection given to the victim child. Anyway, please.
Sir, my session somebody else can take. You kindly.
No, please, no. You come all the way. Say, please. I have no egos, please.
However, since it is taking time, first of all, my humble apologies to you, sir. Sir, I extend my apologies. This was not the right way to interrupt, and I must inform all the audience. The POXO session is one of the most important sessions. I am not just saying for the heck of it, but trust me, across the country, this is something which we really need a deeper understanding of the entire things. And plus, an experienced judge who is sharing about the small nuances which a lot of our police officers are here. A lot of other CWC members and other functionaries who are dealing with such cases on day-to-day basis, they must pay minutest attention to what sir is going to say, because out there in National Commission for Protection of Child Rights, every cases that are coming in POXO, we are able to see there are several numerous gaps, because in many places either the case perhaps is not understood properly, or it is disposed of haphazardly sometimes, or sometimes like what Dr. Sanjeev Sharma, sir, Member Secretary, mentioned about that girl child, how a fake case had come to us, which appeared so real that we persisted. And of course, the romantic issues involved and elopement, etc., which I was discussing with sir. So those aspects, when will be touched, kindly pay much attention. My job was to talk about safety and security of children in schools, and I am going to be quickly rushing upon because I won't take much time. Sir, Honorable Chairperson of Manipur SCPCR, who is here with us, he is not only a mentor, a guide, a good friend also. I call him Tamo. He is my elder brother, and under his leadership, I have been coming to Manipur for last many years, and we have had detailed discussion with the State Education Department also. This is about the manual on safety and security of children in schools. Now, NCPCR, while there are numerous instances of issues reported about safety of children, there are several cases which has come to us uh, about the rising violence, bullying, and unsafe school environments, and there has been a lack of comprehensive mechanism to deal with such cases. That's why we had to come up in 2017. I can proudly say that I was part of the drafting of this manual. I was one of the persons who has drafted this manual. Out here in Government of India, in state governments, there are multiple guidelines, circulars, government orders, so and so forth. CBSE has done something, Ministry of Education has done something, uh, there is disaster relief, they have done something, and there is so many separate, because typically what we all do is we like to work in silos, and sometimes there is no sharing of our knowledge also, and that's why we are not able to meet the desired results that we aim to achieve. So having said that, what we did in the commission is we sat down, we acquired all the existing material which is there on the school safety of children. There are approximately 22 to 25 government orders, circulars, notifications, etc., which we sort of sat down, we collated, and we came up with a manual. I have that manual copy with me. I'll share it with sir also so that it will reach all of you. Now that manual typically talks about what all entails while we talk about safety of a child in the school. Incidentally, Ministry of Education has adopted this. It has notified it. CBSE has notified it via its circulars in March 2017, then subsequently in 22. So this is, incidentally, it should be there in every school. For every school, the PTAs, the SMCs in the government schools, the typically the State Child Commission, and any such bodies who wish to do an audit of the school, they should be able to do it through this manual. Because end of this manual, there is a detailed checklist which talks about various aspects of infrastructure, health and hygiene, disaster which is man-made, and also the natural disaster, calamities, etc. The readiness and the preparedness on the school's part to deal with such cyberbullying, corporal punishment, POXO, sexual abuse, physical abuse, all such instances are covered in a very exhaustive checklist as annexures of this manual. So my humble request through this session here in the state level workshop that please, sir, you may kindly see that this manual reaches every school and it has been adopted in letter and spirit so that we will be able to help a lot of children. Because if we talk about abuse, typically corporal punishment, you all know, is banned. Section 17 of the RTE Act says that any kind of discrimination against a child or meeting a child with a physical punishment in the guise of discipline is a complete no-no. Section 75 of the Juvenile Justice Care and Protection Act talks about the cruelty against child. So if you are meeting punishment, बच्चे को discipline करने के लिए हम, traditionally we all have grown up getting some kind of punishments. In our schools, when I was growing up, when I was a child, I was in a government school, I was in Kendriya Vidyalaya, and my teachers took pride in disciplining us by spanking us very nicely and tightly. And we all grew up thinking that this is the actual way of dealing or disciplining a child, but typically it is not. It is not the right way. There are many ways of engaging with child in a positive manner, in a psychosocially healthy manner, because Chairperson Saab is also very sensitive about the mental health issues and needs. Addressing a child who is subjected to corporal punishment can go through enormous amount of mental trauma. I remember with me, my friends were there, even myself, some of our teachers, they used discrimination to bring about discipline. And I can tell you for sure, as a student of psychology, as a practicing psychologist for so many years in my life, this is the worst form of abuse that you can do to a child. And the scars of discrimination can stay lifelong, and the manifestations can be really deeper when such children grow up as adults. There are high chances, high risks that they will start abusing others. They will perhaps misuse their authority. I don't say that everybody will do that, but the research says that there are high chances that a child who has been abused in the childhood will enact play up those kind of emotions with other children or with others around. You will see in our workplaces also, there are bullies. In our official spaces also, in our day-to-day grown-up adult lives, the interactions that we have with each other, somebody is trying to always be at the top, in the command, and trying to. So these are the patterns that we have learned over a period of time while growing up, and that's how we act upon. So Section 31 of the RT Act, Section 32 of the RT Act, Section 75, Rule 93 of the JJ Act, Section 109 of the JJ Act, and National Education Policy, which came out in 2013 and 2020, talks about safety and security of children in school. What is school safety typically? If you can see, school safety has been defined as creating safe environment for children starting from their homes to their schools and back. This includes safety from any kind of abuse, violence, psychosocial issue, disaster, natural and man-made, etc. Emotional safety is a bigger component. We must always focus on this and trying to ensure that our children are emotionally safe. Bullying is also a kind of victimization, and people or children who go through bullying, they suffer low self-esteem. Commission has taken out exclusive guidelines on bullying and cyberbullying per se. This is all available on our website. Kindly download it, kindly read it, kindly have it in your schools. I just saw, I think madam, you are from Education Department, right? So my request to you is that please take these things with you and share it within your department, because incidentally we have not been able to have exclusive sessions on corporal punishments, which we have. So I will request that safe and secure environment should be addressed at the school with all the staff. There is something called multi-sectoral responsibility. So if there is a grievance of a child, whether it is of a physical abuse or a sexual abuse or any kind of violence the child goes through, then whom should the child take up? Whose responsibility it is? When the case, I was heading education division in NCPCR, and I can share with you that there were several such instances where school authorities will outrightly deny that it is not our responsibility. If the child has been victimized, it is the parent's responsibility. In 2014, 15 or 16, I don't remember clearly, 17, I came to Manipur to do a state-level workshop on safe and secure transport as per the directives of Honorable Supreme Court. It was in Namgyanga, Shanglin, there is one hall over there, and I was addressing people over there, and I realized that Manipur was very proactive in taking up the safety issues related to transport, etc. We will get to know in our discussions that how much have we been able to implement that. That's a separate thing. But out there, I realized that there was a lot of seriousness about this aspect. So I'm reminded of the fact when a child is in transport, a lot of issues that came up to us कि यहाँ पे जो bus है, autos है, children are transferred to school in packed autos, and they do not follow any norms. There are guidelines and norms for a school bus which has to be adhered to. But however, due to such challenges, I think that was not getting implemented then. I don't know what is the situation now. You people can tell me better. But if it is the same, then maybe it is time that we should touch upon it and address it once again. That also becomes part of school safety. Now, and the point was that school says that it is parents' responsibility if something happens to a child into the bus. If the child is getting to school in the bus, then parents say that it was school's responsibility. School says it is parents' responsibility. Whose responsibility is it anyway? You know, so there is this document which I am going to leave with you. It talks about the responsibility to be fixed at what level, should be responsible, etc. So on and so forth. Kindly look at that. I am not going to go into details of it right now because it will take a lot of time. All right. So these are some of the cases that you see. This keeps coming to NCPCR. Now, out of school children is a huge problem. Safety also entails that if a child is not in the school, it is the right of the child as per the constitution of our country and as per the RT Act that every child should avail between 6 to 14 years formal education in the school. अगर बच्चा स्कूल में नहीं है तो किधर है? This is the question that we all should ask. It is important for us to ask this question, and there are every possibility that a child might get trafficked at the risk because the perpetrators or these traffickers who are actually in a very organized nexus, they are always on lookout of a easy catch, easy prey. So अगर बच्चा स्कूल में नहीं है, the Child Labour Amendment Prohibition Act 2016 talks about fixing the accountability of headmasters of the school. If a child is not coming to school for more than 30 days, then the Act says that the child should be informed as out-of-school children. For the first time, there is a definition of out-of-school which came in this CalPR Act. So we need to look at that. And the manual addresses the infrastructure safety part, health and hygiene, well-being, including the psychosocial well-being, roles and responsibilities of teacher, and monitoring. These are the aspects which are covered in the manual of NCPCR, which is a compilation of 22 existing government orders, circulars, etc., which I said. And these are some of the government orders and circulars, like guidelines by MHRD, then MHRD, now Ministry of Education, then Home Affairs, etc. So SSA framework, NVS, sexual abuse guidelines, etc., handbook of administrator by again Ministry of Home Affairs, then NCRT, etc. So, and drinking water and sanitation, road transportation, several guidelines were there. We studied all of them, and this is the compilation. So, in the nutshell, this is about the safety and security of children, and one part that school management is required to implement and monitor safety measures. Teachers and staff are required to identify risk, ensure vigilance. Parents should stay engaged and report issues. Children should participate in safety activities, and authorities should conduct inspections and ensure compliance, including our commissions. So the State Commission is obviously very active in Manipur. I am very happy to share that whenever I have discussed anything, some or the other action has already been taken by the State Commission. I realize one of the cases, I am not going to name the district in Manipur, neither I am going to talk about the name of the school, some residential school there was, and then a sexual abuse instance which was reported to your commission and to our commission also, and somehow because of delayed action in the sexual abuse matter, because headmaster or somebody, some school authority was involved in that sexual abuse of the child in this, and then everybody was held accountable, including the State Commission chairperson also, I think, former, because the action was delayed and it was not in time. So it becomes what Sir was also trying to say, that POXO, and what Member Secretary Saab also said in the morning, that mandatory reporting is extremely important in POXO. We cannot be absolved of our responsibilities of not reporting, timely reporting and timely action. Delayed action will invite action against us also. Suppose you know a case and you are quiet, that will not make sense. You will have to stand up and report the case. So let's remember that part. And in the digital era, cyberbullying or the grooming is one of the new concepts. Not so new now. Children are engaging into social media, Instagram. One experience was shared by Dr. Sharma in the morning, our member secretary. There are numerous experiences. I am also heading a CSAM in the commission, which is a child sexual abuse material. There is a CSAM cell, and there is a cyber aspect, a cell related to deal with the cyber crimes. So that cell also recently I started looking after, and there are numerous such cases wherein children have been victimized due to various internet usages, and they have been fraudulently, victimized through the cyberspace. So such instances will be coming to your notice also. Manipur is having a porous border. Vulnerabilities are high. Instances of children going out of the state are higher. And I must inform you that both the commissions at the national and the state level, we are working very, very closely, jointly. Very recently in past year, Honorable Chairperson of Manipur had reached out to us. He shared with me that one girl was getting trafficked, and we immediately informed the CISF. We alerted the CISF in the airport of Delhi, and we alerted the relevant other districts where the girl could have gone. She was apprehended, questioned, because it was assumed that one girl, one lady, who was actually not sure at that time that she was acting as a trafficker. So the bottom line is, there has to be convergence, there has to be quick action. We have created WhatsApp groups. You should also create WhatsApp groups. I am heading anti-trafficking cell in the commission, and I wish to tell you that, especially because I am glad so many police officers are here, the first hour is so important. If we don't swiftly act in 1 hour, every possibility of the child getting lost are humongous. And I'm happy to share more than 936 cases have been dealt by my anti-trafficking cell. We have been able to rescue 936 or 39 children from the clutches of traffickers. few girls were rescued middle of the night from the train itself while they were getting traffic. It was all because of prompt action support held by NGOs, by the police, by the railway police, and all stakeholders. When we come in convergence, we are able to act and save a life. If you pay attention to the safety manual, if it is there in every school, we will be able to save a lot of children from violence, emotional violence, physical violence, etc., so on and so forth. And I would just, Madam, can you kindly hand over the manual to me? I would like to show everyone. See that this, sir, you may kindly see that this is there in the schools. And yeah, so some of the key recommendations: conduct cyber safety sessions in school, display helpline numbers, integrate digital citizenship, collaborate with police, cyber cells, NGOs, and periodic reviews are required. And safety is a collective responsibility. And with this, I would like to conclude, and my humble apologies to you, sir, once again for interrupting within your session. And thank you for patiently listening to me. Thank you so much.
Moving on, apologies for the earlier interruption on technical session 1. I now request Shri Salam Imocha to kindly continue to address about implementation challenges of POCSO Act 2012.
The substantive law in POCSO Act, and I was just touching the procedural law, and I was trying to explain that in the Act, child-friendly procedure has been introduced. I believe everybody is comfortable with Varipuri. I see so many police officers that I might better explain myself in my language, but there are certain issues which I can explain better in English. So I'll be deliberating my deliberation both in English and Manipuri. Is it okay with everyone? Thank you again. Thank you again. So why the child-friendly procedures has been introduced in the POCSO Act? Child-friendly procedures it's a big question. We should all child-friendly procedures they are the protection provided to the victim girls. Child-friendly the people say that but protection protection investigation of other offences in general crimes or other statutory crimes. Indian Penal Code, my time was Indian Penal Code in CRPC and Indian Evidence Act, so I'll be using the all say Act and the sections. You can say just say from the comparative table in the new Act. Comparative table the IPC CRPC section 11 CRPC any statutory crime investigation to POCSO gi makada to investigation se masi kitang khene aduna child friendly puthori si karino asi loina na hujil khana chalamba the prevailing investigative system CRPC da chaliba koli se masi di adult ki accused singi matakta thigatpa khogatpada sinaba oina sengiba eknina angang singda koi masigi same procedure je pibu matam seida angang singi chunadeba haidi ngasai koi earlier speaker mayam su first session da su as well as koi kanona su haidi gre angang sing se vulnerable oi makoi se they are very easily intimidated and they are very easily led away. And Moisi Moina Ubada Nuaitaba, Natraga, Haitare, Moina Kaluba, Kandu, Natava, Umatum Sida, they are overwhelmed. Idimosi, Pakapani, Kanzi, Amakangi, Kanoto, Bunina. Child high level procedures, Sharpish, the Yomi Bar, and procedures, Tunade, and then a child friendly procedure. High child friendly or say is nothing but protection given to the accused, the victim. Victim the bigger protection not the child friendly, I say. Aduna Masigi child friendly live sharing as I should consider I go ma angang sing sina had sexual mangon the assault or matamsi say that masi trauma feel the way packet gumba kibo gumba haidi mangon the yam tina hainadaba amathueva asi karamba angang na karamba kodi children na karamba stage da thok dagi haibusu khar kheneyeba angang jahi dipan natraga jahi nipani makha who I think is not aware of her body magi masagi patum khangda khotba mayam to khotba siga adigi jahi se 14 mathak ko kitang gyan tar ko kolba magi haksang si aware of ko ani sigi trauma su khar khene ya anga masama koi jahi se there are cases where say tari nipan o victim ko su yawi they experience pain in their say private parts or other parts of the body. They are not trauma say trying to trauma my body is aware of matam say that trauma anyway hi go mayam sigi koi angang si koi karai yamna measured koi dabunina life ki punchi shigumba awareness of the body then dignity of being a woman this and that so many say distinctions between male and female ani ki pochi mayam se khangdaba matamus say da child friendly oiba amto oiba adugumba procedure ma masi introduced over aduna all say procedures are like I said I let me repeat again because it is very important I use in khangda the virus say child friendly procedure the PU ma'am say nothing but all protection PU never victim angang say general crime the investigation to matam say what are the steps very step to give general crime to matam say as soon as the crime is reported FIR ma start toguni case summary start toguni then you proceed to the place of occurrence. At the place of occurrence, I will do not ascertain the facts and situation of circumstances of the case. Then comes if the accused is not, arrest the accused. The fourth step is the collection of evidence. The fifth step is to form an opinion whether charge sheet or final report is to be submitted. There are the five steps. Normal investigation the first response, the first step to be taken by an IO in investigation of general crimes or other serious crimes. Ma crime to open second. Aduga certain already fake situation. Tamai to kotada to koban to any possible next step accused arrest. Aduga collection evidence will be forward. But Poksogi Shida say that investigation over have a head on Matam say that once report over Matam say that high level report to my report already a fire Salani Aduga Musiki Ayushina Makom Dilsaleva. My first response Ayushi first response first step share to take care and protection of the victim to be carried protection must be mistake with him. And is it Keneo? Aduna, when the Pokso case investigation to I will say, Magi mindset say, for your normal investigation, your mindset, and be shift of once again. Your attention should be carried protection of the victim. Victim Shigi. My caring protection, Luchang Doni, Maji, medical attendance, Dakar, police staff, medical attendance, all the medical attendance required or needed by the victim peer review. That is within 24 hours of the report. Ali Matung states the CWC report already of the matter. Why? Why there is a statutory condition that the IO should make a report to the CWC? It is only to enable the CWC to provide all the protection facilities, services under the Act. but I will be one very important thing that needs discussion is these various services provided to the victim under the Act. Protection services period. Translator, interpreter, person, I'll come to that. Aduna, protection, Shigi Miami, Mark, she say the Haiba, Pochi, Wakana, Ningwani. I must say, Konalage, only child friendly procedure, say, must see, Karam discussed over it can be discussed under three heads mandatory reporting. Actually, I'm mandatory reporting. Next up. See, protection through mandatory reporting. That is chapter 5 under section 19 to 23. Then protection through child-friendly investigation. See now, chapter 6 under section 24-27. Then protection through trial by special court. Then protection through child-friendly trial procedure. Protection through reverse presumption. There is section 29 and 30. The last protection may be discussed under payment of compensation. So these are the protection. I'll come to this later on. Now, the third head under which the Act has been laid out is miscellaneous provision. Miscellaneous provision is very important. It provides certain direction, it empowers the government, certain authorities, say government authorities, other NGOs for better and effective implementation of the Act. See, under section 39, and this is chapter 9, it starts from section 39 to section 46. The entire POCSO Act has only 46 sections. So section 39 says that the State Commission for Protection of Child Rights must issue guidelines to be used for the use of NGOs and other experts, the experts, educators, this and that, who will be cooperating with the trial and with the investigation and the trial to assist the child victim. Aduna haiba shigi mayamgi services issue yang important however I will come later to that. Aduna haiba mayam si I know haiba protection mayam se I one by one we explain to I don't think it will take a lot of time. Aduna I must skip to can stage da I Kona Manu points to elaborate again. And high miscellaneous provisions they say that the government is enjoying. Government say the Moina Mato Mopi, but the guideline we shoot away. I guide shoot over say Masigi Matam say that Kanasina no idea Joba, Mayam Busina, guideline. I need more period of assistance, Karipini, Kupni, guideline, Gadugi, people guideline about shoot over the high. Aina retired over women the state the guideline, people the Adubu Ministry of Women and Child Development, Nadi guideline, model guideline under section 39 of the POCSO Act, 2013, September 2013, issued over. I did CWC, maybe you are the good company. Issued over. I have a copy with me, to shoot Kanodigi, Google say Karidagi, India, download Kanoni, Karadun, and Notabi Avenue. And a high level, Mayam Punama say, Masi, it's just a glance of also Act. I have home city just glance. Although who say the salient features of the Act. see a high to silent features and the logic. I have a police officer, I'll focus more on the investigation area. I do the investigation Matanga, Karabudi Pangre, highly Guziki, more investigation. I think some of police officer may have say, Oxogi investigation to Kari Yarum Ganiaba, any so Kandala. Annoying investigation to Matamas state. Routine mechanical conduct the investigation with a split of the egg. Egg the pea was split she the Aduga, she Noina Kogi Kaihata, she raised the issues in borderline cases. He said is the deciding factor whether the case comes within the purview of POXO Act. POXO Act, Sandra, I say, he the young depend over. POXO is applicable only where the victim is a child below the age of 18 years. A borderline cases, they say that, for example, class 12 can be borderline areas that the Adumita is dispute share, Adumita lie. The age dispute Lako Matamus stay down. I was singing a Kalitoge, have the discussion hours later, so Masigi Matanga, so I know Kota, Chandali experience my Hajiki heavy one. Nako, see, Mapam Kara Haitare, Sarah, outskirt, Kumbasara, Kui Garitare, rural areas, the Haidotare, Angan say, and like Yam to Gana Toki, Natragama, Badna, Angan, Kamibum, the Bukota means Magi. Is he the proof of higher than the only documentary evidence name I am very like to see. Section 34 of the POXO Act, read Section 94 of the ZZ Act. Anishi Luosina, age determination say, however. Inquiry on age determination is carried out under these two sections. Simukada, however. She told Madam stated that what the Yendori say the documents mandated under Section 94 of the ZZ Act. ZZ Act, the document by Abu Yendoni. And where high the document may have the later medical evidence high the name. And the medical evidence the Supreme Court assume I am so high say difference of plus minus 2 years is always there. See on the say higher side plus 2 or on the lower side minus 2. But exactly what people come there about. It's an opinion, a medical opinion, the court has to form its own opinion. On the basis of the opinion tendered by the medical experts. Aduna, I am a hygiene with the high bar, Noina investigations, conduct of Matama state data. Borderline cases, Mayama state data. Knowing you appeal to your doubting mind. You believe it or not, high the documents, if it has a Topraka, you know, I am a document, I am the Hanagi, a board key document, board issue of a document of the reliable. Aduna Tabata, the private school, Martin, a private school document may am city, I father, I better not comment. It is perceivable, perceive the way I am. And the local body in the issue or the Polygonum, I say, without any inquiry. On the report made by the parents or guardians, we had a zero artificial there. Adunamasi unreliable way there. Aduga, school the shoot over documents, Singsisu. Ayusina. Knowing you can say school the like the copy have the Ayusina, direction Piraga. Parents na mama papa na natragi mogi alam na mana apai itu certificate to ayo na pi ni ba ayo na dum seize to ni ayo na hay bole ba trial to do ni hay the document na is proof and pickle ka do ni hay the document say needs to be proved under section 35 of the Indian Evidence Act. Section 35 of the Indian Evidence Act ki makha the proof to one sang ba kana proof to do no the issuing authority the person who has issued that certificate, whether it has come from the genuine custodian. Kadumadu yin and don't ever. I am not say the police industry, like I said, you please appeal to your doubting mind. I'm not saying that be skeptic, yeah, no, the pessimist or now, I don't know, because for the criminal justice system principle, the doctrine of criminal justice is accused is innocent until proved. However, Masigi doctrine is here. It has become more or less a human rights. Accused proved doctrine morality, I have said, Masi. Not only a legal right or a principle, but it has become a human rights. Every country that I would say must accept. Aduna, akogi also the high section 29 and 30 states that the high the reversal presumption. The presumption will rest on the high. But Sigi high legal doctrine say. Sigi legal doctrine siga reversal of presumption is evidentiary doctrine. It is evidentiary law. And is balance or the lakani about that belongs to the say judicial jurisdiction. Judicial court ki judicial lakani I will not say pursue the matter further. And so I na hiding body high borderline cases stay is determination in Matang state. What I am on Matang state. A parallel trial Mamon is at level. This takes about more than 2-3 years. I experienced no exactly trying ban should I have a parallel trial in Satare. Adusatari Naimatum say that main trial is set out from main trial is set out from Mamina, say in the media accused the Hawaii Amani. Penning the Supreme Court, the Henning Mila, Saturday, saying finally, Marcy, Junior Letre, Natraga Marcy, below I think the lady to us in PC. Natraga Parsi, Zaytran, I didn't want to Zaytran, Haley, and they had the concern that so many legal points are involved. Anyway, that I will not trust that. And the Hosiki, the Matam say that he among other lay Matum said the trial, main trial to Lag Matam say that Hosiki victim do Luhongi was away. Masaga. Not interested in pursuing the case further. I don't mind talking about the Sumai talking about this. High level Loina say is a waste of judicial enforcement resources. Akwai judicial enforcement resources ki waste ho chale police na thi na potna ine kono daga tha da potre ko se chatra ko officer ka ne si ga je ari mama mang ne bodro order ki ko bodro mang ta re adumani am chho ya aduga huri yego sida pokso de pi ba protection ma se and services ma am kuna ma se ma se it comes alive only when the matter is reported. And section 19 da akogi statutory mandatory reporting and PDC kari the report se toraka da haiba akogi karata protection gangi benefits maya pura se report toraka da ne ba akogi victim se the phangdori se report of the benefit the act is dormant inactive when the matter is not reported. I don't know other report is mandatory. Other Masigi Meda reports in mandatory, we begin Madame Space Sega, Kari Haina High section 19, that if you go through section 19 of the POCSO Act, any person having knowledge of the commission of the Act, I POCSO gi Makada, defined Toriba, offense, some of commit of the my apprehension that it may any offense in the Act may be likely to be committed. A commission talk and a commit of the report of the money and hiding. A Kaigo report of the Batata is a criminal act punishable under section 20 of the Act. Now the Kama report of the Bokota Bata, of the Bokota, my arm say that the Batata is punishable with section 20 in Makar is a doing. I don't know if you about big case. Now I'll just cite you some examples. Tomato Shuba matu masa laiba amakakna nupi masa chai trate kai man suba amaga affair leina konadana chenana kotana tawre kole tawre haiba akhoi mata matu leiba angang sina mai mamana da chalaga nupi ji thai ko ko taw thai ba imung du na report kam tawre thai ba imung du di bukam da tawre ba thai ba imung du ma mamana bi imung ni khang di ma mamana si matu thiramni macha po ni ko ma ka ri khang du I have never seen a case where Haiba, Taibam, give me chair, Masi, a book over, a quay carried a boy, you in a same question, the Ma, I didn't do the same way. Section 16, section 17 is a punishment for a beggar, section 19 is a game, as other the same way, I don't get out of here. Haiba, Masa, I am seeing loopholes, my am Sina. KSA, I am a Tanga, edge in the question. And the sea high no Mayam Punamoxi, Asomana Sume Kujel, Satana Potan, Tobata, Tardi. Even the object of the eggs here, she defeat the way. And it can also be taken as if it is being abused by the concerned authorities. Police of Homjana, when you say perform any act under the act, do it with the spirit of the act. Aduto hai bigi wani adigi military reporting in Makha say that one very important point is false complaint over hai the koi shiran turan hajin bhai tare ne adu bata it is again a criminal act the punishment under section 22 shishu masu shiran turan pa kam hinma shiran turan hajin du su adum dano to punishable oil. Aduga high level reports people matam stage say da SAP natraga local police personnel mayamna man report tawdraba FIR tawdraba cases are tawdraba that police officer is again punishable under section 166A of the Indian Penal Code. 166A Indian Penal Code amchu tawdraba high level mayam punam go say khanga thabak tawradi the implementation of the acts here, there will not be any loopholes. The whole day and do must President implement over Mamdabasi Kari, Manangino, Hamatam Sida. If you ask any IO who has conducted investigation under POXO Act, he or she, probably she will be always a she is a woman officer, will have thousands of excuses. Some are true, some are not. But high the Punama is in now excuse because I could Samaj state up. Indian Samaj state up. Victim is family of how young cooperative way the way out. I come to the next Adupula Punjila gave upon. Victim was say statement logo Matamusti state up. Victim labor come to the low. Natraga at the place where the victim feels comfortable having ma comfortable or ko may the ko lo ko mo da ko hay mo tun sila may masagi may na kada ko lo tuyo and masay may the police sa mo tun sila dress ka so dum ko direction ni batung ni na private dress sa ni ko le naman sa ni ko le ni lo la mo sa to gari gari police ay thaya maduna gari dul ay mo may dul ay ko le dul ang tun sila ko India society, even a Manipuri society, you know, the police language and the Yoga Torina. Madu Mayam is it so in a Madu, young current did a pig no high. Atuba Mayam Punama si lay Masi Luinamak say, I could be investigating official Duna, Masi aware of the donor. I don't know Punama. As in Masi Punama, I'm saying, I don't know. Ministry of Women and Child Development and shoot over guidelines here must be opening. Masi Madu my power Sangama. Aduna Tabata, the Mukoi Piriba investigation command company, Masay and detail in a high road. Masi Dunama to the Yogni, Pichelo, the name, Mami, the Nada, the Nikari, the Nikopi, the Hydro Punamase, Amada. ꯑꯗꯨ ꯃꯁꯤ ꯇꯧꯕ ꯇꯥꯔꯗꯤ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ implementation of the act ꯁꯦ ꯈꯤꯇꯪ effective ꯑꯣꯏꯒꯗ꯭ꯔꯥ ꯍꯥꯏꯅ ꯈꯜꯂꯤ ꯑꯗꯨꯅ ꯃꯁꯤ ꯑꯣꯏꯅꯕꯒꯤꯗꯃꯛꯇ all the say key players and stakeholders mayamse masi yam important oeba for the proper implementation, effective implementation of the act. However, key natraga stakeholders in say I'll just read out the she services karam services victim ga provide to godobno haidagi matang se masi yamna important oiba silent features of the act sigba poche atopa procedure lo da party yawo even mother me hapani khangde pot bram go akoigi kai hai tare kari services provide to ge victim du da sangi mapu du kai kano services pi ge ko da sanna mang le thalo yum de yum mapu du kai service kari provide to ge abdi yaw ge adu si di pokso de victim du da services mayam provide to ge si gi services mayam se kana na pi ge do no hai do madu koi phajana da khangdre kai no hai matum se do ko akoi karam pa do ai no hai ne am se ayam khang bodi pa khang ma akoi se akoi pa bam san akoi hujik tine si besides the topic aina mayam da hai do se pa ba hai do mi si am le play pa ba hujik ki mobile handu ko khola adu pa de no biye gi ta do lui to re pa ba hai si application of your mind duga pa de ko ta understand to na ko ta ba na ke sun ye ga hai di hai ba train am la khre ba ni la ka de su yo ahlan ga mobile gi ko ta da mama su mi si kamai to ni el para wai bu da saya do lai pa de mi hai hai ti ba hai ran yo ni su la ni ko ta saya do ba ma ni de wai da saya do mi ni lai pa do mi ni ba that means lai pa ba hai very important se ko to realize to se it's a very good habit we must all say cultivate this habit lai pa bi habit se masi koi lai da ne aduna hairiba services se masi kana na pibam thokono who are the key players and stakeholders in providing services to the victim haibisi matang se da key players to I mention to se ba the state government through the concerned government authority government facilities like that. Number 2 the police very important stakeholders and key players. Adigi ahom subda CWC. They have a very big role to play in implementation of providing services to the victim children. Victim children the people the services here masigi responsibility masigi initiate of the code of my CWC. Aside अखोई section 19 da अखोई discuss to the high da me diki ji man head lakuga certain कोटने da तबरी अजूगा मा report to the CWC da why report to CWC is mandatory ko heli no ba CWC CWC has got nothing to do with investigation CWC ko investigation kai da gale ke moi sakhi lam ka makoi da report to ECD to provide all those services provided under the act. Each of the services around period. I translator PU, interpreter PU, medical PU, special educationist PU, support person PU. My own PU, say, must be permanently the CWC. CWC has what initiative of the donor. Adu khanga do neba provision da hai section 19 clause 5 and hai the report to report to go if she maram kari no hai do so ai na hai na at least kan hai da madu su khara khanda ho And then I say, Madam borderline, Madam say, please please use your investigative wisdom. Investigation wisdom to do casino. I must say it's kind of gifted with it can also be cultivated. And then Madumai Toraga wisdom to see the view Haibigi Wanida. Aina. And then the key high the people and I am very important key player is discipline. Discipline see key player. Then there is special court. Then ACPCR, State Commission for Protection of Child Rights. It is very important. And then the concerned NGOs, governmental organizations under the Act, medical functionaries, must key players. They are the ones who are responsible for providing services. When a service people are and the high level Mayam say, must see in the time of reporting, in the time of investigation, at the time of examination of the victim, at the time of trial, lawyer of the available way to do it. And Aduna Masiki Matan is available way to do it. I will Kambili Matan say that Kali Hina direction PG Foxo Eka as well as in the 11 rules. Kali Hagena Hago Matamus say that Kali Hagena. Should I say the district child protection unit say Makoina Resano maintain to open maintain to open high bar person Mayam say Yauba. Each district the DCPU shall maintain a register with names, address, and other contact details of the following interpreter, translator, experts, individual support person. And for the purpose of POCSO Act, the register shall be made available to the SAPU, local police, CWC, measures, I experienced that while I was working as a judge of the POCSO court. I have never seen a support person appearing before. Andumasi Yingadul Kanano have received WC. DCPU ga Moga direct or but these are not implemented. Aduga high level Mayam said, Masi there is a direction that the benefits or the protections, the services. See, Luinamo Pangwa had to say, Masi high stakeholders, Mayam Sisina, a partner should be properly implemented and should be strictly enforced by the court. And the high level Mayam was say, ground level the go is otherwise. A Koidi, a Korna, Koidi Haitare. See that you know, high Matam say that there are thousands of excuses. Aduki the Mukta proceedings at the Gitara. Aduki the Mukta miscase some of the Saturday proceedings at the door, thereby delaying the disposal of the case, thereby destroying important witness material evidence. So, my Ampuna said, Masi, I couldn't prevent of the habit of Saturday. I couldn't investigation to Matam, I couldn't service provide to Matam, protection to Matam, say that Mayam said, Masi Queen and Yama, important when the Loga. I couldn't Piriba, the Todang Sing said, I couldn't Piriba direction Sing said, in the spirit of the POCSO Act performed over. I do help of the aiming object of the POCSO Act say will not be successful. Aduna Haiba, Akogi Mayampuna Moxi, CE, they say that I know aside, Ioda, Yana, infectious period say, Atupa investigation the day, IO Taugadori basically the duty of an IO investigating a case, general crime, collection of evidence. Areas of the accused, collection of evidence, which includes examination of witnesses, seizure of incriminating articles, weapons, etc., and to form an opinion whether the evidences so far collected is sufficient to bring home the charges against the accused. See, general crimes, the investigation, IOG Matoti, see, Aduga, the day, Boxogi the day. In addition to collection of evidence, the IO has to perform so many other things. By way of providing the protection and services. Masi to be WC the Salani, Hirani, a daily mana, between parties, they between the Pambaya, services, Mayakun to Man, Takani, Amatogri, Kotani, Aduga, resource person, Karigran, Madu Tore, Kolema, Manipur, legal services authority, they cross Torga, Pinepur, and the Tadu provide to you. I demand normal investigate what not about extra and the police ki routine because they are detailed for so many other duties. Duty at all my should be silly, investigation share, routine manner personally we don't have. I have the if you are really conducting a say speed of the Akim and take it personally. Personally love you. No one personal involvement of a young bring the investigation say successful. Because excuse in criminal proceedings the court, accuse the university. It gives the university where the investigation went wrong, where the investigation has offered certain procedure to be followed by investigation. Investigation over the Kali Soyi, I don't want money. Kaginoda, Apoy India, Kone Ying, say, Achumboka, you have been India, Achumboka, India, Kone, say, evidence, two minutes over Hali. Can not happen only 2 minutes over Hali evidence bureau. Evidence like suddenly Halam was evidence like a equator. Only is evidence name. Not the truth. Aduna, Musi, I was in the Kangadoni, but not only in Poxo case, I am saying, Atoba, I put the inquisitory system, advisory system, and I put the advisory system, the British model. I put the Yingisi, Achumbokarino, Naki, evidence. Anyway, she, my answer is that something like I want to write up. I want to write up on my Mayam Pambi, write up said Dumpizage, and must say important about issues and challenges. I don't say that investigation officers issues and challenges. My discussion about there are so many things to be discussed as far as investigation because I know Koksogi Zazo in the Lenin, I don't say that. Leave the way other decision, should the way of we call it, had to say, come the go, so you can evidence late there. Heidi, now I said, section 2930, the reversal of presumption, I had to say, must say, privacy case, somebody like it don't have. The prosecution has to at least establish a privacy case. Then the ownership, the original burden still lies with the prosecution. Original burden to do the mana privacy case somebody high like a donor. Aduga was it there? I know I was saying that she madam said, I request my next speakers to give me this 10 hours 20 minutes more. She raised the call. Also, case the Yangori to say, also, case the Yangori to say, I was now how the incident came to light. Come on, competition. Leave where I'm going to go. Was it Carmine the Kamaki, Mamma, the Kamaki, and Mamma, the kangi mani na kangi makura masih karma na kangi kesi ni angang masa tuna sei se dipani makar mapan tarang makar itu tata di mana mapan tu ni kangi iluzabil ni kangi magi private pass ni dah nare pole kapi kapi soi pole hai dah sih dah ile sejahi terang terang aware of what sexual activities is. Sexual activities is kari no have gyan khara tar par mi sing sidi masi duai na losin na ngi mom to ado how this came to light kamai khang the prison why you will see is very important madagi siga do ne ba hiamo jiki kare ai tare atopa kari investigation dadi ai the first step is to arrest the accused if possible if you read the farm interrogation the pudi adi make so it is necessary ma if you pu ne mo interrogation to ne ba why kadu kino ma interrogation to je police kare no ai to say da to know the modus operandi of the act karmane to isi no masi thau se karmane to ni khang na ba to know the modus operandi of the act interrogation to is clear and to find out the intention and motive whatever of the commission of the act kai man ni to na karmane to ni kol ka lo to khang do ni adi matlab se whether there was any other person or not was it committed by you alone whether any other person with you hai ko mayam puna mujhe mo de khang na ka wo thin to do ni adi matlab de the investigation se adom to do ni no the way towards which the investigation should proceed as go mamla thoni adi kisu public ka to office already khang dre I am officing there, must plan office to move over to the Tata, must instinctively in the moment, spur of the moment of the plan the Yankee. I do not high using the say, must see Lagunina, investigations, they say that investigative wisdom, though, please appeal to your wisdom and take it personally. And this is a very important issue. That I am talking about discussion about discuss I call it Indian law. Predators and partners their distinction out there. Other than the POCSO acts, sexual act between children are also punishable. So you can find Makari sexual act of punishable. Angang usually Tony Copenhagen, Tony there's a different thing. Punishable di way angang wi or to ya de aduna hai ba kai tare predator ga partner ga ani si distinction to de bani na masa masa ya ba angang singi case mayam su koi report to police by the outraged parents mama mapa na masa su na ngang ni hon de chi to pam de ko to ni na moi si dum koi criminal justice system mo report to sili de take reports to the criminal justice system people to sili ma to sili ba na ko ni ha ni case ma restart to this case ma restart to le and the case ma restart to ma to di madu thi na ko tra hong ga ko ma hi ma ko to di charges ko thagale charges thagale translate sei da high ba victim se Saki Piram Daisy, the one city for Dunia Logio to one Saki Piram Daisy refused to testify against his partner. My partner do not testify to a farm data. Okay, let's him and why I they put the eye of follow to look into yes to fail whatever. That is wasted. The legal resources are wasted. Aduna, Canada the law there is a law in Canada. Canada the law no higher say that peer group exception. In cases where the partners are very close in age, higher partners say he somebody say there is no evidence of exploitation of authority or trust. I am going to exploit and the money put in and the passing got the Turkish and the Sanuki Yana peer group, peer group, Mavani Channel, mind over machine work, there is no evidence of exploitation, this and that, and there is no say dependence of on each other. It might depend on the high case exception where to penalize the India jadi masih later bunina parents mayamna apagi report toksile parent report toksile my massage just to separate their children from their father. Adagi damta report toksile adagi di amo kaya hai kare report tormina police ki sudu thao tingme kotra ko ama tawna no mistake aduga sigumba mayam punamak se masina court series ida. The courts are flooded with such cases. Aduna masigumba se Canada gi loju leba ta ta di high level lojina sigumba condition ni matum sida akoi penalai punishable oidrabulina. The courts are free to focus on the real cases. Sanmati cases to the focus hogi yare. Don't say. Aduna Sigi character the Roman case really Sigi Matang say that they are really say Yamna Kodi no I ever seen Mayamsu Yamamale Aduga Akuna Sigi Matang say that I know Panjani Budi Sanamaki Nushinaraga change of a Kochava Mayam the Sushi no part of say Trump and Suron Pin say Taipani Surino Adi Moise Haitare Sienna Songna Potan Tore Korea physical relation they Korea Louis Tore Kotre Anand Zuyari I don't other Sumadi below 18 consent is not say legally accepted. Ma consent of Korea Nina Madi to be whatever. So he tried one Suraba, some of the Magan Shinaba, Piano Chil, Polo Kobata, Ma punishment, say Tarai, Hamtata, we are making a criminal out of that innocent person. I am balancing eight I police investigating officers say they are the captain of the ship. They are the boss in the investigation. And knowing the reasons they apply to them. Aduni Aina Hajani said Aduga Akomada Isaac Harsana. A discussion award that you know Hamimba, if you have any problem, Aduga police officer Mayam they call you have said, Apo Tana say about Tana the Topune. Lu I will say that in the Bomba about Oman Hungary. Another Tana Apoli Nanga, Politano, me, Tano, usually named Tano, Kara, Loin of us is from Tano, Tana, so no Poche, Mangalu, the name. Sumanto, Esmando is the power, they don't have knowing Haika, police with all due respect to the police officers, Peggy, Esai, say, Madi investigation, Jitam, Karita, Breva. My investigation comes in the DSP, even SP, investigation got over the mother in Pultorga, a mother, if they ask them to know that Lali Galeka, that's the issue. Anyway, I don't know, Shiki Matam states that Aina Panbaya, my Amsi Palaro, Anisha, home delivery, I say that. They will also get and say, like any other act, like any other criminal act, comes alive when the offense has already been committed. If you say all the say protections, all the services, the victim got told how to lawyer, but to the way to whatever, how to lawyer can the some sound and the no signing around. I just compare it to women, but how she lawyer for lawyer is a woman the very protection of Aduna preventive measures. Is there any preventive measures provided under the Act? Preventive measures people have Shiki actually talk report to then the provision of law under the Act comes alive. So the protection people got by Ajat Bang, Kokra, Latara, you could be lower to talk or Latara to follow the issue. Anyway, unless you talk about Matum, the people talk the number. Is there any provision under the Act? Preventive measures, job route. It's very sketchy. Sometimes the job day, the the preventive measures can be inferred from Section 43 of the Act. And why publication PU, Chigada, W, Taku, W, Ada, W, Bayan, W, Education, and assume the preventive measures here. Preventive measures. Aduna, I think the last function here. Commission for Protection of Child Rights for the Sina gives a very important role to the Commission. Commission is an important role under Section 44. The Kari Hagi have means under Shina Commission, they can spearhead protection mechanism, which are not even given in the Act. When the mechanism to talk about prevention of way Yayaba. At the same time, they are empowered, they are given power to review cases of failed justice. Karena ada cases kemarin fail oleh orang, hai lagi review tu dia bagi bawa power and to ensure fixation of responsibility to the concerned person for failure of justice. Ado mo kami. That means see, more power say is see, but not Gyan see the proper and effective implementation of the Act here successful. Anyway, see, I take leave of you and discussing the award. There are so many things that requires discussion. But say I should prepare to say within a few say candidate of Munina, but since I have served as a result of the course of 5 years, I stayed up on the Banana Hangari discuss away about I default or way I can never. I do my amado will discuss because Masiki egg said it has been mentioned by in the early session by almost all the speakers that children are the wealth of the nation. Children have a nationally wealth never. Country among these strengths, the strength of the country is measured not in terms of nuclear weapon, it is measured in how the children are groomed, are nurtured, are say in the country. How the what kind of education is given to the children, what type of medical facilities are given to the children, what type of judicial legal protections are given to the children for their education, for their welfare, for their intelligence and their raises the strength of a country. And then in the argument say, even though parliament is high, the children are the wealth of the nation. And then children is important as we say, they are the future of our country. One day, today's children will be the ruler of tomorrow. So like it has been mentioned many times by the speakers, Hujikta Hauna grooming say, where our society will end. That's a very big question. And then now, and thank you so much. And let us discuss more during the question hours. Thank you so much.
Criminal Justice, Care and Protection of Children Act 2015 issues gaps and challenges in implementation. We are pleased to have Shri Sapam Dilip, Assistant Professor, Department of Law, Manipur University as a resource person. The session will be moderated by Shri T.M. Rajkishore, Legal Consultant, MCPCR, and Advocate, High Court of Manipur. May I request the organizers to kindly felicitate Shri Sapam Dilip and Shri T.M. Rajkishore with tokens of appreciation.
We already were elected now. Yam over the 20 minutes kumbada or the special session Jiraga, Yam and Dimble actually discuss on the 20 minutes. Thank you.
CPCR ga NCPCR ga Nipula Simba conference that technical session moderator Viri Beka Kumzariba PS Raskishore, consultant MCPCR, when technical sessions the Maru often Thambiramba, Sarimosa, Tunda Ambira, Somojiba, Tibiru Paipuna, Ayamba, Aiga, Tabako, Narama, Suyawe, Yam Hena Toina, Jezi Kimaranda, Yam the Nanga, issue of whom Marikumadan, Yam Tena quickly, Ayadum, Kotsa Kali. Anganzi, Equipuna Munakangi, Yumaman Mai, and Yahavisi, Anandale, Anandale, Yum Havise, Yum Koke, family Harakmata, father, mother, child Harakani, Aduna, Anang, other family, Labor Havise, Wetoke Aduna. Anang Havise, family Gilan, Vedanatana, society Gilani, Aduba, Labak Sigi Lani, and Nali Matamaki, Equipment Puta, Chanabiola, the comforted Museum, Putopiba. ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯏꯄꯥꯟ ꯊꯥꯕꯗ ꯀꯔꯤꯒꯤ ꯏꯆꯥ ꯂꯧꯒꯦꯔꯥ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯌꯥꯡꯀꯣꯛ ꯂꯧꯒꯦꯔꯥ ꯁꯅꯥ ꯂꯧꯒꯦꯔꯥ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯗ ꯃꯃꯥ ꯑꯃꯇꯅ ꯁꯅꯥ ꯂꯧꯒꯦ ꯌꯥꯡꯀꯣꯛ ꯂꯧꯒꯦ ꯑꯗꯒꯤ ꯂꯩꯔꯤꯕ ꯂꯟ ꯄꯨꯝꯅꯃꯛ ꯂꯧꯒꯦ ꯍꯥꯏꯗꯤ ꯑꯉꯥꯡꯗ ꯂꯧꯒꯦ ꯍꯥꯏ ꯑꯗꯨ ꯑꯣꯏꯇꯥꯔꯗꯤ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯔꯨꯠꯇ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯂꯨ ꯇꯣꯡꯗ ꯌꯥꯎꯔꯝꯃꯤꯁꯤ ꯀꯩꯅꯣ ꯑꯉꯥꯡ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯁꯤ ꯀꯌꯥ ꯃꯔꯨ ꯑꯣꯏ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯁꯦ ꯑꯗꯨꯅ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯏꯄꯥꯟ ꯊꯥꯕꯗꯨꯅ ꯇꯥꯛꯑꯒ ꯌꯥꯎꯔꯒ ꯂꯩꯔꯝꯕ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅꯗꯤ ꯌꯥꯝ ꯂꯨꯅꯗꯤ ꯈꯟꯖꯤꯜꯂꯨꯗꯕ ꯑꯍꯜ ꯂꯃꯟꯁꯤꯡꯅ ꯌꯥꯝꯅ ꯂꯨꯝꯅ ꯂꯧꯔꯒ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯗ ꯂꯦꯁꯟ ꯃꯌꯥꯝ ꯑꯃ ꯄꯤꯔꯝꯕ ꯑꯗꯨꯒꯨꯝꯕ ꯊꯧꯔꯝꯅꯤ ꯑꯗꯨꯅ ꯑꯉꯥꯡ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯁꯦ ꯇꯧꯒꯗꯕ ꯑꯉꯥꯡꯁꯤ ꯑꯍꯟꯗ ꯑꯗꯨꯝ ꯗꯤꯄꯦꯟ ꯇꯧꯏ ꯃꯁꯥꯒꯤ ꯋꯥꯔꯦꯞ ꯂꯧꯕ ꯉꯝꯗꯦ ꯁꯥꯏꯀꯣꯂꯣꯖꯤꯀꯦꯜꯂꯤ ꯐꯤꯖꯤꯀꯦꯜꯂꯤ ꯃꯦꯟꯇꯦꯜꯂꯤ ꯂꯣꯏꯅ ꯋꯤꯛ ꯑꯣꯏꯕ ꯃꯔꯝꯅ ꯑꯍꯟꯁꯤꯡꯗ ꯗꯤꯄꯦꯟ ꯇꯧꯏ ꯑꯗꯨꯕꯨ ꯍꯌꯦꯡ ꯆꯥꯎꯔꯕ ꯃꯇꯝꯗ ꯑꯉꯥꯡꯁꯤꯡꯗꯨꯗ ꯑꯍꯟꯅ ꯑꯃꯨꯛ ꯗꯤꯄꯦꯟ ꯇꯧꯔꯒ ꯂꯥꯛꯏ ꯑꯗꯨꯅ ꯆꯥꯏꯜ ꯔꯥꯏꯠꯁꯀꯤ ꯑꯉꯥꯡ ꯄ꯭ꯔꯣꯇꯦꯛꯁꯟ ꯇꯧꯕꯒꯤ ꯁꯤꯗꯤ UNꯒꯤꯗꯒꯤ ꯍꯧꯔꯒ ꯑꯗꯨꯒ ꯀꯣꯟꯁꯇꯤꯇ꯭ꯌꯨꯁꯟꯗ ꯑꯗꯨꯝ ꯃꯥꯒꯤ ꯄ꯭ꯔꯣꯕꯤꯖꯟ ꯃꯌꯥꯝ ꯑꯃ ꯌꯥꯎꯏ ꯍꯥꯏꯔꯤꯕ ꯄ꯭ꯔꯣꯕꯤꯖꯟ ꯃꯌꯥꯝꯁꯤꯡꯗꯣ ꯑꯩ ꯄꯟꯖꯔꯔꯣꯏ ꯃꯔꯝꯗꯤ ꯃꯇꯝ ꯂꯩꯇꯕꯅꯤꯅ ꯑꯗꯨꯅ ꯁꯝꯖꯜꯂꯒ Juvenile Justice Care and Protection of Children Act ꯁꯤꯗ ꯂꯥꯛꯆꯔꯒ Juvenile Justice Care and Protection of Children Act Child Law 1986ꯗ ꯑꯍꯥꯟꯕ ꯁꯦꯝꯃꯦ ꯑꯗꯨꯒ 2000ꯗ ꯑꯃꯨꯛ ꯅꯧꯅ ꯑꯃꯨꯛ ꯈꯔ ꯍꯦꯟꯅ ꯆꯥꯎꯊꯣꯛꯍꯜꯂꯒ ꯑꯃꯨꯛ ꯁꯦꯝꯃꯤ 2015ꯗ Juvenile Justice Care and Protection of Children Act 2015 ꯍꯥꯏꯅ ꯁꯦꯝꯃꯤ ꯑꯗ ꯑꯦꯛꯁꯤ ꯃꯄꯨꯡ ꯑꯣꯏꯅ ꯌꯥꯝꯅ ꯀꯝꯄ꯭ꯔꯦꯟꯁꯤꯞ ꯑꯣꯏꯕ ꯑꯗꯨꯒ ꯉꯁꯥꯏꯒꯤ ꯁꯦꯜꯐ ꯀꯟꯇꯦꯟ ꯑꯣꯏꯕ ꯀꯣꯔꯠꯅꯦ ꯑꯉꯥꯡꯒꯤꯗꯃꯛꯇ ꯄ꯭ꯔꯣꯇꯦꯛ ꯇꯧꯅꯕꯒꯤꯗꯃꯛꯇ ꯌꯥꯝꯅ ꯃꯔꯨ ꯑꯣꯏꯕꯅꯤ ꯑꯗꯨꯅ ꯑꯉꯥꯡꯁꯤ ꯁꯤꯗ ꯗꯤꯐꯥꯏꯟ ꯇꯧꯕꯗ 18 yearsꯁꯦ ꯑꯉꯥꯡꯅꯤ ꯁꯤꯗ ꯗꯦꯐꯤꯅꯤꯁꯟ ꯑꯅꯤꯈꯛ ꯌꯥꯎꯏ ꯆꯥꯏꯜ ꯍꯥꯏꯕ ꯑꯃꯒ ꯖꯨꯕꯅꯥꯏꯜ ꯍꯥꯏꯕ ꯑꯃꯒ ꯀꯔꯤꯒꯤ ꯆꯥꯏꯜ ꯀꯔꯤꯒꯤ ꯖꯨꯕꯅꯥꯏꯜ ꯑꯅꯤ ꯍꯥꯏꯔꯤꯅꯣ ꯍꯥꯏꯕ ꯃꯇꯝꯗ Juvenile Justice Care and Protection of Children Act ꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯖꯨꯕꯅꯥꯏꯜ ꯍꯥꯏꯔꯤꯁꯤ ꯀꯔꯤꯒꯨꯝꯕ ꯑꯉꯥꯡꯁꯤ ꯖꯁꯇꯤꯁꯀꯤ ꯃꯇꯥꯡꯗ ꯏꯟꯚꯣꯜቭ ꯇꯧꯔꯕ ꯀꯔꯤꯒꯨꯝꯕ ꯑꯔꯥꯟꯕ ꯊꯕꯛ ꯑꯃ ꯇꯧꯕꯒꯤ ꯄꯣꯠ ꯑꯃ ꯂꯥꯛꯇꯥꯔꯒꯗꯤ ꯑꯉꯥꯡꯁꯦ juvenile ꯍꯥꯏꯕ ꯋꯥꯔꯗꯁꯤ ꯁꯤꯅ ꯍꯦꯟꯅ appropriate ꯑꯣꯏꯕ ꯃꯔꯝꯅ Juvenile Justice Care and Protection of Children ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯅꯤ ꯗꯦꯐꯤꯅꯤꯁꯟꯒꯤ ꯃꯤꯅꯤꯡ ꯆꯞ ꯃꯥꯟꯅꯩ child ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯒ juvenile ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯒ ꯀꯔꯤ ꯈꯦꯠꯅꯕꯒꯦ juvenile ꯍꯥꯏꯔꯒꯗꯤ ꯑꯉꯥꯡꯁꯦ ꯑꯔꯥꯟꯕ ꯊꯕꯛ ꯇꯧꯕ ꯑꯃ legal proceeding ꯑꯃꯗ ꯆꯪꯁꯤꯜꯂꯛꯄ ꯑꯗꯨ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ juvenile ꯑꯗꯨꯒ ꯑꯉꯥꯡ child ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯁꯤꯗꯤ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ child in the need of care and protection CNCP ꯍꯥꯏꯔꯛꯄ ꯃꯇꯝꯗ ꯁꯤꯒꯤ basic difference ꯂꯩ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ ꯈꯪꯉꯦ ꯑꯉꯥꯡ group ꯑꯅꯤ ꯂꯩ amana child in conflict with law amana CNCB child in the need of care and protection aduna CCL haibasidi chahi thaiban sudriba angang amana aran thaba ama tawba aina yadaba thaba ama tawba madu CCL aduga amu masana aran bamtadi tawba nataba situation fibamna mafamna matamna maru victim ohelapa project manipur thoiba irang sina maram oiga angang mayam ama chai tribal sudaba angang mayam ama laibhamgi larik tambagi health nutrition gi problem mayam ama thenari basugumba makhangi angang se sibuna child in the need of care and protection trafficking oiba ya duga HIV/AIDS ki victim oiba ya sugumba mayam singsila iduna 12 categories of child sigi Juvenile Justice Act sida pi aduna sigi manung sida category ani si amana Juvenile Justice Board na deal toba amana Child Welfare Committee haibasina deal toba ani si body ani si tongan body adu body ani sina mapung oina tawi Child Welfare Committee gi tongan ba proceeding ama mama sagi chairperson le district ki tongan leijagre JJB si tongan ama leire mapung oina JJB da kitang sansin jarake maramdi sidai da issue ani khak raise tawni JJB ga mari leina ba pota equina administration of criminal justice haibase society da maru society da peace and tranquility thamge hai targadi administration of criminal justice se pi batai ai aran to basing kanam khangdokpa marale basing trial to ba duga dandi chaya pi ba si to da ba ya da ba thaba amani maram di society ona lingnaba honaba matamda sidaida administration of criminal justice ta institution ahum changi mapung oiba institution se ahanbada police ani subada court ahum subada correctional home ekoina sigi ahum se adult ki akoigi trial to matam da su police legani court sidaida prosecutor adagi mai tonga ukil gi kari court do da loi lehendrani correctional home jail oiba masidaida ahum se compulsory loi legani CSA among Juvenile Justice Care and Protection of Children Act the angang when a sinner panina magi sing tongan but even terminology baba tongan but seasonary and a police have a see on the maru way mar Juvenile Justice Care and Protection of Children Act police the han who doing a koi with a birakumatam the criminal law and birakumatam the criminal laws in moved over who is who doing no the police act of how moved over the criminal laws that they became the investigating agency or the police not cancelled. And the Sigi Police JJAK section 107 P police kana the child welfare police officer is not below the rank of ASI. ASI the data every police station that ma assigned already designated or Hungary the district special juvenile police unit among special juvenile police unit say DSP amana lead social worker and social workers amadi nupi aduna rule JZK rule model rule 2016 amended or 2021 the amendment was rule number 86 ki matungina di magi mathokje special juvenile police unit district like do se mai mathokje akoigi ananga mari le na head case district to the thor popula maxi coordinate was special juvenile police unit sina da district police station khudimaki child welfare police officer among half of the magi station house officer na adum half ragani aduga makha da di DSP na lusingba huziki high bisnena coordinator ni and the policing sina tawgada basi areas haiba tam se bog the season tam se kene adult hairana area side aduga child hairagadi area side apprehension high the angang se phaba angang gi maramda child welfare police officers na he angang siga contact lebu matam da kari tawgada ge section 10 JJ Act aduga rule 8 JJ model rule number 9 haiba rules in say refer to ba yam number way maramdi si phar kan sai angang se kai ma pharu le faragadi kana gi man makha thang le lokap ta thamju adi karai thamju ni hana da special juvenile police unit ki sigi magi in charge gi makha da angang se thamme ko du thamaga adagi aduna chagana angang se 24 hours kogi manung da child welfare police officer sina puthoe si puthokpase section 10 da mandatory wena ya maru we poni 24 hours kogi manung da 24 hours si kayumba hour we agadi kari to goda ke have si rule number 9 da p rule number 9 da highly si overnight protective stay rule number 9 read with rule 69D haiba koi JJ rules model rule 2016 amended in 2021 je CB rule number 69 ga rule number 9 ga ani si tu na pa kan se da angang sinungdang pharu re thambom leiratre JJB board mang puthok su ya si matang se da angang si kai thang de lokap ta tham su ya banati police station tham su ya banati kai tham du no ha bi question la e aduna masai gi akhoi gi correctional home sing say the observation home da masi thamba ya aduga sida yamna maru oiba port ama aina thenazabadadi rule act yawsi FIR si karamba matam da pan ga dege afaba khudima FIR logodra lawedra haibasi CCU rule sida da pi aduna heinous crime sahi target ki mathak ki punishment laiba adugumba offense commit tawraba angang pharaba adui tadi masi FIR panbi ya natragana hanga punjalaga crime commit tawraba adugumba matamdadi FIR si panbiro aduga atai natam matamdadi general daily diary da aduda sanbiro aduna FIR si karamba matamda lawgadage lawedage haibasi sidaida case kudingo FIR lawni haiba leiti case kudingo FIR lawba yadi aduga sida kogi child welfare police officers gi ya maruba thawdang mo khaklai madudi kari no haikanda social background report and form number 1 model rules ki form number 1 the piriba social background report si angang si head apprehension to boga magi background report si aina madu sem ga dabani report to da kano ina form oina pibni form je loi mention doi aduga form je hayeng angang si puthok ko loi na JJB da madu submit to doi JJB na decision law matam da sigi ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯁꯣꯁꯤꯌꯦꯜ ꯕꯦꯛꯒ꯭ꯔꯥꯎꯟ ꯔꯤꯄꯣꯔꯠꯁꯦ ꯁꯤꯁꯦ ꯌꯥꯝ ꯃꯔꯨ ꯑꯣꯏꯌꯦꯕ ꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯀꯩꯅꯣꯁꯦ ꯑꯗꯨꯅ ꯑꯇꯩ ꯑꯇꯩꯗꯤ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ ꯄ꯭ꯂꯦꯟ ꯀ꯭ꯂꯣꯠꯇ ꯆꯠꯄ ꯌꯨꯅꯤꯐꯣꯔꯝ ꯁꯦꯠꯇꯕ ꯑꯗꯨ ꯃꯃꯥ ꯃꯄꯥ ꯀꯣꯟꯇꯦꯛ ꯇꯧꯕ ꯑꯗꯒꯤ ꯃꯥꯒꯤ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯂꯤꯒꯦꯜ ꯀꯟꯁꯜꯇꯦꯟ ꯁꯨꯃꯥꯏꯅ ꯂꯧꯕ ꯌꯥꯅꯤ ꯐ꯭ꯔꯤ ꯂꯤꯒꯦꯜ ꯑꯦꯗ ꯂꯧꯕ ꯌꯥꯅꯤ ꯑꯗꯨ ꯃꯌꯥꯝ ꯑꯃ ꯂꯩꯔꯦ ꯑꯗꯨꯕꯨ ꯃꯄꯨꯡ ꯑꯣꯏꯅ ꯏꯟꯚꯦꯁꯇꯤꯒꯦꯇꯤꯡ ꯄꯨꯂꯤꯁ ꯑꯣꯐꯤꯁꯥꯔ ꯑꯃꯅ ꯈꯪꯕ ꯌꯥꯕꯁꯤ ꯃꯔꯨ ꯑꯣꯏꯕꯁꯦ ꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯖꯒꯥꯁꯤꯡꯁꯤ ꯑꯣꯏꯕ꯭ꯔꯥꯅ ꯈꯜꯂꯤ ꯑꯗꯨꯒ ꯁꯤ ꯃꯣꯗꯦꯜ ꯔꯨꯜꯁꯀ ꯑꯦꯛꯁꯤꯒ ꯑꯅꯤꯁꯦ ꯄꯨꯟꯅ ꯈꯤꯇꯪ ꯄꯥꯔꯒꯗꯤ ꯃꯄꯨꯡ ꯑꯣꯏꯅ ꯈꯟꯒꯅꯦꯅ ꯃꯄꯨꯡ ꯐꯥꯒꯅꯦꯅ ꯈꯟꯖꯩ ꯑꯗꯨꯒ ꯖꯨꯕꯅꯥꯏꯜ ꯖꯁꯇꯤꯁ ꯕꯣꯔꯗꯁꯦ ꯄ꯭ꯔꯤꯟꯁꯤꯄꯥꯜ ꯃꯦꯖꯤꯁꯇ꯭ꯔꯦꯠ ꯑꯃ ꯃꯦꯝꯕꯔ ꯑꯅꯤ ꯑꯃ ꯂꯩꯔꯦ ꯑꯗꯨ ꯕꯣꯔꯗꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯈ꯭ꯋꯥꯏ ꯃꯔꯨꯑꯣꯏꯕ ꯃꯊꯧꯗꯤ ꯏꯟꯀ꯭ꯋꯥꯏꯔꯤ ꯇꯧꯕꯅꯦ ꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯏꯟꯀ꯭ꯋꯥꯏꯔꯤ ꯇꯧꯕꯁꯤꯗꯩꯁꯤꯗꯩꯗ ꯃꯥꯒꯤ ꯏꯟꯀ꯭ꯋꯥꯏꯔꯤ ꯑꯉꯥꯡꯒꯤ ꯃꯔꯤ ꯂꯩꯅꯕ ꯄꯨꯝꯅꯃꯛꯀꯤ ꯏꯟꯀ꯭ꯋꯥꯏꯔꯤ ꯄꯨꯝꯅꯃꯛꯁꯦ ꯃꯉꯣꯟꯗ ꯄꯤꯔꯤꯁꯦ ꯊꯥ 4 ꯐꯥꯎꯒꯤ ꯃꯅꯨꯡꯗ ꯂꯣꯏꯁꯤꯜꯂꯣ ꯑꯗꯨꯒ ꯁꯥꯡꯗꯣꯛꯑꯕꯗ ꯊꯥ 3 ꯁꯤꯐꯥꯎꯗꯤ ꯌꯥꯏ ꯀꯔꯤꯒꯨꯝꯕ ꯍꯤꯅꯤꯌꯁ ꯑꯣꯐꯦꯟꯁ ꯑꯣꯏꯗ꯭ꯔꯒꯗꯤ ꯇꯥꯏꯝ ꯕꯥꯎꯟꯒꯤ ꯃꯅꯨꯡꯗ ꯇꯧꯒꯗꯕ ꯊꯕꯛꯅꯤ ꯃꯇꯝ ꯑꯀꯛꯅꯕ ꯃꯇꯝꯒꯤ ꯃꯅꯨꯡꯗ ꯇꯧꯗꯣꯏꯅꯤ ꯑꯗꯨꯅ ꯄꯨꯂꯤꯁ ꯑꯣꯐꯤꯁꯥꯔꯁꯤꯅ ꯆꯥꯏꯜ ꯋꯦꯜꯐꯤꯌꯔ ꯄꯨꯂꯤꯁ ꯑꯣꯐꯤꯁꯥꯔꯁꯤꯅ ꯃꯔꯤ ꯂꯩꯅꯕ ꯗꯣꯀꯨꯃꯦꯟ ꯃꯔꯤ ꯂꯩꯅꯕ ꯑꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯁꯣꯁꯤꯌꯦꯜ ꯕꯦꯛꯒ꯭ꯔꯥꯎꯟ ꯔꯤꯄꯣꯔꯠ ꯁꯤꯁꯦ ꯁꯕꯃꯤꯠ ꯇꯧꯔꯛꯇꯕ ꯃꯇꯝꯗꯗꯤ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ JJBꯁꯦ ꯀꯩꯝ ꯇꯧꯕ ꯌꯥꯔꯣꯏ ꯍꯥꯏꯔꯤꯕ ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛꯀꯤ ꯇꯥꯏꯝ ꯕꯥꯎꯟꯁꯦ ꯑꯗꯨꯝ ꯃꯥꯡꯉꯒ ꯆꯠꯈ꯭ꯔꯗꯤ ꯀꯩꯝ ꯇꯧꯔꯔꯣꯏ ꯁꯥꯡꯉꯕꯗ ꯊꯥ 2ꯗꯒꯤ ꯍꯦꯟꯅ ꯁꯥꯡꯗꯣꯛꯄ ꯌꯥꯔꯣꯏ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯅꯤ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯁꯨ ꯃꯇꯝ ꯈꯔ ꯀꯩꯅꯣꯃ ꯇꯥꯝ ꯑꯃ JJBꯒꯤ ꯃꯦꯝꯕꯔ ꯑꯣꯏꯖꯔꯝꯃꯤ ꯑꯗꯣ ꯑꯗꯨ ꯑꯣꯏꯀꯥꯟꯗ ꯁꯤꯁꯦ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯗ ꯊꯦꯡꯅꯕ ꯑꯆꯧꯕ ꯑꯋꯥꯕ ꯑꯃꯅꯦꯕ ꯇꯥꯏꯝ ꯃꯦꯅꯦꯖꯃꯦꯟ ꯊꯥ 3ꯒꯤ ꯃꯅꯨꯡꯗ ꯂꯣꯏꯁꯤꯜꯂꯨ ꯍꯥꯏꯕ ꯀꯦꯁꯁꯦ ꯑꯗꯨꯒ ꯁꯣꯝꯗꯅ ꯄꯨꯂꯤꯁꯀꯤ ꯌꯦꯡꯕ ꯃꯇꯝꯗꯁꯨ ꯒꯥꯔꯤ ꯂꯩꯇꯕꯒꯤ ꯁꯤ ꯇꯣꯉꯥꯟꯕ ꯃꯌꯥꯝ ꯑꯃ ꯂꯩꯈ꯭ꯔꯦ ꯋꯥꯔꯤ ꯃꯌꯥꯝ ꯑꯃ ꯂꯩꯈ꯭ꯔꯦ ꯑꯗꯨꯅ ꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯑꯋꯥꯕꯁꯤ ꯂꯩ ꯑꯗꯨꯅ ꯁꯤꯒꯤꯁꯤꯗꯩꯗ ꯄꯣꯏꯟꯠ ꯑꯅꯤꯈꯛ ꯑꯩꯅ ꯄꯨꯈꯠꯅꯤꯡꯕꯁꯦ ꯉꯁꯥꯏ ꯍꯥꯏꯕ ꯑꯗꯨꯃꯥꯏꯅ ꯑꯉꯥꯡꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯆꯍꯤ ꯂꯦꯞꯄꯁꯦ ꯃꯔꯝꯗꯤ ꯆꯍꯤ ꯂꯦꯞꯄꯁꯦ ꯌꯥꯝꯅ ꯃꯔꯨ ꯑꯣꯏ ꯄꯣꯏꯟꯠ ꯑꯅꯤꯁꯦ ꯆꯍꯤ ꯂꯦꯞꯄꯒ ꯑꯗꯨꯒ ꯄ꯭ꯔꯤꯂꯤꯃꯤꯅꯔꯤ ꯑꯦꯁꯦꯁꯃꯦꯟ ꯀꯃꯥꯏꯅ ꯇꯧꯒꯗꯒꯦ ꯍꯥꯏꯕ ꯑꯅꯤꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯄꯣꯏꯟꯠ ꯑꯅꯤꯁꯤꯅꯦ ꯑꯩꯅ ꯄꯨꯈꯠꯆꯅꯤꯡꯕꯁꯦ ꯆꯍꯤ ꯂꯦꯞꯄꯁꯤ 94ꯗ ꯁꯦꯛꯁꯟ 94ꯗ ꯆꯍꯤ ꯂꯦꯞꯄꯦ ꯑꯗꯨ ꯀꯔꯤ ꯍꯥꯏꯔꯦ ꯗꯦꯠ ꯑꯣꯐ ꯕꯥꯔꯊ ꯁꯥꯔꯇꯤꯐꯤꯀꯦꯠ ꯄꯤꯔꯣ ꯅꯠꯇ꯭ꯔꯒꯅ ꯃꯦꯇ꯭ꯔꯤꯀꯨꯂꯦꯁꯟ ꯁꯥꯔꯇꯤꯐꯤꯀꯦꯠ ꯄꯤꯔꯣ ꯑꯅꯤꯁꯤ ꯐꯪꯗ꯭ꯔꯒꯗꯤ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯀꯩꯅꯣ ꯄꯤꯔꯣ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯑꯣꯁꯤꯐꯤꯀꯦꯁꯟ ꯇꯦꯁ ꯅꯠꯇ꯭ꯔꯒ ꯃꯦꯗꯤꯀꯦꯜ ꯇꯦꯁ ꯇꯧꯔꯣꯅ ꯍꯥꯏꯔꯦ ꯁꯤꯁꯤꯁꯨ ꯑꯃꯨꯛ ꯅꯨꯃꯤꯠ 35ꯅꯤꯒꯤ ꯃꯅꯨꯡꯗ ꯂꯣꯏꯁꯤꯟꯒꯗꯕꯅꯦ ꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯊꯕꯛꯁꯦ ꯅꯨꯃꯤꯠ 35ꯅꯤꯒꯤ ꯃꯅꯨꯡꯗ ꯂꯣꯏꯁꯤꯟꯒꯗꯕꯅꯤ ꯁꯤ ꯌꯥꯝ ꯃꯔꯨ ꯑꯣꯏꯁꯤ ꯀꯩꯅꯣ ꯍꯥꯏ ꯀꯥꯟꯗ ꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯕꯣꯔꯗꯅ ꯄꯤꯔꯛꯄ ꯆꯍꯤꯁꯦ ꯁꯤꯁꯦ ꯑꯗꯨꯝ ꯑꯉꯥꯡꯗꯨꯒꯤ ꯑꯁꯦꯡꯕ ꯆꯍꯤꯅꯤ ꯍꯥꯏꯗꯅ ꯃꯥꯒꯤ ꯄ꯭ꯔꯣꯁꯤꯗꯤꯡꯁꯦ ꯄꯨꯂꯞ ꯂꯧꯈ꯭ꯔꯅꯦꯕ ꯑꯗꯨꯅ ꯆꯍꯤ ꯂꯦꯞꯄ ꯃꯇꯝꯗ ꯑꯉꯥꯡꯁꯤ ꯄꯨꯊꯣꯔꯛꯄ ꯅꯨꯃꯤꯠꯇ ꯂꯦꯞꯀꯗ꯭ꯔꯥ ꯅꯠꯇ꯭ꯔꯒꯅ ꯑꯉꯥꯡꯗꯨꯅ ꯑꯣꯐꯦꯟꯁꯇꯨ ꯀꯃꯤꯠ ꯇꯧꯈꯤꯕ ꯅꯨꯃꯤꯠꯇ ꯂꯦꯞꯀꯗ꯭ꯔꯥ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯁꯤ ꯈꯔ ꯆꯌꯦꯠꯅꯕ ꯂꯩꯔꯝꯃꯤ ꯑꯔꯕꯤꯟꯗꯥꯁꯀꯤ ꯀꯦꯁꯇ ꯍꯥꯏꯔꯝꯃꯤꯅ ꯉꯁꯥꯏꯒꯤ ꯑꯉꯥꯡꯗꯨꯅ ꯀ꯭ꯔꯥꯏꯝ ꯑꯣꯐꯦꯟꯁ ꯀꯃꯤꯠ ꯇꯧꯕ ꯅꯨꯃꯤꯠꯇꯨꯗ ꯂꯧꯒꯗꯕꯅꯤ ꯍꯥꯏ ꯑꯗꯨꯕꯨ ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛ ꯄ꯭ꯔꯇꯥꯞ ꯁꯤꯡꯒꯤ ꯀꯦꯁ ꯂꯥꯛꯄ ꯃꯇꯝꯗ ꯃꯌꯥꯝꯁꯨ ꯂꯣꯏ ꯈꯪꯕꯤꯔꯦ ꯑꯗꯨꯗꯤ ꯑꯉꯥꯡꯗꯨꯒꯤ ꯉꯁꯥꯏꯒꯤ ꯑꯣꯐꯦꯟꯁ ꯀꯃꯤꯠ ꯇꯧꯕ ꯅꯨꯃꯤꯠꯇꯣ ꯑꯗꯨꯗꯒꯤ ꯆꯍꯤ ꯂꯧꯒꯗꯕꯅꯤ ꯍꯥꯏꯔꯦ ꯑꯗꯨꯅ ꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯃꯇꯥꯡꯁꯤꯗ ꯁ꯭ꯀꯨꯜ ꯕꯣꯔꯗꯀꯤ ꯁ꯭ꯀꯨꯜꯒꯤ ꯀꯩꯅꯣꯒ ꯁ꯭ꯀꯨꯜꯒꯤ ꯁꯥꯔꯇꯤꯐꯤꯀꯦꯠꯀ ꯃꯦꯗꯤꯀꯦꯜ ꯕꯣꯔꯗꯀꯤ ꯁꯥꯔꯇꯤꯐꯤꯀꯦꯠꯀ ꯑꯅꯤꯁꯤ ꯀꯟꯇ꯭ꯔꯥꯗꯤꯛ ꯇꯧꯔꯛꯑꯒꯗꯤ ꯑꯅꯤꯁꯤ ꯂꯥꯛꯑꯦ ꯑꯅꯤꯁꯤ ꯀꯟꯇ꯭ꯔꯥꯗꯤꯛ ꯇꯧꯔꯛꯑꯗꯤ ꯀꯃꯥꯏꯅ ꯇꯧꯒꯗꯒꯦ ꯍꯥꯏꯔꯒꯗꯤ ꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯃꯇꯥꯡꯁꯤꯗꯗꯤ ꯁ꯭ꯀꯨꯜ ꯕꯣꯔꯗ ꯁ꯭ꯀꯨꯜꯅ ꯄꯤꯕ ꯁꯥꯔꯇꯤꯐꯤꯀꯦꯠꯁꯤꯅ ꯍꯦꯟꯅ ꯃꯔꯨ ꯑꯣꯏꯅ ꯂꯧꯒꯅꯤ ꯍꯥꯏꯁꯦ ꯁꯤꯀꯟꯗꯔ ꯃꯇꯨꯒꯤ 2014ꯗ ꯁꯨꯄ꯭ꯔꯤꯝ ꯀꯣꯔꯠꯅ ꯂꯦꯞꯄ ꯁꯨꯄ꯭ꯔꯤꯝ ꯀꯣꯔꯠꯀꯤ ꯗꯤꯁꯤꯖꯟꯁꯤꯗꯗꯤ ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛꯀꯤ ꯑꯗꯨꯃꯥꯏꯅ ꯄꯤꯔꯦ ꯑꯅꯤꯁꯤ ꯀꯅꯥ ꯋꯦꯇꯦꯖ ꯂꯧꯒꯗꯒꯦ ꯌꯥꯝ ꯃꯔꯨ ꯑꯣꯏꯕ ꯑꯗꯨꯒ 2015ꯒꯤ ꯖꯅꯋꯥꯔꯤ 2025ꯒꯤ ꯖꯅꯋꯥꯔꯤ 8ꯗ ꯗꯤꯁꯥꯏꯠ ꯇꯧꯕ ꯀꯦꯁ ꯑꯃ ꯑꯣꯝ ꯄ꯭ꯔꯀꯥꯁꯀꯤ ꯀꯦꯁꯁꯦ ꯁꯤ ꯌꯥꯝꯅ ꯃꯔꯨ ꯑꯣꯏ ꯀꯩꯒꯤꯅꯣ ꯍꯥꯏ ꯀꯥꯟꯗ ꯀꯔꯝꯕ ꯃꯇꯝ ꯐꯥꯎꯕ ꯑꯩꯁꯦ ꯑꯉꯥꯡꯅꯤ ꯍꯥꯏꯅ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯀ꯭ꯂꯦꯝ ꯇꯧꯕ ꯌꯥꯒꯦ ꯍꯥꯏꯗꯤ ꯀꯌꯥꯝ ꯁꯥꯡꯕꯐꯥꯎ ꯀ꯭ꯂꯦꯝ ꯇꯧꯕ ꯌꯥꯒꯦ ꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯀꯦꯁꯁꯤꯗꯩꯁꯤꯗꯩꯗ ꯁꯨꯄ꯭ꯔꯤꯝ ꯀꯣꯔꯠꯀꯤ ꯗꯕꯜ ꯕꯦꯟꯁꯅ ꯍꯥꯏꯔꯤꯁꯦ ꯁꯦꯛꯁꯟ 9 ꯀ꯭ꯂꯣꯖ 2ꯗ ꯑꯃꯈꯛ ꯌꯥꯎꯔꯤꯕ ꯏꯚꯟ ꯑꯥꯐꯇꯔ ꯗ ꯐꯥꯏꯅꯦꯜ ꯗꯤꯁꯄꯣꯖꯦꯜ ꯑꯣꯐ ꯗ ꯀꯦꯁꯁꯦ ꯄꯨꯔꯥ ꯂꯣꯏꯈ꯭ꯔꯀꯥꯟꯗꯁꯨ ꯖꯨꯕꯤꯅꯦꯂꯤꯇꯤꯁꯦ ꯑꯃꯨꯛ ꯄ꯭ꯂꯤꯠ ꯇꯧꯕ ꯌꯥꯏ ꯑꯗꯨꯅ ꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯀꯦꯁ ꯑꯣꯝ ꯄ꯭ꯔꯀꯥꯁꯀꯤ ꯀꯦꯁꯁꯤꯗꯩꯗ ꯃꯥꯁꯤ ꯃꯤ 1994ꯗ ꯃꯤ ꯍꯥꯠꯂꯨꯕꯒꯤ ꯀꯦꯁꯇ ꯃꯥꯁꯦ ꯗꯦꯠ ꯄꯦꯅꯥꯜꯇꯤ ꯄꯤꯔꯦ ꯇ꯭ꯔꯥꯏꯜ ꯀꯣꯔꯠꯇ ꯃꯗꯨ ꯍꯥꯏ ꯀꯣꯔꯠꯅ ꯑꯃꯨꯛ ꯀꯟꯐꯥꯔꯝ ꯇꯧꯔꯦ ꯑꯗꯨ ꯌꯥꯅꯤꯡꯗꯗꯅ ꯁꯨꯄ꯭ꯔꯤꯝ ꯀꯣꯔꯠꯇ ꯑꯄꯤꯜ ꯆꯠꯂꯦ ꯁꯨꯄ꯭रीम कोर्ट हाई कोर्ट की अपहेल तौर रिव्यू पिटिशन कहोदा सुप्रीम कोर्ट थारे रिव्यू पिटिशन डिसमिस तौर गवर्नर मर्सी पिटिशन थारे गवर्नर मासु रिजेक्ट तौर हना सुप्रीम कोर्ट क्यूरेटिव पिटिशन थारे डिसमिस तौर अरोना प्रेसिडेंट मर्सी पिटिशन थाए मर्सी पिटिशन से थामदी डेट पेना मीसी डेट पेनाल्टी से अखोई लाइफ इम्प्रिजनमेंट ओंथो है पीरे पीरक रिट पिटिशन हाई कोर्ट थाजले थाकान प्रेसिडेंट की ऑर्डर खितंग चैलेंज तब सेक्शन 9 क्लोज 2 JJ Act 2015 की कानबसे फंगनबियु है केस ट्रायल तब ट्रायल कोर्ट bank account amuga angang bi lari hantaba angang bi bank account amada magi chahi je adudagi lawraga proceeding je loi chathagre adu marak tudaida ngasai supreme court ta ngasai school board na piba maje 2001 da poko angang ni mini ana piba je supreme court na su madu ignore ta thore aduna supreme court se amna regret sa akan seida sigi case seida mana haigan aroibada di mana supreme court na kari harkeda kogi loina case pura loire na hairaga juvenility ki plea si dum to we ai aduna sigi case seida huziki death penalty piramba aduga huziki akoi life imprisonment on thoka mi se si ma thado pro na ma se huziki case juvenility to claim tore mai do chumale rame school board ki so medical ki ossification test on tam jo sei tramri to suba angang ne na haire aduna ani si akanda loina case trial court ki high court ki supreme court ta handan review petition curative petition loi su na president ka sa lower matung sei da huziki section 2 clause 9 sei da la aduna supreme court na sees the heart and the soul of the act and a high huziki sigi juvenility plea to say anytime plea to ya na high was a sisima aduna aduga topa issue mana akogi preliminary assessment cz maru ai di 16 to 18 bracketed years sigi manung da thok pasine ba khadigi maru ai se si ya maru ai sing kali no haiba tamda ani khak lai maram ani lai ahan maram na kai no hai kan da angang singse angang oina ngasai sai tra thuk tei da try pan hogi manung da manung gi trial je pamde ahan maram na kai no kan da try to the inner try pan hogi manung da trial either court ta utar ga di ma death penalty di piro aduga ma any akoi life imprisonment hoga pi ba ya gi kudu adugi kudung thiba lei adugo angang gi court la ta di maximum ma 3 years ta gi hena mongonda magi mongonda pi ba punishment se 3 years ka tane aduna 16 to 18 gi CDS group se ngasai sai do san jwa ba si amna hogi border line lei se si amaru oi ba zaga si gi determination se kanana JGB na tor ka tawdui ana si taw ba se ada si ju tha hung ba gi manung da loiro preliminary assessment se magi taw bon dam se da adagi atopa maram amana hogi si gi preliminary assessment da ka ori si kai na ka da kari gumba hojiki sahi tra chuki makhagi court se JJB na trial to targadi mangonda le ramba case punama ki case ko court punama se loi destroy to rane masagi JJ act yawa principle of fresh start deida ma ino na ma se anuba life mo dum sakhrane aduga children court na laktaragadi magi le horiba case mayam singdo adugi case record singdo loina ba court singda le hobane adu sigi maram ani si maru maram ani leibana kogi preliminary assessment is yamna maru oiba tangkat amane aduna pokso gi lakmatam da su preliminary assessment je yamna maru oi aduna sigi preliminary assessment je koina phaming matam da su kamai to duino si lambi guideline kem leita bado 2022 da ama Varun Chandra Thakur eba ki asama lei madu ki case da supreme court na NCPCR aduga state commission aduga union commission si mayam sing se union government si mayam sing sa si guideline amutang di iba yabra amti yengo na achoba magi kano makha pire si matun dai ne 2023 da NCPCR na guideline amathoi issue guideline for conducting preliminary assessment kamai tawbada ke habi guideline 2023 da di NCPCR na magi thoi aduna sidai da khwaidagi mapung oi ise masagi psychosocial worker na psychologist singduna pire ba koina pire ba preliminary assessment pire ni ma physical capacity libra mental capacity libra adagi koi gi magi circumstances kari no loina adu accident man yenga kan da psychosocial worker aduga psychologist na pire kodo madu toya namjar daga SC koi preliminary report na adu pibe ya decision ni kana lo da ya kan da board lo ne aduna board lo mo matam standing asagi akoi probation officer na compulsory submit to da ba social investigation report si maru oi 15 days ni manung da pi ga da ni si jo aduga child welfare police officer na pi ga da ba social background report aduga DCPU na tragana akoi probation officer ga tanara anang ga tanara ga sem ga da ba individual care plan si aduga witness report habadi koi sai try ban da tra tu tai da try ban mo manung da lei du di magi trial ta ko matam da di police witness me amal lokhat kani aduga magi interaction tawba khorba mayam legane sigi port mayam singse sisu yemba ma jangne ba sai psychology singna psycho social worker na piba report final report to aduga loina na hai bo po singse lauraga sisi piba ma darkar oi sini mapung ina akogi preliminary assessment sidaida tawdoi se aduna sisu tha hungi manunda loisan do haibani issue di sigi ani sini akoina thengaba ya issue se aduga correctional home di observation home aduga home mayam si mayam akoi sidaida loina ba ya bazing je loi khangna na si thoina haiga le tre observation home special home place of safety fit person sigi mayam singse angang singsi ngasagi correctional home ngatani correctional home si reformative theory da base tawada bani angang se reform tawraga social reintegrate tawada bani mongoda punishment bi bagi wadu nate aduna theory of punishment da reformative theory ha se hen chunari se angang singsi mari leina ko di chunai aduna loisala pada aroi oina thamjaning base manipur da May 3 2023 da thokraba matung sidai da ekoina angang mayama more than 20,000 angang akoina affect tawre sigi affect tawre angang singse karmaina tawgadage child rights ki activists sing natraga child welfare ki institutions in the thabak tawre singna kamaina yengadage hairagadi aina Tijanjaba yengjaba matamdadi mission Vasisliya gi makha jida loinaba akogi CNCP ne haidana lauthoga moise CNCP gi category da thamme hai CNCP si obe hai maram the child in the need of care and protection da piriba akogi definition du da mama bapa ne yengsan bangam da angang natragna akogi armed conflict natraga civil unrest si mayam sing da loinaba thoglae aduna sigi laiba pot mayam singse si leiba maramna si leiba maramna akogi huziki kano se sponsorship se si maru oibra haina khalle aina sum khanjabada manipur da huzik phawda sponsorship ki kano se huzik phogi di thoidokwa leitabra aina huziki mission du da ki mission changjagra su yai manipur da tongan mi mayam ma leibi yai angang se mongonda medical ki nutrition ki education ki nataga tongan ba hiram amada angang lising punji ki manunda angang amadi aina yokjarage aina sponsor tawjarage magi health se aina sponsor tawrage magi nutrition se aina tawrage nataga na atopa amada ai tawrage hana haiba adumba mi mayam ma thoglagadi moidu kamaina accommodate tawda moigi mafam kamai pigadage haje sponsorship sidai daigani section 45 ta aduna state na rule chemo hai kuzi pogedi manipur ki state rule se like brana khale adugo model rule da yawa is the district magistrate na mapung oina sigi plan ma draw tawro aduga DCPU na sigi panel mayam sing loi semo panel mayam sema ga JJB da natragana kogi child welfare committee da sida piraga ngasagi makha taba sigi thabak singje sponsorship ki thabak singje sije tawba yagani haina haibazine aduna loisala pada si yamna maru oibra haina khalle haibadi kaina kanda angangi maru oiba principle amadi non discrimination ni samana pok manipur da pok targa su mahi tamaki school gi khudung pi ba khudung sa ba khenaraba health ki nutrition gi khudung sa ba khenaraba aduga loina ba khenana lakta ragadi angang se pisa pi ngai gi karai gi equal oiga lakadoino mama pa na lungai na afobe school da tamak paduga natraga school mung sa da ba adagi phibam sa da na tamak mi ani do adu kamaina compete tawa ya doino adu ani du kamaina equal oi hai doino adu equality hai ba se adu ada shoira ko maramna aduna angang se initial stage da defect le hanbe ya de aduna initial defect se si inequality se si ne finally sati ba inequality se nungai ba nungduna mama na birola ko matam da gi chagi ba chinjak sing duna angangi masa ma u kai ga sema paduga chomda sema isiga ani ji khenaba inequality mayam ma lay adu hoi adu loi udraga so hoji hai ba du minus sponsorship people si la ko tam da group sponsorship obi ya natraga individual sponsorship obi ya community sponsorship obi ya sigi sponsorship people se hodura agadi hoji lai ba nasagi mission ji makha da pi ba CNCP da pi ba kudung sabai mata da da akogi philanthropist me am thulaga tawada hayeng mateng pangadra aduna sigi kan sigi khudung sabe jarga MCPCR kai tam project chule sigi pose khana bibe ya bra ha sigi proposal simaga thangra pugarena na aingonda extra matam minute manga happy bagi da makta moderator bu thagar bu khongjuk sari aduga yam sanadi deliberation je tawge na khanjab du matam na yadrabani na ayeng discussion gi matam phangga di adwai da Wisin Ada Kanaminarasi, Hajaraga, Hai Wafung Garza, Hendan Liba, Adu what over Legadi, Madu Mapi, Wakunji Tamaga, or Kurumze.
Trafficking in Manipur, issues, gaps and challenges. We are privileged to have Sri Samorjit Singh, Superintendent of Police Crime Against Women and Children, as a resource person. May I request the organizers to kindly felicitate Sri Samorjit Singh with a token of appreciation. The session will be moderated by Sri Kasham Pradeep Kumar.
Moderator resource person Mocha, and then social welfare officials thing, education department officers thing, police department colleagues thing, child protection and child care staff thing, media persons thing. Ladies and gentlemen, my humble request, respect to you all.
Excuse me. We time constraints now, will provide only 15 minutes.
Okay.
And concentrate gaps and the challenges that we what are the operational gaps and challenges? The second part. I'm very sorry for that, as it is already late now, 2 p.m. It is already 2 p.m. now. So excuse us. Thank you. Please proceed.
Okay, gap and challenges. Okay, recently I was in DU for a workshop conducted by this thing, National Commission Movement. So I thought that my presentation should be more appropriate in this English. So I have prepared these things. But fortunately, I find here all the participants from Manipur. So I'll be delivering in a fusion this mode of both Manipuri dialect and English. Because I have prepared my presentation in this English. So my given topic is situational analysis and trafficking in Manipur, but it has been, narrowed down to identify gaps and major challenges only. So it is a very interesting short area. Gaps and challenges, I will be reading it out. From time to time, I will interact with this Manipuri dialects also. Gaps. We have challenges. Police department is the front line for enforcing all the laws and guidelines laid down by the government or agencies. We are always facing with many issues because police have certain limitations. Though we are, we have to deliver our services as the front line, we also have our own limitation. Say, take for example, the present law and orders, this scenario, anti-human traffic units are there in police departments. We have submitted proposal to the concerned authority to set up dedicated anti-human trafficking, but it is not coming up yet. Considering the broad threat of human trafficking across nation, one anti-human trafficking unit has been set up in 16 districts of Manipur, comprising 10 level police as district nodal officers and other members. Though we have these units, we are from time to time disturbed by the unfortunate law and order situations. So sometimes we are blamed by public that police is not giving interest in these things and giving more interest in law and order issues. These are the challenges we have. Coordination between departments like social welfare, police education, etc. still need to be improved. Because social welfare, we have a juvenile justice system, we have a SDA database, or my earlier this speaker has explained. Regarding legal technicalities and other things, I will not bring it up here because Tamu Musa and Uzadi has expressed it very well, that explain it in very this nice way. So I don't need to bring it out again here. I will read out the only gaps in it here. The family gaps are families, poor families struggling for survival may send children to cities or abroad for work or fall prey to traffickers' false promises. Traffickers exploit economic desperation, offering jobs or education that leads to exploitation. Sidi ko myam loy na khangna na le ba nga tani sidi gaps have to be ko na sum thoraga hai ba ni myam na lai rin ching da di kana na kamai tor ga nga ji ching so I pa du sum ba sing se am na far flung area da le ba du remote area da le ba district sing adu ma pham sing da ki am to because ma ko I ma pa sing masa ngang sing du sum ki na yam see what are happening in other parts of the country, even in other parts of the state. I see far-flung area the labor, district the labor, campus in the D. We come the Rina Kanamba, trafficker amana, Lagam with a actor, good wing toba, we will use toba, Dumbay on the Sui. Soon the sea Kamina, when the one again, the police level, when one of the sea, district level, which we now just this issue, with workshop, issue workshop by High Court, when it almost Yomi Navani, Quina. Club level gumba pegi musikan de apna recent spurt of Canada mera baby sing basi am karna active we pe chena di ko sumagi mati sikudong ja florga club level gumba mera baby gumba si CSO sector sum na hairaga awareness program se to na kona sum balai adu mu se pangthok na ba koina ya kan hona ze police department de to koina station level da koi OCG level da hairaga तो police in the so minus the awareness programs the tono policy and unemployment and underdeployment adults without stable income often rely on their children's labor. So the side labor ga amchu sigi side care sigamna namari le matang suyam ngai increased demand of supply side labor and families to risky decisions. Lack of education illiteracy reduces awareness of rights and increases vulnerability to decide. Traffickers target uneducated families who cannot identify fraudulent opportunities. Educated families sing mama pa parents sing sina magi country ki karam mapamda se Bangalore Calcutta Delhi da kamai trafficking si kamai to even Manipur man to go krai da kai to ge si khang da yam yawi ai kutta hozi kai police ki department lokat kiba side missing di cases ma aduga hozi ki side trafficking case me amama hozi kai kutta hozi yo hondir kana legani adu pato gi matam aduga adu casing sugi ai kitang share to ge khala la se matam si kitang ten mana matu thongwe adu na I right up ta so share to ge kare challenges in ongoing conflicts. Housiki 2023 live conflicts in Angang and displaced of the Nasi Yantina Soba, the school cadre, Aduga displaced of Karam passing aside and the Soviet Karam Maga, school cadre sing Sinanang, the Pita, come to the traffickers in the Sanaga. Second, Mushi target of the end to don't issues, we are not to live. I think border issues. Could be border issues. Manipur say 92 kilometers, 9.2 kilometers from the Kanstoy, out of Canada. Yamsanga, Kadava, border, lady says that border say IBC Homeland Security high now, Northern Police Academy, Pamtoka, Homeland Security high now, training program. Say that when a technology of Mark said the homeland, Manushida Pena, Kudonta, and border fencing card, you have always shown them. As in a Sadi, some folks and things Kudonta, trekking to the Su, to the Tana of the Suyam Kudonta, and so on. Borders fencing to the seem to be always shown away. I got Salsi, Kala Matunda Su, okay, support system, Rovas way, Yamakung Pava, and who with the Bamsu. Labor must lay, see, you have trouble salience in the money. ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯒꯦꯞꯁꯇ ꯍꯥꯏꯔꯒꯅ ꯉꯁꯥꯏꯒꯤ ꯃꯃꯥ ꯃꯄꯥꯅ ꯑꯦꯋꯦꯌꯔ ꯑꯣꯏꯗꯕ ꯂꯥꯏꯔꯤꯛ ꯂꯥꯏꯁꯨ ꯇꯝꯗꯕ ꯑꯗꯨꯒ ꯁꯣꯁꯤꯌꯣ ꯏꯀꯣꯅꯣꯃꯤꯒꯤ ꯁꯤꯁꯇꯦꯝꯁꯤꯗ ꯄꯩꯁꯥ ꯅꯨꯡꯁꯥ ꯌꯥꯝ ꯄꯥꯏꯗꯕꯅꯤꯅ ꯑꯉꯥꯡꯁꯤ ꯆꯥꯏꯜ ꯂꯦꯕꯔꯗ ꯊꯥꯗꯣꯛꯈꯤꯕ ꯑꯗꯒꯤ ꯃꯊꯪ ꯌꯨꯝ ꯆꯠꯈꯤꯕ ꯁꯨꯝꯕꯁꯤ ꯆꯦꯂꯦꯟꯖ ꯑꯃꯅꯤ ꯀꯃꯤꯁꯟ ꯋꯨꯃꯦꯟꯒꯤꯗ ꯑꯉꯥꯡ ꯒꯔꯜ ꯆꯥꯏꯜꯒꯤ ꯃꯇꯥꯡꯗ ꯀꯟꯅ ꯈꯟꯅꯔꯛꯄꯗ ꯑꯩꯅ ꯁꯖꯦꯁꯟ ꯈꯛ ꯇꯧꯔꯝꯃꯤ ꯑꯗꯨ ꯃꯈꯣꯏꯅ ꯏꯝꯄ꯭ꯂꯤꯃꯦꯟ ꯇꯧꯕꯤꯒꯅꯤ ꯍꯥꯏꯅ ꯑꯩ ꯊꯥꯖꯩꯅ ꯈꯜꯂꯤ ꯃꯣꯏꯅꯁꯨ ꯐꯖꯅ ꯅꯣꯠ ꯇꯧꯕꯤ ꯑꯉꯥꯡꯁꯤ ꯀꯔꯝꯍꯥꯏꯅ ꯇꯧꯒꯗꯒꯦ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯒꯤ ꯃꯑꯣꯡꯗꯨꯗ ꯁꯤꯗ ꯁꯨꯝ ꯃꯔꯤ ꯈꯤꯇꯪ ꯂꯩꯅꯔꯛꯀꯦ ꯇꯧꯕ ꯑꯗꯨꯅ ꯅꯨꯄꯤ ꯃꯆꯥꯁꯤ ꯒꯔꯜ ꯆꯥꯏꯜꯁꯤ ꯀꯔꯝꯍꯥꯏꯅ ꯌꯣꯛꯀꯗꯒꯦ ꯀꯔꯝꯍꯥꯏꯅ ꯄꯤꯛꯀꯗꯒꯦ ꯁꯨꯝ ꯈꯟꯅꯔꯛꯄꯁꯤꯗ ꯂꯥꯁꯇ ꯑꯩꯒꯤ ꯁ꯭ꯄꯤꯆꯇꯨꯗ ꯑꯩꯅ ꯑꯩꯒꯤ ꯁ꯭ꯀꯨꯜꯁꯤꯡꯁꯤꯗ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ ꯀꯔꯤꯒꯨꯝꯕ ꯏꯗꯨꯀꯦꯁꯟ ꯁꯤꯁꯇꯦꯝꯁꯤꯗ ꯈꯤꯇꯪ ꯑꯍꯣꯡꯕ ꯑꯃ ꯅꯠꯇ꯭ꯔꯒ ꯏꯝꯄ꯭ꯂꯤꯃꯦꯟ ꯇꯧꯕ ꯌꯥꯕ ꯑꯦꯔꯤꯌꯥ ꯑꯃ ꯂꯩꯕ ꯕꯤꯀꯣꯁ ꯁ꯭ꯀꯨꯜꯒꯤ ꯍꯦꯗ ꯃꯥꯁꯇꯔꯗꯨꯗ ꯅꯪꯒꯤ ꯆꯍꯤ ꯃꯁꯤ ZEO-ꯒꯨꯝꯕ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯑꯣꯐꯤꯁꯔꯁꯤꯡꯅ ꯍꯦꯟꯅ ꯚꯥꯞ ꯇꯥꯕꯤꯒꯅꯤ ꯅꯦꯁꯅꯦꯜ ꯀꯃꯤꯁꯟ ꯐꯣꯔ ꯋꯨꯃꯦꯟꯅꯁꯨ ꯍꯥꯏꯔꯛꯀꯗꯧ ꯃꯥꯜꯂꯦꯅ ꯈꯜꯂꯤ ꯑꯉꯥꯡꯁꯤ ꯅꯪꯒꯤ ꯆꯍꯤ ꯑꯃꯒꯤ ꯆꯍꯤ ꯃꯤꯡ ꯆꯟꯕꯁꯤꯗ ꯅꯪꯒꯤ ꯅꯨꯄꯤ ꯃꯆꯥ ꯀꯌꯥ ꯑꯉꯥꯡꯁꯤ ꯃꯤꯡ ꯆꯟꯒꯦ ꯃꯁꯤ ꯃꯦꯟꯗꯦꯇꯔꯤ ꯑꯣꯏꯕ ꯃꯗꯨꯒꯤ ꯄꯔꯁꯦꯟꯇꯦꯖꯅꯆꯤꯡꯕ ꯂꯧꯕ ꯑꯗꯨ ꯑꯣꯏꯇꯥꯔꯗꯤ ꯑꯉꯥꯡꯁꯤ ꯅꯝꯗꯅ ꯂꯥꯏꯔꯤꯛ ꯇꯝꯍꯟꯕꯒꯤ ꯑꯗꯨꯒꯤ ꯁ꯭ꯀꯨꯜꯒꯤ ꯑꯣꯖꯥ ꯑꯣꯏꯔꯤꯕꯁꯤꯡꯁꯤꯅꯁꯨ ꯊꯋꯥꯏ ꯌꯥꯎꯅ ꯑꯩꯒꯤ ꯁ꯭ꯀꯨꯜꯁꯤꯗ ꯍꯟꯗꯛꯀꯤ ꯑꯉꯥꯡ ꯅꯨꯄꯤ ꯃꯆꯥꯒꯤ ꯄꯔꯁꯦꯟꯇꯦꯖ ꯑꯁꯨꯛ ꯌꯥꯝ ꯌꯧꯏ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯁꯤ ꯃꯦꯟꯗꯦꯇꯔꯤ ꯑꯣꯏꯔꯒꯗꯤ ꯒꯔꯜ ꯆꯥꯏꯜꯁꯤꯗ ꯇꯧꯒꯅꯤ ꯍꯥꯏꯗꯅ ꯀꯥꯟꯅꯕ ꯑꯃ ꯑꯣꯟꯕ ꯈꯣꯠꯄꯗ ꯃꯇꯦꯡ ꯑꯣꯏꯕ ꯌꯥꯏꯅ ꯑꯗꯨꯃꯥꯏꯅ ꯊꯝꯅꯔꯛꯄꯅꯤ ꯃꯌꯥꯝ ꯑꯃ ꯑꯗꯒꯤ ꯉꯁꯥꯏꯒꯤ ꯒꯔꯜ ꯆꯥꯏꯜ ꯍꯥꯏꯔꯦ ꯑꯗꯨꯒ ꯆꯥꯏꯜ ꯔꯥꯏꯠ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯁꯤꯗ ꯖꯦꯟꯗꯔꯒꯤ ꯗꯤꯁꯀ꯭ꯔꯤꯃꯤꯅꯦꯁꯟ ꯑꯃ ꯂꯩꯇꯕꯁꯨ ꯅꯠꯇꯦ ꯀꯃꯥꯏꯅ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯗꯣꯃꯦꯁꯇꯤꯛ ꯚꯥꯏꯂꯦꯟꯁꯁꯤ ꯃꯌꯥꯝꯅ ꯅꯨꯄꯤꯗ ꯇꯧꯕꯗꯧꯅ ꯇꯧꯔꯛꯑꯣꯏ ꯑꯗꯨ ꯃꯁꯤ ꯖꯦꯟꯗꯔ ꯕꯦꯁ ꯑꯣꯏꯗꯕꯗꯧꯅ ꯀꯩꯅꯣꯗꯤ ꯑꯩ ꯏꯃꯥꯟꯅꯕ ꯃꯔꯨꯞ ꯃꯄꯥꯡ ꯅꯨꯄꯥ ꯃꯌꯥꯝ ꯑꯃ ꯃꯥꯏ ꯅꯨꯄꯤ ꯑꯣꯠꯄꯤꯕ ꯌꯥꯝ ꯌꯥꯎꯏ ꯑꯣꯅꯦꯁꯂꯤ ꯃꯥꯏꯟ ꯇꯧꯕꯤꯅꯨ ꯃꯌꯥꯝ ꯑꯩ ꯃꯁꯤ ꯀꯩꯅꯣꯗ ꯁꯨꯄ꯭ꯔꯤꯝ ꯀꯣꯔꯠꯇꯒꯤ ꯂꯦꯛꯆꯔꯔ ꯂꯥꯛꯏ ꯑꯗꯨꯗ ꯑꯩꯅ ꯐꯖꯅ ꯄꯨꯊꯣꯛꯆꯩꯑꯕ ꯑꯩꯅ ꯄꯨꯊꯣꯛꯆꯩꯑꯕ ꯅꯣꯏꯅ ꯐꯖꯅ ꯁꯨꯃꯥꯏꯅ ꯖꯦꯟꯗꯔ ꯕꯥꯏꯁꯇꯤ ꯅꯠꯇꯦ ꯍꯥꯏꯕ ꯁꯨꯃꯥꯏꯅ ꯅꯨꯄꯤꯗ ꯉꯥꯛꯇ ꯑꯣꯠꯄꯗꯧꯅ ꯇꯧꯔꯤꯁꯦ ꯃꯣꯏꯗ ꯃꯁꯥ ꯉꯥꯛꯊꯣꯛꯅꯕ ꯆꯨꯡꯒꯣꯏ ꯑꯃ ꯄꯤꯕꯅꯤ ꯆꯨꯡꯒꯣꯏꯗꯨꯅ ꯃꯤ ꯇꯥꯅ ꯌꯥꯜꯂꯛꯄꯅꯦ ꯗꯣꯃꯦꯁꯇꯤꯛ ꯚꯥꯏꯂꯦꯟꯁ ꯆꯨꯡꯒꯣꯏꯁꯤꯅ ꯈꯨꯠꯂꯥꯏ ꯑꯣꯏꯅ ꯁꯤꯖꯤꯟꯅꯔꯦ ꯑꯗ ꯅꯨꯄꯥ ꯃꯌꯥꯝ ꯑꯃ ꯃꯣꯏꯅ ꯑꯗꯨꯃꯥꯏꯅ ꯚꯤꯛꯇꯤꯃꯥꯏꯖ ꯇꯧꯋꯦ ꯑꯗꯨꯅ ꯅꯨꯄꯤꯅ ꯅꯨꯄꯥ ꯉꯥꯛꯇ ꯑꯣꯠꯄ ꯅꯠꯇꯦ ꯅꯨꯄꯥꯅ ꯅꯨꯄꯤ ꯑꯣꯠꯄ ꯅꯨꯄꯤꯅ ꯅꯨꯄꯥ ꯑꯣꯠꯂꯦ ꯑꯩ ꯏꯃꯥꯟꯅꯕ ꯌꯨꯝ ꯂꯩ ꯃꯃꯤꯡ ꯄꯜꯂꯔꯣꯏ ꯇꯥꯔꯦ ꯑꯁꯤ ꯑꯩꯅ ꯁꯨꯃꯥꯏꯅ ꯍꯥꯏꯌꯦꯕ ꯃꯥ ꯁꯨꯃꯥꯏꯅ ꯑꯩꯉꯣꯟꯗ ꯇꯧꯍꯧꯗꯦ ꯁꯨꯃꯥꯏꯅ ꯇꯧꯋꯦꯗꯣ ꯁꯤꯁꯨ ꯗꯣꯃꯦꯁꯇꯤꯛ ꯚꯥꯏꯂꯦꯟꯁꯅꯦ ꯅꯥꯎ ꯁꯤꯂꯣꯡꯗ ꯀꯃꯥꯏꯅ ꯇꯧꯏ ꯁꯤꯂꯣꯡꯗꯗꯤ ꯃꯣꯏ ꯃꯦꯇ꯭ꯔꯥꯇꯥꯜ ꯁꯣꯁꯥꯏꯇꯤ ꯑꯣꯏ ꯑꯗꯨ ꯁ꯭ꯋꯥꯏꯗ ꯅꯨꯄꯤꯅ ꯃꯌꯨꯝ ꯄꯥꯜꯂꯒ ꯅꯨꯄꯥ ꯃꯌꯨꯝꯗ ꯆꯠꯄ ꯑꯗꯨꯃꯥꯏꯅ ꯃꯣꯏ ꯅꯨꯄꯥ ꯃꯌꯨꯝꯗ ꯅꯨꯄꯤ ꯃꯌꯨꯝ ꯆꯠꯂꯦꯕ ꯑꯗꯨ ꯅꯨꯄꯥꯗꯁꯨ ꯗꯣꯃꯦꯁꯇꯤꯛ ꯚꯥꯏꯂꯦꯟꯁ ꯊꯣꯛꯑꯦꯕ ꯑꯗꯨ ꯁꯤꯂꯣꯡꯒꯤ ꯏꯃꯥꯟꯅꯕ ꯀꯌꯥ ꯑꯃ ꯌꯥꯎꯋꯦ ꯑꯗꯣ ꯑꯩꯅ ꯅꯣꯏ ꯃꯥꯏꯟ ꯇꯧꯅ ꯃꯁꯤ ꯅꯦꯁꯅꯦꯜꯒꯤ ꯀꯩꯅꯣꯅꯤꯅ ꯑꯩ ꯄꯨꯊꯣꯛꯄꯩ ꯋꯥꯅꯤ ꯅꯣꯏ ꯑꯗꯔꯋꯥꯏꯁ ꯈꯟꯕ ꯑꯗꯣ ꯑꯗꯨꯃꯥꯏꯅ ꯇꯧꯗꯅ ꯇꯧꯕꯅꯤ ꯗꯣꯃꯦꯁꯇꯤꯛ ꯚꯥꯏꯂꯦꯟꯁ ꯊꯣꯛꯄ ꯑꯗꯨꯃꯥꯏꯅ ꯖꯦꯟꯗꯔꯒꯤꯁꯤꯗꯁꯨ ꯌꯨꯝꯗꯒꯤ ꯑꯗꯨꯝ ꯍꯧꯋꯤ ꯑꯉꯥꯡꯁꯤ ꯆꯥꯛ ꯆꯥꯕ ꯃꯇꯝꯗ ꯅꯨꯄꯥ ꯃꯆꯥꯗꯨꯅ ꯏꯕꯣꯅ ꯍꯧꯒꯠꯂ ꯍꯥꯏꯔꯒ ꯑꯉꯥꯡ ꯅꯨꯄꯤ ꯃꯆꯥꯗꯨ ꯂꯨꯈꯥꯛ ꯁꯦꯡꯍꯟꯕ ꯅꯨꯄꯥ ꯃꯆꯥꯗꯨꯅ ꯆꯠꯂꯨꯔ ꯀꯣꯏꯔꯣ ꯁꯥꯟꯅ ꯐꯤꯗꯨ ꯒ꯭ꯔꯣꯡꯅ ꯊꯤꯟꯕ ꯅꯨꯄꯤ ꯃꯆꯥꯗꯨ ꯁꯨꯍꯟꯕ ꯑꯗꯨꯋꯥꯏꯗꯒꯤꯁꯨ ꯑꯗꯨꯝ ꯆꯥꯏꯜ ꯔꯥꯏꯠꯁꯦ ꯑꯗꯨꯝ ꯃꯄꯥ ꯃꯃꯥꯅ ꯃꯥꯟꯅꯗꯅ ꯌꯦꯡꯕꯗꯧ ꯁꯨꯝ ꯇꯧꯋꯦ ꯑꯗꯨꯁꯨ ꯆꯥꯏꯜ ꯔꯥꯏꯠ ꯚꯥꯏꯂꯦꯠ ꯇꯧꯋꯦ ꯍꯥꯏꯅ ꯑꯗꯨꯝ ꯈꯜꯂꯦꯕ ꯑꯩꯗꯤ ꯃꯁꯤ ꯃꯌꯥꯝꯅ ꯂꯥꯏꯠ ꯑꯣꯏꯅ ꯈꯟꯅꯕꯅꯦ ꯊꯣꯛꯏꯅꯦ ꯑꯗꯨꯅ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯌꯨꯝꯗ ꯑꯗꯨꯝ ꯆꯥꯛ ꯏꯁꯤꯡ ꯆꯥꯔꯒ ꯑꯩꯈꯣই ꯐꯖꯅ ꯐꯦꯡꯗꯣꯛꯆꯩ ꯑꯗꯨꯝ ꯐꯖꯅ ꯁꯤꯗꯩ ꯑꯗꯨꯒ ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛꯇꯤ ꯀꯩꯅꯣꯗ ꯆꯥꯛꯈꯨꯝꯗ ꯏꯁꯤꯡ ꯂꯣꯏ ꯇꯥꯟꯅꯔꯦ ꯊꯥꯏꯅ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ ꯍꯧꯕꯗ ꯄꯨꯈ꯭ꯔꯤꯗ ꯁꯣꯛꯄ ꯅꯠꯇ꯭ꯔꯦ ꯂꯨꯈꯥꯛ ꯐꯦꯡꯐꯝꯗ ꯆꯠꯄ ꯅꯠꯇ꯭ꯔꯦ ꯐꯤ ꯁꯨꯕꯗ ꯋꯥꯁꯤꯡ ꯃꯦꯆꯤꯟꯗ ꯁꯦꯝꯃꯤ ꯑꯗꯨꯅ ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛꯇꯤ ꯏꯁꯥꯅ ꯑꯩ ꯂꯣꯏꯅꯃꯛ ꯑꯩ ꯅꯨꯄꯥꯅ ꯂꯣꯏ ꯇꯧꯒꯗꯕꯅꯤ ꯍꯥꯏꯕ ꯄꯣꯠꯇꯨꯗꯤ ꯑꯗꯨꯒꯤ ꯃꯥꯏꯟꯁꯦꯠꯇꯨ ꯑꯍꯣꯡꯕ ꯂꯥꯛꯄ ꯆꯨꯝꯕ꯭ꯔꯥ ꯀꯥꯏꯅꯁꯨ ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛ ꯈꯟꯖꯕ ꯃꯤ ꯑꯃꯅꯦꯕ ꯑꯗꯨꯅ ꯁꯤ ꯖꯦꯟꯗꯔꯒꯤ ꯀꯩꯅꯣꯁꯤꯡꯁꯨ ꯆꯥꯏꯜ ꯔꯥꯏꯠꯁꯤꯗ ꯌꯥꯝ ꯃꯔꯨ ꯑꯣꯏꯅ ꯑꯗꯨꯝ ꯂꯩꯕꯅꯤ ꯑꯔꯣꯏꯕ ꯑꯣꯏꯅ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯇꯥꯃꯣ ꯏꯃꯣꯆꯥꯒ ꯑꯗꯒꯤ ꯑꯣꯖꯥ ꯀꯩꯅꯣꯒꯅ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯤꯕꯒꯤ ꯃꯇꯨꯡ ꯏꯟꯅ ꯉꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯄꯨꯂꯤꯁꯀꯤ ꯇ꯭ꯔꯦꯅꯤꯡ ꯁꯦꯁꯟ ꯑꯣꯏꯅ ꯇꯧꯈ꯭ꯔꯦ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤꯁꯦ ꯃꯔꯨꯑꯣꯏꯅ ꯑꯩꯒꯤ ꯂꯥꯛꯏꯕ ꯄꯨꯂꯤꯁꯀꯤ ꯑꯣꯐꯤꯁꯔꯁꯤꯡ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯀꯩꯅꯣꯁꯤꯡꯁꯦ ꯑꯩꯒꯤ ꯀꯂꯤꯛꯁꯤꯡꯁꯦ ꯁꯤꯗ ꯌꯥꯝꯅ ꯀꯥꯟꯅꯕ ꯄꯣꯛꯁꯣꯒꯤ ꯃꯇꯥꯡꯗ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯇꯥꯃꯣꯆꯥꯅ ꯍꯥꯏꯈꯤꯕ ꯑꯗꯒꯤ ꯑꯣꯖꯥ ꯀꯩꯅꯣꯅ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯤꯈꯤꯕꯁꯤꯡꯗꯨ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤꯗꯤ ꯌꯥꯝꯅ ꯑꯥꯏ ꯑꯣꯄꯅꯔ ꯑꯣꯏꯔꯦ ꯑꯗꯨ ꯑꯩꯅ ꯈꯜꯂꯤ ꯑꯩ ꯄꯨꯂꯤꯁ ꯀꯩꯅꯣꯗꯁꯨ ꯃꯤꯅꯤꯠ 30 ꯈꯛꯇꯅꯤ ꯂꯣꯏꯔ ꯃꯥꯜꯂꯦ ꯄꯨꯂꯤꯁ ꯇ꯭ꯔꯦꯅꯤꯡ ꯀꯣꯂꯦꯖꯇꯁꯨ ꯂꯩꯖꯔꯝꯃꯤ ꯑꯗꯨꯅ ꯑꯩ ꯑꯦꯁꯤꯁꯇꯦꯟ ꯗꯥꯏꯔꯦꯛꯇꯔ ꯑꯣꯏꯅ ꯑꯗꯨꯅ ꯇ꯭ꯔꯦꯅꯤꯡ ꯄ꯭ꯔꯣꯒ꯭ꯔꯥꯝꯒꯤ ꯃꯔꯝꯗ ꯑꯩ ꯈꯤꯇꯪ ꯚꯥꯞ ꯇꯥꯖꯩ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯗꯥꯏꯔꯦꯛꯇꯔꯗ ꯔꯤꯀ꯭ꯋꯦꯁ ꯇꯧꯖꯔꯒ ꯉꯁꯤ ꯄꯤꯕꯤꯔꯤꯕ ꯂꯦꯛꯆꯔꯁꯦ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯑꯣꯖꯥ ꯗꯤꯂꯤꯞꯅ ꯑꯗꯨꯒ ꯇꯥꯃꯣꯆꯥꯅ ꯄꯤꯕꯤꯔꯤꯁꯤ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯇ꯭ꯔꯦꯅꯤꯡ ꯄ꯭ꯔꯣꯒ꯭ꯔꯥꯝ ꯑꯣꯏꯅ ꯄꯨꯂꯤꯁꯀꯤꯗ ꯍꯥꯞꯆꯤꯜꯂꯒ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯀꯩꯅꯣ ꯇꯧꯅꯕ ꯑꯗꯨꯃꯥꯏꯅ ꯁꯖꯦꯁ ꯇꯧꯕꯤꯒꯦ ꯕꯤꯀꯣꯖ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯑꯥꯏ ꯑꯣꯁꯤꯡꯁꯤꯗ ꯉꯁꯤ ꯌꯥꯝꯅ ꯀꯥꯟꯅꯕ ꯑꯣ ꯁꯤ ꯂꯦꯚꯦꯜꯗ ꯑꯗꯨ ꯏꯟꯁꯄꯦꯛꯇꯔ ꯂꯦꯚꯦꯜꯗ ꯋꯥꯔꯛ ꯇꯧꯕ ꯃꯌꯥꯝ ꯑꯃ ꯌꯥꯎꯔꯦ ꯑꯩ ꯎꯏ ꯑꯗꯨꯒ ꯑꯌꯣ ꯑꯣꯏꯅ ꯊꯕꯛ ꯇꯧꯔꯤꯕ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯉꯁꯥꯏ ꯍꯥꯏꯕ ꯀꯦꯞꯇꯦꯟ ꯑꯣꯐ ꯗꯤ ꯁꯤꯞꯅꯦ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯗꯣ ꯑꯗꯨꯅ ꯀꯦꯁꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯀꯦꯞꯇꯦꯟ ꯑꯣꯏꯒꯗꯧꯔꯤꯕ ꯑꯌꯣ ꯑꯣꯏꯕ ꯃꯌꯥꯝꯁꯦ ꯁꯤꯗ ꯉꯁꯤ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯁꯤ ꯃꯣꯏꯗꯤ ꯆꯨꯝꯅꯒꯤ ꯂꯥꯛꯑꯝꯒꯗ꯭ꯔꯥ ꯍꯥꯏꯅ ꯈꯜꯂꯤ ꯄꯥꯡꯒꯩꯗ ꯆꯠꯂꯒꯗꯤ ꯉꯁꯤꯗꯤ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯇ꯭ꯔꯦꯅꯤꯡ ꯑꯣꯏꯅ ꯆꯠꯄꯅꯤ ꯀꯔꯤꯒꯨꯝꯕ ꯈꯔ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯇꯧꯕ ꯌꯥꯗꯦ ꯇꯦꯛ ꯑꯋꯦ ꯈꯔ ꯂꯩꯇ ꯌꯥꯗꯦ ꯍꯥꯏꯅ ꯁꯣꯏꯅ ꯁꯤꯔꯤꯌꯁꯂꯤ ꯂꯥꯛꯀꯅꯤ ꯈꯜꯂꯤ ꯃꯗꯨ ꯊꯣꯛꯅꯕ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯗꯤꯔꯦꯛꯇꯔ ꯁꯥꯔꯇ ꯑꯩ ꯉꯁꯤ ꯄꯥꯎ ꯄꯤꯖꯒꯦ ꯁꯨꯃꯥꯏꯅ ꯇꯧꯕꯁꯦ ꯀꯥꯟꯅꯅꯤꯅ ꯑꯔꯣꯏꯕ ꯑꯣꯏꯅ ꯂꯥꯛꯏꯕ ꯃꯌꯥꯝꯕꯨ ꯉꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯁꯦꯁꯟꯁꯤꯗꯒꯤ ꯌꯥꯝ ꯈꯨꯗꯣꯡꯆꯥꯕ ꯑꯃ ꯑꯩ ꯏꯁꯥꯃꯛꯁꯨ ꯌꯥꯝꯅ ꯂꯔꯅꯤꯡ ꯏꯁ ꯀꯣꯟꯁꯇꯦꯟꯠ ꯀꯣ ꯑꯩꯁꯨ ꯅꯍꯥꯟꯈꯩ ꯑꯩꯅ ꯈꯔ ꯈꯨꯖꯤꯟꯕ ꯃꯌꯥꯝ ꯈꯪꯖꯕꯗꯣ ꯉꯁꯤ ꯂꯦꯛꯆꯔ ꯃꯌꯥꯝ ꯇꯥꯕꯁꯤꯗ ꯑꯩꯁꯨ ꯈꯤꯇꯪ ꯑꯩꯉꯣꯟꯗ ꯌꯥꯝ ꯑꯦꯟꯍꯥꯟꯁ ꯇꯧꯕ ꯑꯃꯁꯨ ꯌꯥꯎꯏ ꯌꯥꯝ ꯅꯨꯡꯉꯥꯏꯖꯩ ꯃꯌꯥꯝ ꯊꯦꯡꯅꯕ ꯊꯦꯡꯛ ꯌꯨ ꯑꯣꯜ
ꯌꯥꯝꯅ ꯀꯟꯐ꯭ꯌꯨꯁ ꯆꯠꯄ ꯍꯥꯏꯇꯥꯔꯦꯀꯣ ꯑꯥꯔꯂꯤ ꯃꯦꯔꯤꯖ ꯄ꯭ꯔꯣꯍꯤꯕꯤꯁꯟ ꯑꯦꯛꯀ ꯄꯣꯛꯁꯣ ꯑꯦꯛꯀꯤ ꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯀꯟꯐ꯭ꯌꯨꯖꯟ ꯈꯔ ꯂꯩꯌꯦ ꯑꯩꯉꯣꯟꯗ ꯑꯦꯛꯖꯥꯝꯄꯜꯗ ꯅꯨꯄꯤ ꯃꯆꯥꯁꯤ ꯃꯥꯏꯅꯔ ꯑꯣꯏꯔꯕ ꯑꯗꯨꯒ ꯅꯨꯄꯥ ꯃꯆꯥ ꯃꯕꯥꯅꯤꯁꯤ ꯅꯨꯡꯁꯤꯅꯔꯒ ꯆꯦꯜꯂꯕ ꯁꯦꯛꯆꯨꯋꯦꯜ ꯔꯤꯂꯦꯁꯟꯁꯤꯞꯁꯤ ꯑꯣꯜꯔꯦꯗꯤ ꯂꯩꯔꯦ ꯈꯪꯉꯕ ꯅꯨꯄꯥ ꯃꯆꯥꯗꯨ ꯑꯦꯗꯜꯠ ꯑꯣꯏꯔꯕ ꯑꯗꯨ ꯀꯣꯟꯁꯦꯟꯠ ꯌꯥꯎꯅꯗꯤ ꯆꯦꯟꯈ꯭ꯔꯕ ꯑꯁꯤꯁꯤ ꯑꯥꯔꯂꯤ ꯃꯦꯔꯤꯖꯇ ꯆꯤꯡꯗꯣꯏꯔꯥ ꯅꯠꯇ꯭ꯔꯒ ꯄꯣꯛꯁꯣꯒꯤ ꯗ ꯕꯨꯛ ꯇꯧꯗꯣꯏꯔꯥ ꯑꯁꯤꯁꯤ ꯈꯤꯇꯪ ꯀ꯭ꯂꯦꯔꯤꯐꯥꯏ ꯇꯧꯕꯤꯌꯨ ꯊꯦꯡꯛ ꯌꯨ
What are Christians? अद्वैत तातारदी इंडियन मैरिज एक्ट और क्रिश्चियन मैरिज एक्ट ला अनीबा वही चेंबगी लुहोंबगी पोतु लरगा मु पोक्सो लाक्रा आई हाइजेगेबा आर्या मैरिज एक्ट हाइबगी एक्ट लेते सेम हाइबदा क्रिश्चियन अद्वैत तातारदी क्रिश्चियन मैरिज एक्ट और इंडियन मैरिज एक्ट सिदई स्टेदा लुहोंबदा ब्राइड की एज से कोई मैरिजेबल एज पीरियड groom की marriageable age से पीरे अदुगी marriageable age जो योंदबा ताबा तातारदी अखोई prevention of child marriage act if the child is below 18 को अदुना prevention of child marriage act हाइबनिना मखोई दी लुहोंबदु याबनिना कईगुंबा in case लुहोंबा ओइरगना those parents or guardians who had arranged the marriage are liable under the act moi angang khale se angang di moi di khoi liable with those persons who made the arrangement for the marriage they are liable under the act and I sai I khoi character deliberation so high in India law the there is no distinction between predators and partners predator ka partner ki difference distinction se p deva Indian law there is POCSO act penalizes sexual activities between children. Aduga, Hariba, in Madam's case, the boy is an adult, means about 18 never must say. 18 over the Magi partner, Hagadra Magan, she is still a child under POCSO Act because she has not completed 18 and she is below 18 with that. The definition of child under POCSO is a person who is below 18 height. As per the definition of a child under POCSO Act, the girl is still a child. So any sexual activities with a child is penalized under POCSO Act. Aduna masi babani affairs lermi, nungshinami lermi, koli haibisi, adi kogi Romeo and Juliet affairs ko maneba yasai mention tobuda. Aduna ma lupa masado masi liable oigini aba kaigino hai matamda nupi masasi major oidribanina minor oidribanina my consent said is no consent in the eye of law. Aduna my consent yauduna tawbanina adi moi madugi relation to leirubanina as far as the provision of POCSO Act is concerned the boy is liable. I say Canadian law the Amalay Haidana in the Sepamidana, Moidi peer group Haina Amalayama, exception. When the parties are very close in age, I didn't be Mizan say, Tratan, or Pamsan, Tapan, or Miss Boji Pierre, Moji Lengang, Nikopni, Haina Lay if two conditions are satisfied, there is two further conditions. There is no evidence of exploitation of authority or trust. I exploit of the Kote, number father of the Kote, heavy evidence, heavy evidence later. Besides, they are not dependent on each other. Highly Kanagumana, Nubish and Nupada Tang, but later competition, a sort of dependence whom labor but Tata, the Yadi, can you depend on the later Tata, the Mase, Canadian was the exempt away. Means those relations are not criminal relations, and they Canadian law. India law, the Madusa Tabanina, that boy is committed the crime under POCSO Act. And I am the discussion I am the high level I am Punamaka say, Mark section 2, Mark 8, Mark 2, but Mark say, 360, the Provision of Offenders Act, she could be applied to all. In other cases, in general crimes, the Tupama in the Sekuma, but 360 of the Shatpishida, the Lotaweba, Provida Tadweba, Provision, the boy. Say the continent or even at the mind how to go the Yabra Yadabra, Habibi. This question was raised. But in the court, Mayamna Shidadi provisionally offenders because Pokso Hariba Shidadi in most of the offenses, punishment is said. Minimum punishment prescribed, however, for offenses where minimum punishment is prescribed. Offenders, Provision Offenders Act applicable, Oiroi Haina reason P. Heidi, Poksoaki section, say 4 or section 6 or not below, not below, I see minimum sentence, except sexual character harassment under section 12. Ashi Kapta, the not below, minimum punishment offense is the Provision of Offenders Act. It is not applicable. That has been decided by this Peace Court. Aduna Masishan Roy Hayaduga. Aduda Ukil Karagi Shigumba consultation meetings say the Ukil Karana Race over Puina say Nupa Masasi, say 19 Subatatarsu, Masi, Apavamiana, Masi, Prospect of Lebana, Ubatatardi. Will it be fair to punish that boy of 21 years, 18 years old? Will it not amount to making that boy a criminal? Ma to pa indecent criminal, consulating auction, consulating Magibo, if you Maga Mushinazor, the Hakai, the same way. As she say the Anam Shibu criminal when the Shibu, will it be fair? Will it be justified? Hyperpoesia, I'm going to raise away. Angang do yang pada bangang nanti mima lagi lah suka tanah kota air so bisa IPS so ni jam sorry lagi pabangang ni itu magi sinar ke soalnya tolu macam mesti dah magi sibumba magi kita gian tahu dah kota bah hai sih dah angang do ikut saya tara di jen hajun kita akan di we are making him a criminal. Saya tara jen lalu thor kota di he'll be a criminal. Will be treated as a criminal, even if he doesn't become a criminal, but he'll be treated as a criminal. So these were the issues discussed, but then legally there is no protection, actually. But when trial to home at say that normally we insist the alias victim girl to refuse testifying against the boy. That is the only solution that has been suggested. As far as law is concerned, in the eye of law, there is no remedy of that situation except that extra legal remedy to request the victim not to testify against the.
Not to give the 164 statement.
164 statement is not an evidence. It is not an evidence. It only binds the giver. It only binds the giver. It is not a piece of evidence. Yeah, it is not a piece of evidence. Only evidence is, oral evidence is all statement given before the court. All statement given before the court and subject to cross examination.
Is this off the record or on the record?
No, it's on the record. You can ask me, I can cite relevant provisions.
Okay, thank
you so much. Definition of oral evidence.
Okay. And
all statement allowed or permitted by the court to be given before it in connection with matters under inquiry. This is the definition of evidence.
Okay. So the answer is, the answer to my question is like...
There is no legal solution except that extra legal solution. And people normally go by extra legal solution. because
So like the
legally,
wisdom of the
unless and until the also is amended to that extent, to that areas. As of now, what the law states under POCSO Act is there's no legal solution. The boy will have to be, say, sent to custody.
Okay, then it depends on the wisdom of the IO and the CWC.
No, actually, it is not. It doesn't depend on the IO or the SAT. It depends upon the learning council will be fighting the case of the kids.
Okay. Then the case will go on.
Actually, CWC and IOs, they cannot go beyond the law.
Yeah.
CWCs and IOs, they cannot go beyond the law. Nor they can go behind the law. They have to go strictly by the law. Is it not?
Yeah, right.
So this extra legal solution can only come forward advocates, and maybe from NGOs, Amara Baibis in our state. They can always bring say mediation. They can carry on mediation between the parties.
What I was like, what my confusion is, sir, when there is Marriage Prohibition Act and then POCSO Act and that very offense, adugi crime do sir, adudu POCSO Act registered togadra natraga
Child marriage, the Prevention of Child Marriage Act has said, CD, marriage to prevent marriage to if the parties are say child, those person guardians or people who made the arrangement for the marriage, they it's in criminal. They can be penalized. As far as marriage is concerned, it is a personal law. Marriage is law is personal law in the Aduna, Kogi Luhongbada, Kogi valid marriage, Aduga invalid marriage, Natraga, Shikai Haitare, Amasi, Adu Yegahabatata, Magi concerned person, Dugi, Magi personal law. If both the party belongs to Christian, then they will be bound by Christian Marriage Act. If the both are say Hindus, they will be under the Hindu Marriage Act. But if both of them are not of the same religion, if they are from different religion, they will be under Indian Marriage Act.
ꯑꯗꯨꯅ ꯄꯣꯛꯁꯣꯗ ꯍꯥꯏꯗꯤ ꯆꯦꯟꯕ ꯂꯣꯏꯅꯃꯛ ꯄꯣꯛꯁꯣ ꯄꯥꯟꯅꯤ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯁꯤ ꯈꯤꯇꯪ ꯀꯔꯤꯕꯨꯗꯤ ꯑꯣꯏꯔꯦ ꯑꯗꯨ ꯑꯣꯏꯔꯒꯁꯨ ꯆꯦꯜꯂꯒ ꯏꯟꯂꯣꯞꯃꯦꯟꯗꯪ ꯇꯧꯕ ꯑꯗꯨꯒ ꯁꯦꯛꯁꯨꯋꯦꯜ ꯑꯦꯁꯣꯜ ꯂꯩꯇ꯭ꯔꯕ ꯄꯦꯅꯤꯇ꯭ꯔꯦꯇꯤꯚ ꯁꯦꯛꯁꯨꯋꯦꯜ ꯑꯦꯁꯣꯜ ꯂꯩꯇ ꯇꯥꯔꯒꯗꯤ ꯄꯥꯟꯕꯗꯤ ꯑꯍꯥꯟꯕꯒꯤꯗ ꯄꯥꯟ ꯇꯥꯔꯒꯁꯨ ꯍꯥꯏꯗꯤ ꯁꯦꯛꯁꯨꯋꯦꯜ ꯑꯦꯁꯣꯜꯇꯤ ꯂꯩꯇꯦꯕ ꯑꯗꯨꯒ ꯃꯦꯔꯦꯖꯁꯤꯗꯤ ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛꯀꯤ ꯄ꯭ꯔꯣꯍꯤꯕꯤꯁꯟ ꯑꯣꯐ ꯆꯥꯏꯜ ꯃꯦꯔꯦꯖꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯁꯥꯔꯅ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯤꯕ ꯑꯗꯨꯃꯥꯏꯅ ꯂꯨꯍꯣꯡꯕ ꯍꯥꯏꯗꯤ ꯁꯣꯂꯦꯝꯅꯥꯏꯖ ꯇꯧꯕꯗꯨ ꯄ꯭ꯔꯣꯍꯤꯕꯤꯠ ꯇꯧꯕꯅꯦꯕ prohibit tꯧꯕꯁꯦ 18ꯒꯤ ꯃꯈꯥ ꯅꯨꯄꯤꯃꯆꯥ 21ꯒꯤ ꯃꯈꯥ ꯅꯨꯄꯥꯃꯆꯥ ꯌꯥꯎ ꯇꯥꯔꯒꯗꯤ ꯑꯗꯨꯕꯨ ꯄꯅꯤꯁꯃꯦꯟ ꯐꯪꯗꯣꯏꯁꯤꯗꯤ ꯑꯦꯔꯦꯟꯖ ꯇꯧꯔꯤꯕ ꯑꯍꯟꯁꯤꯡꯗꯨꯅꯤ ꯑꯉꯥꯡꯗꯨ ꯅꯠꯇꯦꯕ ꯑꯗꯨꯒ ꯇꯧꯕꯇꯕꯨ ꯅꯨꯄꯥꯃꯆꯥꯁꯦ 18ꯒꯤ ꯃꯊꯛ ꯑꯣꯏꯔꯕ 21 ꯌꯧꯗ ꯇꯥꯔꯒꯁꯨ ꯃꯥꯗꯤ ꯗꯟꯗꯤ ꯐꯪꯕ ꯌꯥꯎꯅꯦꯕ ꯑꯗꯨꯒ ꯑꯦꯔꯦꯟꯖ ꯇꯧꯕ ꯄ꯭ꯔꯣꯃꯣꯠ ꯇꯧꯕ ꯑꯗꯨꯗ ꯂꯣꯏꯅꯃꯛ ꯂꯨꯍꯣꯡꯕꯗ ꯊꯣꯛꯍꯟꯕꯗ ꯁꯔꯨꯛ ꯌꯥꯔꯤꯕꯁꯤꯡꯗꯣ ꯑꯗꯨ ꯂꯣꯏꯅꯃꯛ ꯄꯦꯅꯥꯂꯥꯏꯖ ꯇꯧꯕ ꯌꯥꯏ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯅꯤ 2 years imprisonment ꯑꯗꯨꯒ
ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤꯗꯤ ꯇ꯭ꯔꯥꯏꯕꯦꯜꯒꯤꯗꯤ ꯃꯦꯔꯤꯖ
ꯅꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯄꯔꯁꯅꯦꯜ ꯂꯣꯒꯤ ꯃꯇꯨꯡ ꯏꯟꯅ ꯃꯦꯔꯦꯖꯇꯤ ꯑꯣꯏꯈ꯭ꯔꯦ ꯑꯗꯨꯕꯨ ꯃꯕꯥꯅꯤ ꯌꯨꯝꯗꯤ ꯄꯥꯟꯈ꯭ꯔꯦ ꯍꯥꯏꯗꯤ ꯐꯦꯃꯤꯂꯤ ꯂꯤꯡꯉꯦꯕ ꯑꯗꯨꯅ ꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯗꯦꯐꯤꯅꯤꯁꯟꯁꯦ ꯈꯤꯇꯪ ꯁꯦꯝꯗꯣꯛꯄ ꯗꯔꯀꯥꯔ ꯂꯩ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯁꯦ ꯍꯥꯏꯗꯤ ꯏꯟ ꯀꯦꯁ ꯑꯣꯐ ꯏꯟꯂꯣꯞꯃꯦꯟ ꯕꯤꯇ꯭ꯋꯤꯟ ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛꯀꯤ
Who is the complainant?
Complainant me amana tawbani.
Me amasi
not the from nupa side kinataba. Indian citizenship amana responsible citizenship.
Responsible citizen amana complaint tawri se my complaint say these two persons have committed an act which is prohibited by law. Any tawri ra. One complaint or say suppose moi ani complaint noi koi customary rights between scheduled tribe kumba city my own customary right leba my customary right leba that is respected weba law and respect weba One of the sources of law is custom. As far as the tribal communities are concerned, their custom is recognized or treated as law. Adu mabani da complaint to iba habse. Complaint dugi karino complaint. What is that complaint exactly? Mabani luhong se they have committed an act which is prohibited by a particular provision of law. Ain tolibra. Tolibra ma muina ma hai se adu tolibra. For example, see koigi chele. There is no sexual contact with them, so like reporter and high level. See it by to say, elopement have to say, it is not offense. In no statutory act, you will find this elopement termed or taken as a crime. Crime on the lake. Elopement have to say is one of the means of marriage in Masam-san and Yanaka, is known to overhead one in here. Sielaga luhong se haiba personal logi matungina akoigi Hindu law ni khangde Christian law ni khangde moigi validity of the law certain conditions amal provision am leba Hindu law du section 7 and section 5 ti hai si nupa du ne sei koi kuma tu sugadam ni nupi du ne sei traiban sugadam ni moisi they should not be within the prohibited degree of relationship. Uncle Masana, Skadu Masana, the prohibited degree of relationship given the late. Animaxi, long river, Animaxi, long river medium, and long age lake. Assuming I am saying low enough fulfilled Tawata, the long do yard. Aduga, Hindu law, the ceremony provide to ceremony provide to ceremony to the optional level. Optional level. Aduga section 17, I division city mandatory rules never. Adun aina ngasai haibana maba ani noi customary right ta yaraga chele noi customary right ta chele adubu also act haibse basi is a secular act ni secular act never. On top of that, it's a special act that overrides all other general acts. Special act means an act which overrides other general acts. Adun sigi matang stega complaint over hai uran dosu there is no complaint. It is not a thing. Nobody complains, it's not a matter. Adumai to na complaint to busi complaint to bugi mana complaint to bugi is nothing but disclosure of fact. Law are passed only for application to facts. Law have to say fact apply to the same manner. And a certain fact of one way what is that fact? Adu yam ne yemba darkar le. Law is applicable to facts.
Yawdos, manpower, SAPU, and State Protection Society, and the DCPU essentially. I experienced those even Kachin district like because the DCPU can center function with the brand love. Then again, police and side manpower say Kachin district the whole police civil kind of SP job. Kachin district the police station directly. See, one of the women aside, Aduna, I have what NCPCR or NCPCR. Ladies, the acquaintance like Canariba, the Canary season, the Kayana, gives his hydrogen, loader, like 8 oil layer, then implement of course a lot, and gives the civil labor course. Kamana governments 8 or making us Kamana, powers in Liberia, later get Kamanta Boyagi. The money can then go quick aside, pure honey. Madam Sante aside some talk. The DCPO, that office is not understaffed. Only can talk. Single, but my answer is Tawdragani over, it's like 8 Tawragasu, Iragasu, on the ground level. So you will possible. So I said, common observation. So, station that I couldn't assume Canada Bamians, strong, you know, the whole Canada for the past 2-3 years. I think that in particular examples, I think only 2 women can see police entire whole district like beside issues me answer. They'll talk why the what is the measure.
Government force police have to get them challenges ma'am like loyal order conflict ki ma'am like gaps so samjhe rahe main board se wali audit recruitment to no the notification thoke to mi thoki rahe maduna site mo audit like existing say ta thing bi se
from the topic of say SP that say presentation not a request some minor topic but special juvenile police unit like that minor police station the low label the wall of the high busing to the functional way and indicator of Habiba not a police headquarters the DGP the address or Habiba Adubo Madunabu had effective way in DGP this matter on Kaxing Papo responsible Smile to which does mine as I am a see etiquette man boards in the Wina Tragedies Minor Society and Tragedies way I have to Tobira. Ultimately, this is no SP Kaxing the Gig. Amu need a report. I resist mine and in a port. I think Kaxing SP I may pour a same water scene and a project or a quarter. It can be a lady with a quiz, a red episode of one and replace this. To police later. Adana, I say, but target of the Rico. SP the Tabuner. I say, but I didn't nearest SP the Tabuner, but SP Makuta may force later more. Because I can say, Kaxing was bifurcated recently from Toba. Still in a very baby stage, the labor. Nusman newly bifurcated of Kaugiba district is a what a big talent. I can open no bifurcate of two Jeremy. I Zaptana Kanze. No need to wear Saptana Kanze. The Kaxing to wear the views they popped out to SP Mokuta, main board sector Wallam Gani, the SP that Havima Tamana, address to open among them. Namdrima PHP the look up to others of the minor way of labor, and it's no better TZP the Iraga. DGP na SP come in Kogani. And the Spina told me request some like proposal like what's the situation? I had to say, member women Sukati posted me, whereas sanction post not Sukni. Sanction I don't need a call. Sanction not Sukni, whereas against this must is posted. That's why I'm passing the shortage of member. I do get more play my Kumze. Either SP the proposal summit of below, request of below, not Dragana. The commission the winner. Target a commissioner, to be sweat is the
aduna commission sida RTE or kasu sina dum mana implementation je tawibra tawdabra ji commission ji yengjendoina aduna sigi part amasu oidoini sigi discussions aidi karai da hoba lege gap karai da lege ado challenges kari kari lege aduna si huzik la video photo commission da su dum yohalaga commission na aidi child welfare committee dagi police direct salaga ibudo adusu dum yai aduna tabida wasi commission dagi la aga commissioner recommendation je asi gisagi recommendation kara ju thokiniana ai jum khale aduna recommendation du da osi high report to yawarga commission na push tawga di adusu khara thuna leng ni masa mo de trana na khal
ground reality ka kari oi khena da kan ne ke la adela haiba khoi khoi karai kare loda leiba loda piniba khoi shimaya puna mai se ground reality da di masiam da leite obviously that's okay adela hoji haiba mayam puna mak se haiba leiba gi sorry gi se masi police leiba resources mayam sena ye to mention man nam da doribra high level procedure ni koi SP da tharani adigi commission da tharani ada thorni loina mang high ri koi manipur da women police chang da le commission da bu thar su dunia da bu thar su high level ko to lo this challenges se kamane bit to aduna ayaki suggestion da di high level gap mayam se masi fill up to ge ha ba ta di Madigi stakeholders even the OC can be IO can be Moy issue, Hana Moy issue, complain Moy and no say, wait a moment, Sabina drink lady. Highly Lupi officer, any Katale, money level for Madam the high name. Money level to have the secret idea to do. Unless the recruitment is carried out, recruitment is no to. Adunadi, Manunda Leva, Mapanda Leva, Animaxi, Yaur Kanslita, problems if I know I would go, Madu, competent
year the yona na bopon se competent year aduna daba da the SP the thani SP no thani commission no thani commission is a monitoring body recommending body and the more recommend only body advice adu to matam stay da koi kai ai ta re koi bureaucracy and I agree motadi akoi motadi akoi loina magna if you want to see change in this world be the change in Hairi Mahatma Gandhi aduna leiba police officers na so moi kanu stay da moi so hai do ne ba akoi londe so hai do ne means masi gi kanu se gap mayam se from all perspective from all angles dagi koi to da ta tar di akoi common man amana hai do ta da tar di it will be always on this year and the solution ama por ke hai do ta tar di akoi loina ma ki combined effort amu sange
Provision Act 2000 and right to compulsory education under the age of 14. Siga child labor act siga kitang ai wakan na sun contract ko iba situation kara du thingna ma hai ta education department da leje bane isa da koi na ati se implement on no honor ko matam da yamna under privilege oi ba hai ta re dumba area kara schools in sida koi gi agang in school da la ko se sometimes my parents in Zina, Adam by day to day by I below poverty line the living, and I was forcefully we did not trigger so family or metal they can get to somewhat level Umbadu Madadu Toholaga earning Kralak about minus one of the line of school say the lock on the some night about the drop up rate hang up. Span to some more than was young, King as I had there. Specifically, remote river area, liar boy, parents, voicing the other. See an easy, I have the new question. The uneasy Amana deep provision between a side education right somewhere. So the side level say, season think about the long way, whereas parenting do not. Forcefully not just this would engage some people. I don't know easy and practical work, what about the paper? See, Matang written. To open the thing is I parents to my side level, Makada, Aduma offense of me. And I point out blame to the Muyadaba. Or so we can practical way reacting later, see Matanga, and come in review on I think.
Shoot target, one pass light target, among the schools at home. aduna NRDG se sumai to dana labor ka masagi school satpaga ani sigi mari di yam tina mari le ne India gi koina yenga matam da aduna purama kusigi dumaina contradictory oraga lai budi nati aduga masagi free and compulsory si la matam da angang du loina school da poi private school da tharaga di private school gi fee ma amale adu government school sings da di loina free ngata ne na free ngata ni na free and compulsory education do adu gai dum phangalani up to class 8 of the aduga adugi angang na suga da ko ka da tan earn to do mayam sing di masai usi haiba scheme atopa welfare scheme sing duna aduna support piraga RT se duma support pira kone wa ngonda la ko doisi aduna ai wa pura heta contradictory oi bra haiba di hujiki di adudi laite aduga masai gi child labor di oina su child labor da leiba angang sing sing mo gi special school to na to ma ma dum leiba ne aduna special school sing do ko da hang bra adudi a subsana adugi data the mon ko da legislature aduga admaina school gidi huziki admaina special school mo to ana legislature ne na artiga wai mari di lene adu yam hen contradiction le bra adudi ai wa kan di thudongna kan le ta bra ani dudi mari le ba family liar gadi angang school thabo ngam da ba di cd dum achi dum summe adu ngam hanna ba government na welfare scheme ama tung no dagi man backup ama pire isi adu su achoba maram 100 days magi kano thabak koi mapung na kano sing thabak su hali koi NRDGS ki 100 days ki thabak su wa adi mai kano su dum we su dum huzikti ai su hamda kana wang ko ne adu ki kano to ye ai de mai na special school na ama dilai special school to da me labor gise
The Manipur Commission for Protection Child Rights 2012 da lingkatpa rangani khanjiri wakan adai hamjini ko wang se ko gi Manipur Commission for Protection Child Rights ki kamu sing mama rabi di staff member sing bo se rabi do bise do bi ga sing mo shi dum ai na ham question ga ko bi ga ya ni han na ya ha che ge ai ne khanjani ma di ngasai ko gi siri paresha senior technical expert NCPCR na akira mo tanda ko safety and security of child children in schools na sigi matang da kara na birame adu i makata ko da ko yi sar respected sar ko yi SPO biri ba sar so me jin so sai ni mo na panjab da ko siri so mo ji char na so sai tapi mo tanda ko yi child trafficking ne ma ko yi issue me am sigi matang da safety sigi matang da ta ko sar na so na mamang da suggestion ma am ma awareness pang thong le da makta adigi akoiga police akoiga pullaga tawya ba thabak sing bangthong le dang taw sa su mayam ma thangat pi gre na tapi ado ai na if I am not wrong I know ai sung khanja ba da sumai no gi safety matang je school sing da kaim da taw da bra ne mane khanje ai sung khanja ba tam da ado nga sai ko gi siri parte pare sa na su tapi matam da buli da ma cha bu thoga menu present this is the do menu is the kan nga mo ga sakkibudo ko na su yengna tan nuwa ba hajani mo le na mo da waro ko pe shabi tin na sadi lai ba ko da manual sing ko pi mam pi be ai na tra su usu si Manipur Commission for Protection of Child Rights ki le bi ba ko ji member staff sing na su hai ba na sa ki manual sing do school sing da phangan bi gra ba phangan dra ga di ma tu ki gap na ko hai ni si ka ko ne nai nai bi se na si mo tang da gap in implementation of the juvenile justice POCSO and the child safety related issues are available. Moina nasagi manual singro school singda issue to ngam de gap sina kari dino aduga syllabus amoina school class nursery to sorry koina khara primary haga dra ko secondary haga ko class 10 muki levels da ko syllabus amoina happy diban maram se kari maram gino mati gap pe si matang se ko resource person sina khumbi ga dra dra ko nasagi human right commission gi ko department gi ko chinao sing ko sar sing mayam sing kumbiga da do gi matang do kan kumbina be no ne ning jeri
adu ne pai machine ne se gap and challenges hai ba sai di already let out to na ain le re rules le re gi apai gi directives mayam le re ko manual le re school safety gi machi leina we fully ba problem ji kai no hai ne ko apai gi chamane koi de lai ba penal provision me am nei constitution to le kan da guarantee to wa namdel rights so e kan ne ko na case lai chamaina lai ba manual ne ko school ki syllabus curriculum da half 3 sidi ko na develop to ba ma cyber bullying ge sinong la ko ni dana chamaina POCSO di 2012 p8 na ba ade school ki curricula adegi mai syllabus di tunga mane asi kamaina hap ka degi dai hapsun juya de ko aduna asidi akoina ozagi training to bokanda nataga pe commissioner jo ozag khapti training me tori awareness tori aduga case la ko kan su madugi tunga na case lo khali ko aduna hosila is a guideline and a manual se enforcement matik chana to badaka we se ko edum yai aduga wazasing they presume to understand never presume to be having that knowledge waza oita di khamwai bni adana ji corporal punishment me am to wai corporal punishment ji 2009 da right to jurisdiction ek na masi punishable offense ne law thokrani ek si khange na waza oi ni school khat in ne ko khangam do me am yaw adana masi kadawai kanana khamandri no kanana daita loni kamai to no haiba question di hambe only thing is see is implementing the challenges never adana police ta koi report me ham pi adagi police na local case koi commission da refer to me ham le ko adana police ke chobo role le Ziki school safety is the chawa mafang gra yaw is anti bullying gi yaw re adi anti corporal punishment gi yaw re
infrastructure as a basic see yaudaba later at Abomam Yaure. The massive monitoring Sikana Tony Commissioner, Child Rights Commissioner. Implementing agency na kanano education yes. Execute to go to na school do. The school system ani never. Amana community na yengchen ba. Aduna government school SMDC ki kuthanda. Aduna private schools in the day SMDC na chalai have late. Advisory oina di lebi aduna pura run to de. Government school run to is the government na tiya. Sidi koi guardian parents in man same school management and development committee. Hadi communitization high level. Government na pesham sarvai pi edo isu yengchen bese. Koi ki prajamiyam the sinner. The prajam gyam taba wat iba makai complaint of what limkai menen panel paralyzer the suko direct paralyzer implementation the gap of nini. And hambire question we have noted down. Aduna koi matam gi remind adum koi tawani which case pending koi desu dum le corporate national maru so masi kana gi daita no hai koi loidam gi daita ne hami na se thank you syllabus committee da syllabus se masi alive din te child rights option je koi pokso direct option be aro je direct option be aro ko Ada magi appropriate standard to the channel language, adagi terminology में आप तब तबने evolving हो गए तबने child rights पूरा एक तो option भी आ रहा है खैर भी हो रहा है कोई child helpline भी हो रहे adagi good touch bad touch भी हो रहे तब तब लाखनी magi class standard भी मत हुई ना it is already in the process खैर भी हो रहे तो हमें latest की ये करना शेड्यूल को याम खजबा What may I do? We should input a P. We are hoping good outcome.
Thank you, respected resource persons, and to all the participants for sharing your practical insights and experiences. To formally conclude today's conference, may I now invite Muhammad Habibur Rahman, Member, Manipur Commission for Protection of Child Rights, to deliver the vote of thanks.
MCPCR and NCPCR, I extend our sincere thanks to all who made this conference meaningful and successful. Your valuable presence, insights are truly appreciated. Thank you, everyone. Have a great day. Thank you.